Will Martinez do Domino's.
I would love to be able to see.
Good music.
That's definitely real.
Here, the Domino's Pizza truck, I'm calling you. Smoking the weed, then order the food. It's coming right on time. Pizza
Will's House Comedy coming to you live.
Will's House.
Will's House.
Episode
Don't
10.
Sober. I didn't even really know if we'd make it to episode 10, to be honest.
I thought we would. I felt confident, dude.
You felt, but after this, I think we should stop.
No way, dude. No way.
I had a bottle of Perrier in my car. Do you guys have water?
I'm sure you can ask the homeowner. He owns this house.
Oh, you
Also-
own this house?
Also, welcome Ken Steele. Welcome Ken
Welcome,
Steele.
Ken
Stone
Steele.
Cold
Shout out
Sober.
Ken
Thank you
Steele.
for being
Howdy.
here, man.
I appreciate
We're
you.
gonna get you some water.
Okay, perfect.
Our first real guest.
You know what? I'm honored.
Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah,
I-
yeah.
You know, I've been doing this comedy thing for some years now, and this is the most illustrious set that I've been.
Of course. Do you want a beer?
A beer? I'll
We
take
can
a
have
beer.
water. I mean,
I,
you can have
I
water.
take water, but like you know,
You
what? I'll
also
have
might have
a
a
beer.
beer.
I'll have a beer with you guys.
All right,
with you
let's
guys.
give him a beer.
I'll give into a little bit of peer pressure and everything
Yeah,
like
you're
that.
gonna
Yeah,
need it.
there you go.
You're
there you
driving
go.
home in the convertible, top down. It's chilly.
Okay.
I was telling Coke when we saw you, I was like, but he's bald. That mustache must keep him so much warmer.
Something.
I
you
have
do not mind the
I-
cold.
I have a balaclava that I wear when
Isn't that a Greek dessert?
no, that's a baklava.
Oh, a baklava.
Yeah.
You were just covered in Greek desserts, and that keeps you warm.
Yeah, these days
Phyllo
though,
dough and nuts.
you know, these days it's known as a shiesty mask.
Yeah.
It's no, not. I don't think it's Chicago.
I think it's Philly.
it's
I think it's
a guy
Philly.
named Pooh
Yeah,
Shiesty.
Pooh Shiesty. Oh,
Is he?
from Chicago?
Is
Oh,
he
well,
from
that makes
Chicago?
sense.
Is Pooh Shiesty?
Hey, who's Pooh Shiesty?
A rapper.
A rapper.
He's a rapper.
Dude. Yeah, I don't know where he's from, but I
His
think
name
of
is Pooh
I think of
Shiesty?
Philly when I think of that lingo, dude.
He's from Memphis. Shout out.
What?
Ah.
yeah,
I'm from
and,
Memphis.
and Alec.
Well, I
Come on,
don't
Alec, you should
appreciate
be
it.
stay up
I always
on it,
forget.
dude.
I don't appreciate it. Too many. See, here's what happens. Too many people of a certain persuasion catch on to a trend, and then they start to legislate against it because you know that's the thing to do in this country. We legislate against certain select groups, and I swear to God, if a certain demographic caught on to wearing curly mustaches, then it would be reassociated with criminals.
Yeah, it looks threatening.
You
It looks
need
threatening.
You need a
It
Pooh
looks threatening.
Shiesty.
I feel scared.
Well, you just missed it. Like back in the day, like in Old West times, the guy with the curly mustaches, that would be the guy that robs the
That's
bar
true,
and
dude.
comes
Well,
in.
yeah,
They're
they-
conniving,
Sharpshooter.
very conniving people. the
Or like
mustaches.
old boxer, like white boxers in singlets who go like this.
Yeah, right. Right.
Oh,
right.
thank you.
Fisticuffs.
Gotcha.
They're always ready to fight, but they
Old-timey.
can't fight. The
Uh,
ones that go like that.
Old timey racist
Yeah, 30s.
boxers, white boxers. I will only fight men of the superior race. I will never fight a Negro. No way. They stink and they're not manly enough to.
Who's that
And then
famous
they
black
got
boxer?
fucked
Jack
up.
Johnson?
Jack Johnson. Yeah.
Did he have a mustache
White
like
people?
that?
Huh? He. I think he lost to a white guy at the end of his
Did
career.
he have a mustache like that?
No, Jack Johnson. I think he was clean shaven. Yeah.
You're talking about which fighter had the mustache like that?
Well, I was just wondering if
No, I
we
don't.
could bring it back, dude.
No, I definitely appreciate having a novel mustache for the time. It's an anachronistic mustache.
Well,
At
that
one time-
history craft brew era, that was a bit of a peak in like
Yeah, but-
2015.
but here's the thing: I'm a lot darker than a lot
Yeah.
of those guys were, and I think that it adds
Like a dark
certain.
beer. Like an
I think
amber.
it adds a certain panache.
Okay.
You know,
You
a
got the
certain-
best mustache in the game, dude. I can't
Panache
think anyone
mustache.
has a cooler, more distinct that type of mustache.
You know,
Nah, his is
in
lame.
LA, Thumper has a very distinct.
Thumper.
Has a very distinct. What is that? Invincible mustache. What's the guy's name? Omni-Man. He has an Omni-Man mustache.
I
gotta look up.
I don't know.
I gotta look
Yeah,
up
you're
who
talking stuff I
Omni-Man
don't know.
is.
Yeah, you guys don't have Amazon Prime?
I do. Shout out
but-
Thumper though. Thumper is cool, dude. He has a
Yeah.
cult.
Yeah.
I definitely would like a water though. I mean, like beer's
Yeah, I'll
dope.
take a water as well.
You had me thinking
Right
with
away,
the,
sir.
You,
Yeah,
you guys had me thinking with
Thanks,
the boxing
Mame.
though. Who we betting on this Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight?
I don't. I'm not participating in that.
Not participating?
in that at all. Here's the thing. I'm a little creeped out by Jake Paul and his obsession with beating up washed up Negro athletes. This is something that
He's gonna get his ass beat though. Mike Tyson's gonna
I
beat his
think you're
ass.
crazy, dude. I think it's just another one of the money grabs where it's just
a
probably
money
going to
grab.
end in like indecision, and then there's going to be a rematch, and then I think it's just all bullshit.
If anyone gets knocked out, it's Jake Paul.
Of course, but I think it's going to be all bullshit, and nothing's really.
You're
gonna
right. You're right. I feel,
I think Mike Tyson-
and then
I
on
feel
top of
that.
it,
I
Mike
here's
feel
the
Tyson's
that.
probably
thing.
get like in his
that.
contract, he can only go like 70% or something.
This is just it to me. It just kind of cheapens the whole allure of boxing in general. It is turning it into the human cockfighting style of like silly combat that they said that MMA was.
But have you heard
And-
Mike Tyson talk about Jake Paul and Logan Paul?
No.
He praises them, saying that they brought like the resurgence and excitement back into boxing, which is interesting.
I think it's interesting.
Okay, so there's a certain novelty to having those guys
Sure.
do it, but the first time, okay, that was
Like a sad reality.
okay, but like, here's when it was novel. It was novel when what was his name? Colin McGregor did it with what's his face?
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather. I think that was novel. That was great. I love
Yeah.
to see, all the
They're
MMA
trying.
fans
You
that
don't think that was a
thought.
big spectacle though, too? Didn't it kind of cheat like the amount that
they were
antics that
trying.
go into it?
Like
But
with
that's
Jake
why
Paul
it
and like
gets
all
so
these people,
At this
silly.
are y'all
point-
trying?
This seems like carnival
hope they're
shit.
trying.
This
Yeah, it's
seems
carnival.
like
Right,
this seems
right,
like
right,
an
right.
eerily racist carnival shit. I'm just
Well,
saying.
I don't see how it's that. But
Yeah. What is that? I'll take the clear one.
how is it eerily racist?
He was saying
it's-
Jake Paul beats up washed up older black dudes.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
he can't get any. Because he
he's
can't get any
picking 'em.
regular age
Yeah,
people.
because there's no good white fighters.
Well, he doesn't. Well, he doesn't choose people that are actually current, and like he knows Mike Tyson is the biggest draw, and him and Mike Tyson they go
Without
on
a
each other's
doubt.
podcast, and they've both been on each other's podcast. Mike Tyson ate like a half ounce of shrooms on
Thank you,
Logan
Will.
Paul's podcast.
I'm so
Definitely the
so-
biggest draw. But
Yeah,
it's silly,
funny,
and
dude.
I
think
agree
you should
it's sad.
I think maybe you should go farther, dude. Start challenging people that have never boxed.
We
you know
beat up Nate Robinson.
Yeah, or like
okay.
Denzel Washington.
when I
Like Jake Paul. That's a huge draw.
Jake Paul versus Denzel Washington.
Yeah, but May-
Why'd you have to pick an old black guy again? You see?
If we're gonna go, let's go full bore.
You know
Jerry
what?
Springer, damn it.
You know what? That's
The draw's
outrageous.
not as good.
That's
That's,
what
the
I'm
bad
saying.
part.
That is pretty fucking
They're
outrageous.
just dipping the-
At
they're just
that
dipping
point,
the toe
I'd be
in.
like, what the fuck?
They're
Samuel
dipping the toe in.
Jackson, dude. Samuel
Yeah.
Jackson can beat some
Samuel
ass,
Jackson, he
dude.
just beats him up. Oh my
Samuel
god.
Yeah,
Jackson
like-
can beat some ass, dude.
But no
Oh,
matter
God.
what happens in the fight, every motherfucker that Samuel Jackson drops, it's a point. It's a
Oh my
point
god.
for him.
This is okay. This is a wild ass podcast.
yeah.
This is a wild.
Thank you,
ass
dude.
podcast. You
Episode
guys-
10, bro. You see how we
You guys
started?
are wild as hell. Y'all
Like,
are
you see how
wild.
we
with
started.
boxing, dude, it did die. Like I stopped watching boxing. Like I love boxing. I've always liked it. I stopped watching after Mayweather versus De La Hoya, because like you be talking about racism. I just fucking could not stand that Mayweather came out in the fucking in the whole mess.
mariachi.
Yeah, bro,
in the
that to me
mariachi
was
outfit.
that to me was tasteless.
Okay.
I respect boxing,
Okay.
and like
Do
you know,
you think he should have come out in like pumps and fishnets?
no, man, I don't think he
that'd
should have came
sick.
in anything racial. I think
That's not racial. It would be
motherfucker.
it would be a personal attack
No.
on.
It was
on
no,
De
it was
La
an
Hoya.
attack against the people.
Drag
Like
queens are a race now.
if fucking if what's his fucking dick? Yeah, fucking. You seen that photo of De La Hoya?
No.
No, I didn't even get.
De La
I don't
Hoya
know
was
what
in a
you're
photo.
talking
about.
He
I
was
didn't
in a.
get it,
He was in a. They caught him like some girl released a photo of him in fishnets and stockings, and,
Ah,
like, panties,
wow.
like back in the day.
So you
So
really don't
yeah,
wanna
it's
fuck
not
with,
racist.
dude.
It's personal.
Yeah. So
yeah.
like,
A
but,
guy that can
but,
box
like,
and wears fishnets, dude, that's a dangerous man.
yeah, but
Facts,
like
dude.
like my shit is like if De La Hoya would have came out in a dashiki, everybody like black community would have been crazy.
Not really.
I mean, I think it's okay.
came out
Fine.
in
And
a
you speak
dashiki?
for everybody.
No,
The
no,
yeah,
no,
something
look,
that
look.
is stereotypical to the race.
Yeah.
I don't
You know,
know if
it'd be
you know this,
ridiculous,
but
yeah.
okay. Well, wait. What did you just say?
It'd be ridiculous.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
so like I
do you
didn't
think you said?
appreciate that.
Okay.
Like I love boxing, and I would have expected.
Okay, wait
more
a second.
class.
All I'm just saying is this. I don't know if you've like paid attention to like reality and everything like that, but Mexicans are
Let's
saying
see.
the N-word in 2024.
That's true.
Yeah, that
You know,
bothers
so-
that kind of bothers me too.
Well,
I
it was a
mean,
Mexican.
yeah, sure.
Well, all I'm saying is this.
But like the thing is like we played that video last week with the Mexican dude, and he drops the N word, and then he goes, "Oh, but I'm Mexican, I'm a tacuache," and then they were cool with it. Like
whatever.
the thing is,
I wouldn't be cool with it, but
understood that you wouldn't be. Like I grew up around people that said that shit, but I don't use it out of respect. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes like that shit sounds good. Like there's different expressions for the motherfucking word. You can say it when you're mad, happy, sad, and
right.
looking at something
you
that's
say
fine.
you
walking
say that
I'm
you
glad
don't
that
say
you
it,
only
but
use it
No,
out
no,
of
I'm saying
respect.
because
That's
like
it.
like in Chicago, dude, growing
Okay.
up, there's people that use that shit all the time.
okay.
But I don't
Tread
use it
carefully.
out of respect
Right.
because it's like like a bunch of people who
Well,
what do
all
you
I'm
call it?
saying is that Floyd Mayweather coming out with the mariachi outfit is okay.
Hilarious.
That was disrespectful, and then he beat his ass on top of that. Again,
don't think he won.
disrespectful. Okay,
I don't think he won.
Of course
Another
you don't.
boxer, I met
Of course
another
you don't think
boxer out here.
He won.
I didn't think he won.
But of course,
He's
you
just Mayweather is a very good technical fighter.
okay. Cool.
He dances around. He knows how to use the points. But he ain't no Tyson. When Tyson was fighting, that was fucking
Yeah,
knockout
it's
city.
different,
Just
but
to
yeah.
backtrack a little bit, do you think anybody uses the N word out of respect?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you can if you're talking about like that's my person. That's my like. But understood. But yeah,
I'm
no,
shaking my
dude,
head.
I would.
you
if
should.
anybody's
What
listening,
he
I'm
said was
shaking my head.
crazy.
Yeah, but
I
Ken-
don't use it out of respect.
But
It's not
Ken,
anybody's
yeah,
out
no,
of
well, that's his
respect.
dumb. Like,
Here's what I.
but Ken, no, I was in the gym today,
Okay.
and I agree with you.
Okay.
And there was some little fucking they're Mexican kids,
Some
and
Edgars.
yeah, straight up.
Some Edgars.
Some straight
We
up.
learned what
Yeah,
Edgars
yeah.
were.
They were taquach as hell,
Okay,
fool.
okay.
And fucking, and they were using they were saying, and I'm like, man, like, but now I think with hip hop and everything, I mean, it's just
Okay.
dominated, and then the United States, well, like. White people, or not white people,
States
just the
and
United
white
States and cultural,
Okay.
cultural. Well, the United States and cultural appropriation has like made that shit more prevalent.
I mean,
You feel me?
all I can tell you is I was raised white people. You don't say it. you
Yeah.
know? But
Yeah.
in South Florida, I was raised around Dominicans and
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans. They say it, and it never bothered black people. but then I moved here.
They would say that, and then they would say, me no black, me Puerto,
Right,
soy
right.
Puerto Rican,
Dominican,
soy
so, yeah.
Dominicano,
But I've never seen it offend
black
people until I
motherfuckers like
moved
that are
to
just
LA
as black as
or
you, and then
out
there's
of
white
Florida.
guys that look like him, and they're Latino.
and then they all say the N word, all of them.
I mean,
including me. Including me. But I say it out of respect, though.
You
Well,
say
I
it
mean,
out of
Only out of
respect.
respect.
That is
Oh Jesus! Oh,
but over in
nerds.
Latin
Oh,
American
nerds.
countries, in Latin American
Nerds, what
countries
I
like
walk into.
Venezuela, right?
Okay,
like
they have no business saying it,
feel
but they
like-
No,
say
no,
it.
no,
I
no,
feel like
they
the
don't say
white
that
people
word.
Are the
They-
evil people, though. White
Yes.
people shouldn't say it.
Yeah, well,
Like,
they don't
I don't
say-
understand other. Why are you mad at other people? Like
They don't say it in
Americans,
Venezuela,
we're
but
the
in
bad guys.
Venezuela-
Because we don't
Sorry.
go around. So what we don't do is we don't go around picking and choosing all of the specific slurs to say to y'all, and dropping that casually in mid conversation when you're just trying to communicate some ideas, and then
Sure.
and then I casually hear an N-word dropped by some Armenian, like, yo, bro, what the? I never dropped. I never said you're denied a genocide.
Yeah,
what,
but, like-
what did I do to you?
But like, bro, like in Venezuela, like,
What?
I mean, I can only speak for that country because that's the Latin American country that I used to go to.
Okay.
But their race isn't the issue that it is over here. Like it's more of a class system in a sense, but like they will call the black dude el negro, the
Okay.
Asian dude el chino.
That's pretty close.
Definitely
the
Chino.
Jewish guy el judío. Like, but
does that
it's the Jewish guy, the Jew. Yeah, like,
Say it
but it's
again?
not said.
Say it
it's,
again?
El judío. Judío.
Julito.
Judío. Yeah,
Judío.
judío. Judío is how to say it. You know, when you're
I like learning
saying
that.
it properly. But
Yeah.
judío is you know.
I'm gonna call some Jewish people that.
You want to know something?
But the thing is,
interesting?
dude, they don't say it with malice. There's no like evil like intent.
They say it with
Okay.
respect.
Okay.
Well, it's just like
couple of
they're
things.
just very blunt, like very like that's what that person is. But I don't mean it.
Well,
hate.
Okay, wait,
You know,
check
it's
this
just
out.
your
So
Just
a
a
peculiar, a peculiar thing, surrounding that, I guess, occurred with me. I dated some sort of Argentinian
Yeah.
TV star,
Nice.
and
Nice.
so there was some sort of like article written about it in a what is that? The tabloid, right? And the nickname that he gave me was El Grone. El Grone. Well, El Grone is Negro backwards phonetically.
God, no.
And so, like, oh, see, Will knows.
No, I never heard that, but I just think that's funny
awkward
that
as
somebody
fuck.
took the time to think that and do that. That's just
Well,
fucked
that
up,
was
but
the nickname that they gave me in the paper.
They will.
And
yes, sir.
what is
Wouldn't it
that?
be Ogren?
Huh?
Wouldn't it be Ogren?
Well, Grone. That's how they.
That's how they would say
you know,
it.
they
Yeah.
say it's
And
kind of
so-
dyslexic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
literally
so,
mix the words around.
yeah,
They go,
yeah.
It's
And
backwards.
so, yeah. And so,
Question mark this way.
Yeah.
well, anyway, I'm just saying that. So there had to be some sort of logic behind making some sort of anagram out of it. You know
Sure,
what I
yeah.
mean? So they
Vinegar.
knew that they were saying they knew they were saying some shit. That's how I took
Mm-hmm.
it. They knew they were saying some shit, and they said it and put it in paper. So I don't know. I'm like, I personally am leery of any region of the world that hasn't been touched by a civil rights movement of some sort, which is most of the world. So
Well, I mean, a lot of Latin American countries are still farther back in growing, in a sense, like they're real
And
religious.
negroing.
yeah,
Like, wow.
Oh,
El Grone.
like, yeah.
think
you
of
know,
it this way, Will.
Sorry, that
they're
was
real,
just,
like,
just
Catholic
on a
and
silver platter. But
I'm Catholic, and we
Yeah, I
never
was
use
raised
the N word in my
Catholic. Yeah, I
house.
don't see the
Yeah, but
connection there.
like, but like
Yeah,
over
yeah.
there, it's like times 12 and shit. Like,
But why Catholic?
Why Catholic? Why are you trying to put this on
Yeah,
the
well,
Pope?
I'm curious.
Well, I mean, that's
He's a
just what I
racist.
grew up with.
My grandfather had an audience with the Pope, so
That's what's up.
That's awesome.
and he was as black as I am.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying.
What do you mean
about
in
being
church
black.
they would say stuff? What do you mean?
I don't know what he's
No,
talking
it's just
about.
like
Oh, no,
like
that's
how
like-
over here the
Will
like,
is talking
the
himself into a
diehard
hole.
Christians
I like
and
it.
shit and Catholics blah blah how they think like being gay is the devil.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
not anymore. Now the Pope said it's fine.
Yeah, the Pope said it was
Understood,
okay.
but that you got to think like people are still a couple years
Of
behind
course. I mean, if
in
the
their
Pope
lives.
says it, though,
What,
you
they
know.
call black people
but
the
it's
devil?
it's 2024.
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
it's like
Look,
being
Will,
gay
Will.
and lesbian and trans.
Wait a
blah,
second,
blah,
wait.
is not socially acceptable.
Wait a second,
Right.
Will. There's no excuse. We have the internet.
Understood.
There's no excuse.
Understood, but
We
that
have the
the
internet.
older
Spanish
generation-
internet.
I guess, but I mean, don't you think it's
No.
kind of weird that, like, don't you think it's kind of like a bullshit cop out for
Yep.
the Pope to just try to pander to the world now, saying
Wait,
that, like,
what?
being gay and all that stuff is okay,
What?
when that has never been accepted throughout Catholicism ever?
Why?
And then
What do you
now
mean?
him just saying that, like,
Well,
no,
in
it's
that
acceptable for people just to
conversation, yeah,
pander
and that-
people to
Wait,
come to
wait,
Catholicism.
In that conversation, yeah. it's weird.
Wait a second. The Pope has always had an audience with God,
Of course.
within the context of that,
I understand that.
religion. So if the Pope says that, we're going to all wear purple hats tomorrow, then okay, that's the papal bull and that's what
But
is
yeah, but don't you
issued.
think there's an aspect of it where he's just kind of pandering
It makes
to
it more
everybody?
question. It makes us question
It
stuff.
makes
What do
me
you mean?
question his real intentions if he just wants to keep the power of the Catholic Church, or if he, if I don't think he got like a sign from God that God came down to him and
like,
talked to the Pope.
like the
and said,
church
like,
on
"No, the
Highland
gays
and
are cool
the
now."
church on
Wait
Highland
a
and
second,
Franklin.
wait a
That's
second.
super
So-
gay.
Wait a
kinda like
second.
that.
So you understand the personal relationship that the Pope has with the Lord.
I understand the personal relationship that he says that he has with the Lord. Yeah,
Okay, so now you are making comments on what comes out of the Pope's mouth, and
I'm just saying that it is interesting that at like the height of like
say
the
it's fair
acceptance
to
of the gay
question it.
community is parallel with him when I would say this is probably the least. This is probably the lowest point for people converting to Catholicism and Christianity and the rise of the gay community. And then this new pope, who's this new age hip pope. I think it's a
well, first of
political
all-
move. It is a political office.
First of all, it's not a new age hip Pope. He's pretty old, and
sure.
I'm just questioning, where do you get off questioning the Pope? I mean, if you're gonna go in
It's my right to be able to question.
well,
yeah.
wait, in a religious sense, he's the Pope. You're not.
I get it. I'm not Catholic.
Yeah, I'm just saying. If
I'm
you're
just
gonna
saying,
look
just
at it
from an
a
outsider's
religious-
point of view, I
Right.
think when I'd see like, oh, some people are like talking shit about the Catholic community about how they don't accept gays, and then he comes in and then says that, it does seem like a political move.
I think that the Catholic Church has been pretty accepting of gays.
Well, they have to start being that way to keep their base.
Well, I mean, like, there's
saying?
just
It's like I'm proud of
there's
the
like
Pope, I guess.
there's a lot of gay priests. You know,
But it does make it question the
I'm
whole
just
thing.
saying,
which I
there's
think
a
the
lot
whole
of
thing is fake,
there's a lot
you
of
know?
gays in the choir. I mean, like, yo, it's.
They can sing, man. They can sing.
I'm just saying.
They can praise God.
I'm just saying, like, and the Pope saying that, I guess gays are cool in the church. I think that that's
Sure, I just
cool.
think like most of the time throughout the church history that,
Yeah.
that homosexuality is you're going to hell.
Well, I mean, they have to like.
It
That's a
changes.
bold Pope move.
Start
That's a
being real
bold
about it.
Pope
Yeah,
move.
I get it.
I think the Pope can say. I think under the rules, the Pope can say what he likes.
I understand that is his rule. Maybe he's just trying to recruit gays, so because he actually wants them all to go to hell, and then he wants them
Wow.
to live their life.
I think it's okay what the Pope is saying. I think the
we
Pope
just
is.
have to be smart enough
I think.
to accept everybody. 'cause we're all
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, if you
But it
want
just
those,
shows,
2024.
shows our
tithes,
time
yeah,
to
you gotta
change.
do that.
Shows the political powers, you know.
It's 2024.
It's 2024. The
We got-
Pope's
we got
gay.
some woke
I say let's
popes,
get a gay
dude.
pope.
We
Let's
got
get
a
a gay
woke
pope.
pope.
Hey, wait a second. The Pope is gay now.
I want a gay pope.
The next one.
The next
Okay.
one's gonna be gay.
I'm down.
Well, wait a second. Are we
2035
sure?
gay pope.
Like, are we sure we haven't had a gay Pope? I'm pretty sure we've had some gay Popes.
I'm sure we've had a
by
pope.
the
I
numbers,
mean,
like, there's got to be one or two.
I would say
by the
they
numbers.
They literally are in charge of moving priests around after they molest boys. That's a little gay.
Yeah. Well.
When you're molesting-
we had a
when
black
you're
pope
protecting-
in the 1400s. We had a black pope.
Yeah, when you're protecting guys from molesting boys, that's gay.
Nah, don't say that. Gays and
That's a little
pedophiles
gay.
are different, dude. But it's fuck. I get it though. It's fucked
I'm not
up.
saying it's only gay. It's
Yeah.
also wrong and immoral, but a little bit
remember-
of it is gay.
I remember when that whole shit went
True.
down in like the
still
the
going
early
down.
thousands,
Yeah.
like when it was like in top news and everything like that. And as a result, I dap up priests. I don't shake their hands. I just dap.
Yeah, because you don't want to come on your head.
you just
you don't want that.
just a little
Just kept
dappy.
You
it, kept
don't
it
want that
moving
young-
with priests from then on. Just keep it.
Just
Little,
a little dappy. Yeah.
thank you for blessing the.
Hey,
No,
that'd be-
I'm just busted balls. I like if you.
no, he was just busting balls.
Like if you're gonna make comments on the church and everything like that, my only thing is
Okay, I
this.
grew up going to church every Sunday.
Here's
I like
my-
to see a Catholic defend the Pope,
here's
dude.
my
That was
thing.
pretty cool, man.
Here's my thing. Like, I feel like religions, within the context of their religion, like they're immutable, right? So if you're gonna go on the grounds of a religion and you're gonna argue on religious grounds and you're gonna argue with the person at the top of the religion or whatever, I think that you have to have like serious concrete liturgical standing other than saying, oh, it was always this way, now it's a different way. Well, I think
Do you think
whenever
there's
they issue their decisions and their bulls, I think that they really do. I'm pretty sure that they have a lot of substantiation to their decision. They'll write out some sort of like proof that goes
Yeah.
and,
Like, I'm
and
with you,
cites
dude.
all sorts of precedences that
But do you
goes and
would you
and,
say you agree?
justifies their decision. I don't think it's like a unilateral. We're just saying this now. I think that it's
No,
a
there
little
is a
bit
lot
more
of levels
justified.
to it.
But I'm curious, what about politically? Because I agree with you on that.
Okay.
I'm not questioning that much, but I feel the same way when people criticize like the president, whoever it is. I'm always like, it just
Yeah.
comes across
He's just
like,
a
do
guy.
you know what you're talking about?
Yeah, right.
Criticizing the president.
Okay, so
So you feel
so-
it, right? That's I kind of just it's the
so-
same in some sense.
depending on who the president is and depending on what has come out regarding this president by people who have had firsthand experience with the president, because like for instance,
But I do respect the office.
I respect
Yeah,
the
but I
office
get
of the
it.
president for sure.
But you can get you
there
can fuck up, of course.
there are people who can occupy the office that may have some sort of like they have some sort of capacity that isn't necessarily like up to speed for what the task is at hand. So it causes disruptions.
I think
for example,
Okay, go.
for example, like
We do have comments on.
No, let him go. Let him go.
okay, for example, people who had firsthand experience with the previous president, they reported that he was not detail oriented. He did not have a sort of respect for the history associated with some of the decisions that he had to make, and they
can
had,
believe it.
and he was very he wasn't very attentive to the minutia and the finer details associated with the role that he was currently occupying.
I believe it.
Similar reports have not come out about the current president. Like there just hasn't been, similar
Well,
reports.
you can't speak,
So
but-
Different.
and even going back as far as Bush, people
But
did
there's been a
criticize.
report about Joe Biden about how literally just like the past
Okay.
month there came out that whole report of the doctor saying that he is not cognitive.
Wait, the doctor said that?
Yeah, he had, like, a whole thing- they had a whole thing.
I recall there was a 6-page report that
Yes.
said that he was totally fit.
Yeah, but then I guess there was like some other doctor or something, and like it was like that's what I'm saying. Like it's all bullshit. It could be all bullshit.
Well, I don't think that the
I do assume
actual
it's
I don't
bullshit,
think that the
so.
actual health of the president, if there was anything wrong, would be reported in a public format. It's simply because of national
Oh my
security.
God.
Sure, I think it
reasons.
was kind of a whistleblowery kind of situation.
good point,
One and
don't
two.
think he's
I don't. I personally have observed, or I've observed all of the video associated with the president, and
Joe Biden. Let's say his name.
huh?
Let's say his name. Joe,
Let's go,
Current
Brandon,
president.
dude. Let's go,
Well,
Brandon.
okay.
yeah,
well,
we can say his name.
okay, Joe Biden. I've seen.
We have him on next week. by the way.
Right. I've observed, and he seems pretty fit to the position that he
disagree,
currently
but yeah.
occupies. Now, I will say this. There are some times when he is talking, and you just kind of hold your breath and. And is he gonna explode? Right? Is he gonna
Yeah, he's
poof
crazy, dude.
into a cloud of dust?
He's
No,
gonna
I'm kidding.
explode.
He
But
was born
okay.
while Hitler was alive for 2 years.
Okay,
If
cool.
you were alive when Hitler was alive, I think you're just far too old.
Since
you're
when was that
far
a
too old.
criteria for being president?
Now it is.
Why?
Because these are the oldest presidents we ever had.
Well,
Trump
I mean,
is the
like.
oldest, and Joe Biden and Trump are about to be competing.
We had
to
Ronald
beat-
Reagan, and he was regarded
what,
as one of the
70
best
what,
presidents
75?
ever. Or all I'm saying is
I
like.
think it's 75. Dude,
But
there
we
was
do
an
live
80.
the longest
Between
now,
81
too.
and 75.
So
It's
wait,
crazy.
what's his age gonna preclude him from being able to do in his capacity as president?
Right.
What he's
Like,
doing now?
does
I don't
the
think he's doing
president-
anything. I don't think
does-
he's doing anything. I
does
think
the pres-
everybody else is doing everything.
Well, wait a second. So, do you think that the president, if the president was a 35-year-old guy, do you
Sure.
think that he would be like fist fighting Putin or something like that? What do you
no,
think
I'm
would
not
happen?
saying that, but he's just speaking of the country, and like it's like
You're not as manipulable.
you're a leader, and like what you're going to give people reassurance. And there's so many people in this country who just like are like you're too old, and there's plenty of people that like are for Trump, and there's plenty of people that like he's too old too. These are all just too. If Biden wins again, he'll be what 86 by the time he's done.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Whatever. I mean,
You
like.
met an 86-year-old?
Well,
They're retarded.
octogenarians are not retarded. 1, 2.
What'd you just call them?
Octogenarians.
80-year-old.
80-year-olds.
I understand that, but I've never. That was just
Yeah,
such
nah.
a
I don't think that they're.
like
I don't think that they're
PC way
retarded.
of putting it or something.
Like, I think he's still
first
there.
Of all,
I think
first
Trump's
of all,
still there.
did you know that
It is a
people over the
conversation.
age of 65 are a protected class
Sure.
in the United States? So
Kind of
it-
goes to his
Social
point
Security.
then,
First
right?
of all,
They're
well,
protected.
no, they're protected because people, if left to their devices, would predate on them and it'd say, "Hey, you're done. You're canceled, and we got to get you out of here." And
That's 65 though, dude. 85 is crazy.
look, I'm saying this. We have all sorts of new technology that keeps people in really good shape and working order. And as from what I can observe, Joe Biden seems to be a fit, competent president. I mean, and
I do
I
agree.
saw
Crazy
that.
to me.
I
I do
saw
agree.
that
Him
state
and
of
the-
Trump,
Crazy
I
to
think,
me.
are fit.
I saw the State of the Union I saw the State of the Union, and he was spry. He was with it. He had jokes.
Full of
he was-
Adderall and everything else.
well, who? Okay, so you're saying that
I'm not against drug
the
usage.
previous
But
administration
I'm not against drug usage.
Who was running?
I'm not
who
saying
was
that
running
at
a
all
pill
either.
mill? You think that previous
saying he
administration
needs
was?
that.
Oh my gosh! Look.
He's 81. I'm not
This
gonna like, sit
guy's
here
a
and like agree with
teetotaler.
you when an 81-year-old is not. You're fucked. You're 81. You're older than
Joe
the average
Biden
age.
is a
Do you think there should be a
documented
cutoff
teetotaler.
age?
Yeah, of course.
What do you think the cutoff age should be?
75.
75,
75.
and you're canceled from participating in public life.
Has weed and tobacco, just so
No,
you know.
I'm saying president.
President and the only
75.
role.
I get the
Okay.
conversation.
I think you know
yeah.
what? I think it's because Trump has a dismal chance that a lot of Trump supporters are trying to put this nebulous
Trump's too old too.
complaint that the current administration is too old or whatever. And I think that this administration has been very resourceful. I think that they've been very active, and I think
How
that
about
they've been. I think
outside
that-
from them? Should there be a cutoff in age? What if 90? What if there's different people
90's
next year?
crazy.
Like, is there
Yeah,
an
that
age
is-
where you'd be
If-
like,
That's
fuck
crazy.
what I see on television?
If an American can muster up the votes
I
at
get
age
it.
90 and they are qualified, I think that
Leave
the
it to the
Constitution
people, leave it to
I
them
think
to
that the
try to.
Constitution lets them do that.
Sure, it does.
I think it's nonsense that we have somebody who staged an insurrection running. I think
Yeah,
that
true.
it's
Sure.
crazy that
Very-
met him?
they
Very problematic.
I told you I met him.
Oh, you met him?
Yeah, I was
You
at his
got a
house.
picture with
I
him.
was at Mar-a-Lago.
Okay, really?
Yeah, in college. I did a volunteer event.
Yeah, I've worked
for
over there
charity.
before. I've met.
Did you
too.
at Mar-a-Lago?
I went
When
to
was
a
like
rally.
14.
Wow.
2016, South Haven, Mississippi, dude. Shout out.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I
It was rock and roll.
I
dude.
heard
It
a
was-
lot about his real estate dealings, beforehand, because my family's involved in real estate,
Okay.
and I just to me he's a con man.
Okay.
And then he's also racist, so I don't
Okay,
mess with that.
right, right.
But I mean,
Yeah, pull up that mic.
yeah. So
But yeah, dude. I mean, like, I went to the rally. It was wild. Like, I'm not like a Trump supporter.
I went to an Obama rally. That was pretty wild, but like the Trump
The
supporter
dude, Trump
rallies,
was crazy, dude. My
the Trump
buddy,
supporter rallies seem kind of crazy.
my
and
buddy
seem
called me.
Scary.
My
Like a
buddy
football
called
And
me.
you went to an
Like a
Mississippi one. You might as
2016.
well
2016.
just announce that you were at a Klan rally. Like that
Yeah.
was basically what you went
Yeah,
to.
no,
You-
no,
2016
so
though. 2016.
I was chilling and like my buddy called me and he was like, "Hey, my parents have an extra ticket to the Trump rally. Do you want to go?" And I was like, "Of course."
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like it's fucking
Yeah.
regardless of anything,
All right.
it's history.
Yeah, right,
It's
right.
history. It's craziness happening.
Okay.
Dude, so when I get in the car and like we're like riding there and like waiting in line and like his dad like turns around to me and just goes, "All right, now we get drunk." And we're just taking pulls of Jack Daniels and we get to the parking lot and it is like a college football tailgate. And like I like talked to like many people there and I was just like I asked them the same question every time I go, "Do you think they were doing this for like Jimmy Carter rallies?" And they were always like, "Probably." I'm like, "Oh no." That's the wrong answer,
You're like,
dude.
wrong answer.
Dude, but so then when you go in there, everybody's just drunk.
Right.
And then before Trump comes out, he's playing like Led Zeppelin, the Rolling Stones. Everybody's just, woo!
Wango Tango.
And it's literally just
Ted
like, oh, of
Nugent,
course
yep.
this guy's going to win.
Okay.
This is like the coolest thing that's happened in this town
Okay.
in a year. Of
Right.
course they're going to vote for him.
Okay.
And then like when we left, it's so funny. It was like, then it was just like all like the black dudes in like South Haven, Mississippi just selling like offhand merch. That was so
Wow,
funny.
bootleg fucking
Dude,
Trump
it was
shit.
so funny. It was dude, there was pictures of like Hillary Clinton like taking it up the ass and shit like that. And then like dude, it was amazing. And like one of the shirts and like I was like going to buy it like as like they like shut it down. It was a shirt that just had an AR-15 on it, and it said, "Is it because I'm black?" And I was like, "That's the greatest shirt I've ever seen." But dude, it was literally, it's like I say it on stage, but like it's literally like it's history. Like it's like back in the day, like in 1942. I'm sure there was plenty of people that were like, "Let's go to this Hitler rally. Let's see what all the raves about."
you know
and then
what?
they get there and they're like, "Oh no!"
It's the most
you know what
entertaining
I-
thing in town.
Yeah.
You know what I postulate? I postulate that Feinstein's ancestor was a collector of pieces of Negro, like back in the day.
Wow.
Like,
Oh my God.
back in the day,
My
he was at all the
great-grandfather
rally. He has
Hell no.
pickled Negro ears in his attic. There's pickled
Hey,
Negro
whoa.
ears in his attic.
Hey, my great grandfather, my great grandfather
I know.
Cajun.
He-
I'm glad he
He's
picked
got-
you, not
he's
me.
got
Oh,
pickled
God.
Negro Ghost foot in his attic or something like that. I can tell. He's got too many stories.
My
on
great
his
grandfather
house.
came to the United States during the Holocaust
From where?
from Poland,
Oh shit, you're Polish?
and then got here, and then did own a bunch of black. No, just kidding. He was the first guy to buy slaves in 1948.
Okay, all right.
First one. So.
All right. Every white guy arrived here in 1923 on Ellis Island. Everyone that I talked
No,
to, right?
dude, there was one time in high school in like this like group chat that we had. It was like a bunch of guys on like our football team, and it's just like migrated guys. It was like I went to like a small white school. We had like
Of course.
my brother's grade,
I did-
only white guys. My grade, we had 3 black dudes.
I went to a
And
similar school.
It was like so it's like there's only like 15 of us in our grade, and there's like a 15-person group chat. Like 3 of the dudes are black, and they're still my good buddies. But like I just remember like one night like somehow like I was like back like everybody's texting a lot, and the group was like fucking around, and like we got in like this like heated argument in the locker room that carried over to the group chat.
Oh, shit.
Just about it started with black guys can't be racist. And then all of us were just like, I don't understand. And then they were like, it just got to the whole argument of just like, well, the Jews had the Holocaust and black people had slavery. Could Jews not be racist either? And then,
I mean, like,
yeah, no, yeah.
good question.
And how many black people were you in high school, Alec?
What?
How many black people were you in high school?
Well, we said the N word respectively, and that's
Oh,
all
okay.
that matters. Not a lot. Not a lot.
My sister told me recently that my high school's demographics racially, which I never knew. At least what it is this year. You want to take a guess?
I mean, like, what is it?
South Florida, West Palm Beach.
Okay.
You got a shot, Will?
305 do or die?
I'm about 45 minutes north of there, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, I'm from 561.
Okay, 5, 6.
But when I was in high school, apparently what it is now is much surprising to me. Way less black people, way less white people. 70% Hispanic,
I mean, it's all Miami.
18% black, 7% white.
Okay.
Is what? No Asians, no Muslims.
No Asians.
That doesn't exist where I'm from.
This is
Oh wow! But yeah, 70%.
What was that?
Ray just texted me and said I'm changing your name on my phone to El Judito.
Oh,
I
El
Should we call
Judito.
Ray?
That's
wait,
on hold.
wait,
Maybe
wait a
later.
second.
Maybe later.
See, my family, we don't text each other about the demographics of anywhere.
She called me. She called me. She called me.
It's worth it.
That's true. I mean, same, because my parents would just be like, well, we look out the window and it looks white to me. And there's no reason for them to text me that. We
Damn.
we're like, Mom, we know. Are you
Oh, my
okay?
God.
Are you okay?
Okay, so this stuff has like some
Yeah, I
sort
don't
of
like that fentanyl.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I
yeah,
it's
right,
fentanyl.
right. I don't know if I trust this. It's not
You know
in my
that-
head.
You made me nervous for you, dude. Now I'm
Like the fact that like my parents know about like, the fentanyl and they like see like the news stories of like fentanyl and weed or something, and like if I like smoked with my mom, which I have before, and I like did that, and I was like,
Yeah, but
Mom,
any lighters
there's
or-
white powder
Yeah.
all over this weed,
Yes,
but don't be worried.
right.
It's like such a it's the
hard
way
sell.
that weed is
It's
smoked
just-
these days.
It's the new Keith.
a hard sell,
silly-
dude.
I
it's
just
a
yeah, but I don't
silly-
want a new Keef. What's wrong with the old Keef?
I just showed him hash where he's like, "That's new Keef," and now there's this white Keef.
The old Keef got me too high already, and I don't want
Nah,
this new Keef.
This stuff is.
Call
is
me old
pretty
school.
mellow. It's
Yeah,
pretty
those
mellow.
dabs
It's
fucked
pretty
me out
mellow.
earlier,
Yeah,
dude. Dabs fucking
dabs
ruined
give me
me,
too
dude.
much. Why, dude?
Dabs are freebasing weed.
It's
I said
crazy,
that.
man.
I
Straight
said
up.
that at Turp Mart. Shout out to Turp Mart.
Shout out to
I shout out to Turp Mart. I said
Sundays.
that at Turp Mart, and people like kind of perked up. I was like, "That's freebasing weed," and they're like, "What?" A little
It's
triggered.
scary. I would
A
not
little
want my
triggered.
mom to walk in on me doing a dab.
They'll
She'd be
give
like,
you a
"What
dab
is
and
Yeah,
say
this?"
get
like,
on
what the fuck is
stage.
it?
You
Yeah.
know, I can't do a dab and
I'm
get
not
on
gonna-
stage. It's too
can't
much.
do
I
it,
mean, I
but-
smoke weed all day. So.
You're a champ. You gave me a dab earlier, but for me, I smoke my shitty weed all day. You know, like I don't want to dab. I can't
Dude,
do
my-
acid and get on stage or shrooms.
Oh, dude,
I'm not that guy.
Who does that? Who does that?
White
There's
people.
some guys
White
that do
people.
that.
White people. do
Yeah,
that.
why?
Yeah.
Why do that? What is this?
I'm
And then-
sorry.
And
I
then
don't
they
know.
wonder why their sets hit flat, and it's just like, bro, you're on tons of drugs.
But
Dude,
don't you
after-
get it?
What you're saying?
But don't you get it? It's like this. And then
after
like
the-
trying to explain
after
it.
the-
See,
after the Super
Nick,
Bowl.
Nick Swartzen just got like
Yeah, it's
walked
funny
off.
as fuck.
Yeah,
He was just too drunk
way
at like a
too
show in Denver, and then like
Too drunk, I can
like
relate
they
to.
turn on
That's
the
a
lights,
mistake.
like
but
and like the guy came out and was like, sorry about that, and then like gave everybody refunds. And now I just saw that now all his shows, he's like booking like 3 times as many shows in Denver, and he's selling out every one of them
Nice.
since
he got
'cause
drunk
The,
and it
the
went
vi-
viral.
a viral moment.
That's-
See,
Yeah,
this is
exactly.
what this
Fucking
is
But
what
I
I was
think he's
talking.
actually just an alcoholic.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
pretty
but
like documented. So
this is what I was talking about with
That's wild, dude.
earlier with you guys,
Yeah.
and I
The
was talking
viral
about with
stuff.
this with one of my friends earlier. You know, comedy stand up, this format that we all do, is being reduced to staged viral moments. And I don't know if
Yeah,
Nick
straight up.
Swartzen is like, you know, did that on
no,
purpose
he's
to,
he's
to
a pretty
trigger.
documented alcoholic.
Right,
That's what
right.
we want you to think.
But you know, the cynical part of me is like, you do
I
this,
see what you're saying,
and
but
then
Ken.
I see what you're saying, but with him, I'm willing to believe
Right.
because he doesn't. It's not like he's a social media guy. He's already made it. All of the videos, there's only like 2 videos, and it's people clearly in the audience being like, "The fuck."
yeah, right.
Like it's very obvious that
Right.
I think I'm good enough.
But
I'm
these-
cynical too, but
These novel
Think I'm good
viral
enough
moments
at weeding
though
it out.
are what's selling tickets now, and they're what's, and I think that they're becoming more contrived, and I think that we're
Sure.
going to eventually find out that a good number of these were staged, fake, and
Sure.
really,
in my personal
really
opinion, I don't think it's that one. I'm sure.
Chris Rocco-Smith.
huh?
I'm sure
Chris
in that
Rocco-Smith?
sit-
Do you think
Yeah.
that was fake?
I'm lying. I don't think it's fake.
I don't
But
think
but they
it's
both
fake.
killed it after. It's weirdly enough.
No, Will Smith took a serious.
He got that
hit.
role like 3 months later.
No,
He got
that was
paid-
already planned.
But he got paid a lot of money.
And wait, no, that was already
He really
a
hadn't done anything
contractually.
since.
Then how did he
He
suffer?
already had the agreement.
He
Ah,
hasn't done-
yeah.
Wait,
He
let's
had
see what
that
he's done
movie with
since.
Apple Films, I think that it can't win a Academy Award because he's banned from it
Okay,
for,
okay,
for
okay,
a
okay.
certain amount of time.
Yeah,
He
Let's
had
see what
like
his
Oscar
latest
I don't think it was
contenders
staged.
that
I'm
were in the
fucking
pipe.
around. I just
and that kind of messed up a lot of money. And
Let's-
the fallout. I mean,
When was that? 2022.
I think so.
sounds
Let's see
right.
what he's done since then.
He's done some sort of YouTube
Oh,
thing. where
Emancipation. That's what he won the thing for, right?
That's what I meant.
he
Emancipation.
was
yeah.
supposed to win a lot more.
Yeah. So he's only his entire career. He's only been an executive producer of a movie called African Queens, Jenga, and that was in 2023. And literally nothing else. So nothing. I'm saying that lends to your
tanked
argument.
his career.
I'm
He
just
hasn't done
saying,
anything. He has not done anything.
It,
since
it
then.
really derailed a
Yeah.
lot of
I mean,
good
so
I think
stuff
Chris
that he
Rock made
had
his whole
going.
special about just making fun of him too, and Dave Chappelle did it.
He didn't
on
make his whole
last
special about it. That's
no,
just
but
the
a
most
lot of
viral.
jokes.
Only
But a
like
lot of
what
jokes.
happened to Chris
But he
Decent.
Rock.
talk about it, and like everybody who watches that is like, "Oh, I'm clearly on your side."
Yeah, of course. I mean, Chris Rock to me is my goat, so I'm on his side. I thought it was hilarious.
Over Chappelle?
They go back and forth, but right now, I saw Chappelle in person. I seen them both in person. They're both. I don't know.
What about
I put
Eddie Murphy?
Louis over Chappelle.
Chris
but-
Rock on stage better than Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle has
I-
done more comically and creative, but Chris Rock on stage, I think, is
just joke standard.
it's just what I like.
I feel
Everyone
like
has their
the
opinions.
philosophical, what makes me think.
Dave Chappelle's been more philosophical. I don't know.
I
Recently.
think Louis C.K. has made a fine career off of being
He's amazing.
the slick white dude who said the N word on stage, and I think that's what
Don't
I
think
think
that at all, but-
I think that's what kind of like really like
thought that one
defined
showed up
his
in that, yeah.
his stand up, and he
kept
slips
saying
that
that,
in all the time. And I remember watching comedians talking comedy when it was him and Chris Rock,
Chris Rock and Ricky Gervais and Jerry Seinfeld.
and he's just slipping the N word in there all in Chris
Yeah, they
Rock's
bait him
face.
into it though.
And I don't bait him. What?
I haven't seen that.
Okay. Anyway, all I'm saying is just like, personally, I'm not.
So
not
he gets a
that-
pass?
Huh?
Does he get a pass?
Clearly not.
No.
I wouldn't say he's.
we're-
I wouldn't say at all in
No,
any way, shape, or
I-
form that he's
and
made a
that's- I don't-
career off of that.
I think that's.
I mean, we watched an episode
that's
the other
the-
day. Alec, you and me watched an episode today, and he started off the show with this stage
Yeah, which is
bit
a
where he
bit
said
that he
like
uses in one of the
7
specials.
times. Yeah, and I'd
Damn.
seen it in the special.
I'm just saying.
But I
that's
was like,
his,
damn,
That's his,
like,
that's
what is
the
he
gimmick.
even
That's
in
his
his-
whole thing.
I'd say he probably
that's
hadn't
the
done it in, like,
only
4 or
thing
5
that.
specials.
No. Really, that's
like
the
4 or 5 specials he
only.
probably hadn't done.
That's the only thing. I will go as far as to say this. That's the only thing that differentiates him from any other white comedian from New York at the time.
That's
like
crazy.
literally, that's the only
That's-
thing.
But
He's
his
the one
writing,
that's-
bro.
Yeah, all of his other jokes.
All
you
of his
said
other
comedy,
jokes.
He has like
he
one or
has a-
two jokes with the N word, and that's it.
Okay, so he has some pedophile jokes. Okay, these are some of his notable bits and everything like
Dude,
that.
he has like 10 specials.
I like the airplane
I
joke.
And
understand.
like one or two of the jokes
plenty
are the N word.
that is his main gimmick. That's his main gimmick.
I don't
He's
agree.
like- that's
I don't
like
think
the-
it's his main
yeah,
gimmick,
that's
but
his
something I
main
never
gimmick.
forgot.
Yes,
It did.
yes,
It is
yes.
something he went out of
Isn't
his
he married
way.
to a
And
black chick?
he was that guy for a little bit, but he's
I think
more
he
than that.
mentions that in the
Bill Burr was.
Bill
no,
Burr.
he
Yeah,
was.
that's
I'm pretty
Bill
sure he was. His first wife was.
Maybe let me look it up.
I don't know. But
In the show, she is. In his show, his first wife, his ex-wife is.
Bill Burr's amazing.
And so all I'm saying is
not gonna agree
Louis
with that,
C.K. and on top of that, let's not forget that he is a little bit of a weirdo creepo here and everything like that, and he is a bit of a sex pest. So all I'm saying is that if we're gonna bring up in discussion, I think that should just be brought up every single time. I think that should. Be
I
brought up.
disagree, but
yes, I personally think that needs to be mentioned every single time that he gets brought up.
I think that's crazy.
What do you mean? How is that crazy?
Because I just don't.
Why was that
I don't think
crazy?
that's a thing you need
It
to
needs
bring
to
up.
be said. Yes, it needs to be said. Like, dude, there's
That's-
other comedians where I've experienced where
It's like if
whenever
anybody
they're
talks
brought
about
up,
like Rosemary's Baby, anybody needs to go, well, that's the director that was a rapist, and we got to make sure to say that. Then do a moment of silence for the victim.
well, okay. What if we were talking about like a Bill Cosby's,
Sure.
yeah, okay, and every single time he's brought up.
Do I think it
we have-
needs to be?
Yes, it is.
No,
It
I don't
is
think it
brought up,
needs to be.
especially within certain companies. So I personally like to, whenever
Okay.
Louis C.K. is brought up, I will.
Okay, yeah. We need to address.
It needs to be
He
addressed,
is a
and it-
pedophile.
No, I don't. Wait, I never said that.
Yeah, you didn't say that.
No, just
Weird
just
sex
sex
things he's
pest.
into. Not a pedophile.
I'll definitely. I'll.
He's a jacker offer in front of women he thinks are consenting.
Well,
Yeah, that's wild,
Is thinks are consent.
Well,
I don't.
he thinks that he's wrong, but that's his issue. He's not a
Hey, light
pedophile. He jacks off in front
Well,
of
I
women.
just want to say that
Lighter.
if we're gonna do this,
Is that? See, here's the
if
funny
we're gonna,
thing.
can I say this real
Lighter.
quick? Can I get this out? I'm gonna say that if we're gonna go by these rules, we're ready to bring up the things that we did bring up Hitler earlier, and I
Okay.
think
Hitler did
we
That
need to
is-
remind the audience that Hitler is a genocidal racist,
Yes.
probably rapist. Too.
I think that goes without saying.
Yeah, I just wanted to get back. I didn't want to miss anybody.
Okay. Yes.
I didn't want to miss anybody.
Okay.
what were you
yes,
saying?
yes. No. No. Carry on.
Bill Cosby,
Andy Dick.
Well,
Andy Dick.
you ever seen him at the store?
Andy Dick is he's a renowned.
I've heard some
drug addict.
things about him,
Yeah.
dude.
He was
I have
on
no
a
idea, but
streaming
I've
site.
heard
He was on a
some
streaming site.
things, dude.
Yeah.
I seen him like.
Like if he
super
meets
weight-
you, he will grab your dick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
he is.
like it's a joke how many comedians say. Like,
Yeah.
as soon as I met him, I was excited. He just grabs your dick. Or like it's preposterous how many do.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like I had like a buddy who like lived
Preposterous.
in the Hollywood Hills, and
But I
like,
don't know.
and like Andy Dick's known just to like knock on people's doors in the hills if you live by him, and just has come in, and he lived in like one of those like creator kind of houses that was like just a bunch
Yeah.
of YouTube people, like a big house in the hills right above the Comedy Store, and he's like, yeah, dude, Andy Dick just knocks on our door at like 4 a.m, and if somebody's awake, he'll be like, let's party, and they just like go in there, like, do drugs with them for a little bit, and just like, all right, see you later.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. That's
I
a
mean-
wild way to live.
To have that as a neighbor.
I'm supporting that. You know,
He's
just
great.
long. I hope he's not out
Yeah.
grabbing dicks. But if you're the guy who shows up at a party and they let you in, that's a
I
cool.
really like.
That's a
I'm
cool
really
name.
confused, like how he like. I was thinking about this the other day, like how he has so much money still. Like he really
He,
like.
he does.
Investing.
I mean, I assume that he's like still
Uh.
like just fucking around. I guess he just
I think he has more reputation than money.
sure, yeah. He's spent all he's had because didn't ever have any like that big of roles.
Yeah, I don't know. Is he independently wealthy or something? Or
It could be. I mean, it's Hollywood.
I
To
don't
me,
know.
he's got a lot of money, but he's probably
Yeah, but
way
he hasn't
worse.
done anything in like
What-
20
Way,
years.
way
probably.
worse than his high point.
What makes you believe he has a lot of money?
Like, he's in like old school,
Super
like
fair,
where he's like
dude.
that gay guy who teaches him how to do blowjobs, and that's probably the last movie he did.
It's a fair question.
Well, do you think he got paid a lot for that?
No, that's what I'm saying. I think he was like a big comedian like in the 90s, and then he's just been coasting as a guy, like you said, who's just known.
Yeah, I think he's
And he
more.
just coasts
I
around.
think he has more clout than.
Because
money.
he's going on
But is he
Howard
getting
Stern,
and that
is he
brings
getting
money.
work as a
Yeah, because
comedian?
Because you just
But now
do
he
events
doesn't.
because you're Andy.
But does he
Yeah,
get
but
work
that's
as a
run out, though.
does he get work as a comedian? Is he doing
Agreed.
stuff? Not I don't know.
No.
I don't think in a while.
No.
So, yeah,
He's
what-
like
Same.
banned from everything.
I think that's
Yeah.
why there was that video like 2 years ago when like he's like in his trailer or whatever in Orange County. And
I
like,
heard. Here's what I saw.
he did something crazy.
I saw the last bit of Andy Dick that I saw. He was on
The last
one
bit of his dick. The last tip of Andy Dick's
I
dick.
think he was on one of those streaming sites, LP2 TV or something like that. The one that's like really underground
Sounds
or
very
whatever.
obscure.
And he was on an obscure streaming site, and he was being abused on camera by some sadist.
Like sexually?
I think I guess there would be some sort of sexual
Sure,
proclivity to
yeah, but he
this
was
sort
getting
of-
punished.
He was being punished and being treated very poorly on camera.
That's
Damn.
funny. to me.
Yeah, and he was not looking in good condition.
I'm
I don't
sure.
think
I
he
mean, he's
has.
getting
That must have been a
punished.
lasting
he's like a
image,
super
dude. That's a
alcoholic.
lasting image.
Yeah, and
the
don't use
last
meth.
time I
It's
saw
like
A
a
it.
super alcoholic.
I think
He-
meth is a thing as well in his life.
Yeah, I think that might play a contingent. I think that might be
I think maybe I'm crazy, but
a
there's like,
factor in his situation. Yeah.
I think there's a video of him in a trailer.
I think he was being abused here somewhere in Hollywood.
Probably.
And he was in some sort of garage or a basement or something like that, and they were like, depriving him of communication with his family, and they were hitting him with various.
Hey, you used to go on. You used to go on Howard Stern a bunch.
And I think Howard Stern has moved on from like the characters that
Yeah, but the old Howard Stern was so fucking funny, dude.
I was an Opie and Anthony guy.
Yeah. See, I
was
was all,
on
I
Opie
was
and
all
Anthony.
too young for it, but then like 5 or
How
6
old are you?
28.
Okay, yeah, you might be.
But then like 5 or 6 years ago, like all of like those old Howard Sterns, like the full videos
Mm-hmm.
and things are on YouTube. I've like seen like them all now.
Yeah,
I just listened to the old ones when I was at work.
I was a Opie and Anthony listener, and I was on that side of the shock
Sure.
jock side, and
Yeah.
I was a frequent caller, and they would give me like a half
Yes,
hour.
how old were you then? When was Opie Anthony big?
Opie and Anthony was big in the early thousands.
It still is.
Well, no, they broke
it's
up.
not.
Yeah,
No,
they
it's
broke
not.
up. They're not even together anymore. Right?
No. Yeah,
thought it was.
It's cancer.
No, now it's like
it.
Jim Norton and.
Him and Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to call into that.
So how old were you when you were calling in? How old are you?
I was I'm probably early 20s, late
And that's
teens,
like
early
what, like
20s.
2005?
No, I'm 36.
No, like 2005. Yeah, okay.
Oh, so I wasn't calling it in 2005. It was more like it would be like maybe 2010 through 2012, around maybe a little after that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
You were a frequent caller?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they knew you? What would you call in and say?
I would just challenge Opie and Anthony on certain things. I'd call him racist and everything.
Were you a comedian then?
yeah. There was one episode where I
Like, or
did
you
a
just
set.
how did you become a frequent caller? You just kept calling in just because you were a fan? And
I
fucking with them?
would just be like outrageously offended, just for the radio.
Sure, and would they be like, and Ken Steele's calling?
I would so sometimes I would call in with aliases and
hear
then sometimes I would call
Ken
in
Wood.
as Ken Steele, yeah.
Kim
So-
Fiberglass.
Kenwood, dude.
Kim Plastic.
right.
It's
And-
Kid Tugston today, and I'm
No, I think I would call in as Steve, just something to like yeah.
Ken
like-
Steve.
I like the way he said Steve. It was very Steve.
I assume that he said Ken Steve also.
Right.
Ken Steve calling in.
Yeah, right. So
Did you have a mustache at the time?
no. Well, I think I had like regular,
How long have you had that mustache?
maybe 2 or 3 years at this
Okay,
point.
that's not.
I
Damn, I've
remember.
only known you with the mustache.
I know.
Missed
I
you-
felt like to
didn't know
me,
you
like it's like
beforehand.
you were born with that mustache.
No. There was facial hair before this mustache. I had a
Whoa.
That was an awesome sentence, dude.
I had a brother. Yeah, brother.
He's more than
Oh
the
yeah,
mustache.
yeah, yeah.
Mustache.
Like like a
Hollywood
trucker.
Hulk Hogan,
Yeah.
trucker.
My name is Earl.
Yeah, I had one of those for a
What's the
while.
guy's name who did Supersize Me?
That's Morgan Spurlock.
Yeah, Morgan Spurlock.
I
kind of
guess
thing.
I had one of those. And then prior to that, I had like just like a regular, like a circle beard. And then prior to that, I had like a full on.
What? A
Nah,
Rick
that
Ross
big,
kinda,
dude.
yeah,
that
yeah.
big, James Harden, Rick
Like
Ross?
Amish beard.
Yeah, I had a really
like
big
that.
beard. Yeah.
How long that
Did you
take
have
to
hair
grow?
on the top?
Multiple years. Yeah.
Did you have hair on the top then?
Hair on the top? No, I was well bald by.
How long
then.
you been bald?
Well, bald, dude.
I'd been
bald.
bald. Probably. I had hair in corporate America. I had hair in Chicago.
Did you
For
you
a
meet him
couple
with
of
hair?
years.
You remember him having hair?
Okay.
No, I don't
Oh, okay,
I've never
so-
met you with her in Chicago.
Okay.
Dang.
Yeah. So yeah, it would be later. Yeah.
You smoking a cigarette?
Yeah.
Can I smoke one?
Yeah.
Look at that, dude.
Ash in a beer can.
Stone Coke sober. Cigarette.
Wait, I want to tell you about that movie.
Okay. What's up?
It's
was
something I
crazy.
haven't seen.
Yeah, it's something. I mean, yeah, this kind of works.
It's
but
the Greek-
Ken
yeah.
Steele, I know, is like a big movie guy.
Okay. What's up?
But so Emma Stone won the Oscar for it last night. She's like the lead person,
Mm-hmm.
and she stole it from that Native American person. And Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon.
I saw Killers of the Flower Moon.
Awesome movie.
I don't think her acting in that movie was something to
She didn't do anything.
exalt. Yeah,
She just
was
said,
a
huh.
She was a very
Dude, she was the favorite. Emma Stone for that role. If you bet it on DraftKings, it was
Right.
5-1.
really.
Did you bet?
I bet you Emma Stone.
No, I
had
gave up
actor
betting.
ass.
He was into
I gave
that.
up betting
He was
this
into
past
that
week.
5-1. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
You're a real degenerate if you know the odds.
He got rid of the app, dude. He got rid of the app. He got rid of the app.
Is that?
Yeah, dude, I'll bet on horses, Ken Steele. Like
Yeah,
4 in the morning, I have an
dude.
app where you can literally bet on horses any second of the day.
I joined you,
and it's a
dude. I
live
joined
horse
you.
race. It'll be like in
do
like
it right now?
Japan.
No, he got rid of the app.
And you're-
Dude.
oh
He's
my
trying
God.
To
to.
inspire, but
Wow.
He's not proud of his decision-making skills right
but
now.
Wow.
But once
so-
he starts winning again,
Then
Yeah.
he's going back just like last time.
yeah, well,
I might download it, dude. I might download it.
inspire.
You guys
Rocks.
crack me up. Oh my god.
You got me hooked.
You
I
love
was thinking about
gambling.
downloading it today.
You sat here and told
yeah.
us the odds that,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
the
of the
bookmakers
Oscars.
are.
I mean, they'll bet on
And
anything
dude,
now.
like, to
That's-
me, but to me, that I'm so deep in the gambling world, like that's like I figured I was gonna tell y'all, and y'all would be like, "Yeah, I saw that too." Like I'm that deep
You
involved.
thought that that's
Where I
like
thought
a
that was just
normal-
like, yeah.
Okay.
Like we'd accept
Not
you
at
more
all.
by knowing that. But like,
Oh,
yeah,
Wait,
well,
so Emma Stone wins
the
this
movie,
thing.
the movie.
So the movie, it's called Poor Things.
Right.
And basically, it's Willem Dafoe is Dr. Frankenstein,
Okay.
and this girl, she jumps off a cliff and she's pregnant.
Okay.
And then so he brings her back, and then he puts her baby, unborn baby's brain inside of her brain, and then brings her back to life. So she's an infant in Emma Stone's body.
An adult's body.
And then it's hilarious. Like the first time a guy sees her, like Willem Dafoe, like brings one of his students over, and he's like, "This is what I've done." And literally, a quote, what he says, he goes, "That is the prettiest retard I've ever seen." And I was like, "This movie's, yeah, I'm hooked."
Okay.
I'm hooked. So then, basically, what happens is that Emma Stone's character, she just like figures out that she can just rub her pussy and it feels good, and then starts fucking herself with all the vegetables in the house, and then she goes out and just starts fucking Mark Ruffalo to all ends, but like, and just becomes a whore, and then she literally becomes a prostitute, and then comes back home and marries the first guy. But like, people online are like, it's such like a 50-50 divide. Some people are like, this is the real feminist movement, this movie. And other people are like, this is just a fucking whore.
Okay.
And then there's a whole another side of people debating. They're like, this is actually pedophilia because it's the men wanting the young dude. It is just
it's
it's just hilarious how like grayed the lines are of like feminism and not feminism. It's literally the whole movie is her just getting dick from random guys, and people are like, this is better than Barbie in the feminism.
Well, they were mad about.
And then you said she
Spider-Man.
found out she can
Into
make
the
money
Spider-Verse.
fucking and all that. Yeah.
Okay.
The
so,
dude who acted in that complained about it. He's like,
That's
he,
true.
he should have won, but I mean,
So
I don't follow
I
that.
saw Barbie, and Barbie was a great movie.
Barbie's a great movie. This
Barbie's
was a
good
great movie, too.
Wait, you seen Barbie, Alec?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I've seen it. It's a good
I-
movie.
I saw Barbie.
It's not bad.
Barbie
My
was a great
family
movie.
made me watch. My mom
Now,
had a family
now
reunion.
this movie
but
that you
It was
described
a
fun time.
is I mean like
You should watch. It's beautiful looking. It's like it's crazy. Like it looks like Metropolis.
Okay. Interesting. That is like that's
like 18th century.
a wild synopsis of a film that I didn't see. I
Dude,
didn't
just
catch it.
immediately becomes a whore. It's so
didn't-
funny.
I didn't even.
And like it's like a comedy too. Like they're saying like funny shit.
Yeah.
Like there's one point like Mark Ruffalo's like I'm the best at sex, and like fucks her. It's like a whole. You see Emma Stone's tits almost every time you see her, and Bush, and you see Bush.
Is it Emma Stone's or is it
Oh
a
yeah,
body
oh yeah,
double?
it's all real.
Okay.
could be
And,
AI at this point.
Or was
I gave it a
AI?
Google. Like she has like come out saying she was like I made everybody leave the set except for the director during all this.
Oh, jeez.
they-
But it's like who cares? You're already like
Oh,
millions
yeah,
of
my
people
they're all
in it.
gonna see that shit.
Yeah.
They're gonna fuck.
Everyone else except for the people in the set.
But it's so funny because so he fucks her a bunch.
Okay.
And then it's like a whole montage of them fucking like in all different positions, and then they're laying in bed, and she's like, "All right, because she's still like the mind of like a because like as the movie progresses, at
There's
the
a
beginning,
baby mind at
At the
first.
beginning,
I'm
she's a
kind
baby.
of grossed out.
Yeah, it's
weird.
weird. But no, but
Where's the
she rolls over and she's like, "I'm rested. Let's
right.
Nice.
let's I think just jump on each other again." She's like she says it childishly, and Mark Ruffalo is like, "Man, I can't." He's like, "I can't. Guys aren't the same." And then she's like, "So it's a physiological disorder?" Because she's also Dr. Frankenstein's child.
Like, he couldn't fuck
so
again,
she like
you're
has like
saying.
these
Couldn't
big words.
fuck
She's
again.
super smart. But she's like, "You can't do that." So it's a physiological thing. He goes, "Yeah, all guys can't do that." And then immediately goes out and gets some women pussy. Because she's like, if guys can't do this, let's fuck women.
Say the part you said earlier about they walk in on her when she first figures out she's fingering herself with shit around the house, and she's like, "Why is this weird? It makes me happy."
She starts
Like,
grabbing all the maid's pussy.
You know, people
She's
walk in
like,
and they're like, "Oh
no,
my
she's like,
God."
"I can make you feel good. It'll only take a second." Dude, this
It
is
sounds
a perverted
weird,
movie
dude.
I've seen in a while.
It sounds
There's
really
one
weird.
scene where while she's a whore and like getting money, she's like this guy. It's like a whole montage of like people like paying to fuck Emma Stone, and then this one guy comes in and he's got his 2 kids with him, and they're speaking in French, and he just goes, "I'm trying to teach my 2 kids like the best way to please a woman, so they're gonna watch me as I fuck you."
All right, I'm tapping out.
That's ridiculous.
I'm tapping
it's
out.
crazy.
I'm tapping out. I mean,
And that
I
one-
want.
Do you want to watch this movie,
and that
Ken?
won an Oscar.
Is this a movie you want to watch?
And that
Sounds
that
weird,
was
dude.
nominated for Best Picture. Emma
Really?
Stone won an Oscar for that last night.
Good for her. You know, I
Killers of the Flower Moon is a good movie. That's all I know.
Hey,
I
Killers
don't
of
think
the
it really,
Flower
won, I don't think
Moon.
it really won anything.
Killers of
Damn,
the Flower
that shit
Moon
was a
was.
savage movie, dude.
It was okay. It was a slow burn.
That shit made me feel white guilt hard. All of us, me, Alec, and Scott are
It just
white. We're
kept
all like,
getting-
man, white people are evil.
It just kept
Yes.
getting
we were
worse.
like, oh my god, dude.
Yeah,
we're
that
like,
was a
what is
pretty
up
hard
with these
one.
guys?
That was not a feel good.
Nah, feel
and there
good.
was like,
No.
We're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
whoa,
Dude, I have a whole theory, like, because like I think it like I laughed when we watched it, like that first, because you know Leonardo.
Did you see it in the movies?
No, we
Okay.
watched it on a projector at the club,
Okay.
so that's sort of. But
Shout out the club.
and like you know Leonardo DiCaprio only fucks like 25-year-old like models, and like that beginning part they just like lay the base for like the first conversation he has with Robert De Niro is he just goes.
You like girls?
He goes, "You like girls?" And he goes, "Oh." He goes, "Oh, you know I'm greedy, king."
Yeah.
And then later,
yeah.
because it's like they had to establish that Leonardo DiCaprio would ever have sex with a fat older lady. I have like a picture of like maybe like on set, like when he like had the sex scenes with her, they had a throw up bucket for him right there. Just for Leonardo to be like, bucket, I can't do this. She's not 19.
They say that's
That's
because
great.
he was like molested. and shit.
Is this good?
That's great.
Leonardo, they say that's because he was molested.
God damn,
Like, there's,
everyone's
like, one,
molested. Yeah, that
oh, dude,
sucks.
Producer,
I forgot to tell you this. My boss, who Coke knows, I'm not gonna say her name, but it's like my boss, and like she's like been around. She's like catered
Hollywood?
to Leonardo. Yeah, catered Leonardo DiCaprio's parties before. She's like a caterer. And like we were like talking at work, and like she said, just so casual. She was like, "I mean, yeah." She was like, "I mean, yeah," because he's bi. And I was like, "What?" She was like, "You don't know that Leonardo DiCaprio's gay?" And I was like, "How would I know that?" She goes, "Oh," she goes, "All of them take it." She goes, "If you are selective about only having sex and dating models, you're probably gay."
Oh, wow.
And so, I mean, you know her.
I know her. I've never heard that say. If you're
Isn't that
selective,
crazy?
only having
Yeah,
sex
she's like
with
all those
models
people
are
that just fuck
probably-
models, they're gay.
I mean, I don't only fuck models.
Yeah,
That makes me
I
feel
put
bad.
plenty of bogeys. I'll say
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Hey.
But I,
Grenades.
Grenades is that? It was
Yeah,
that
grenades
was
is the term.
what was that?
I fucked a lot of women with
That
good
was,
personalities,
Jersey
you know?
Shore term.
Wonderful personalities.
Wonderful
Man, a lot
ladies
of
with wonderful
beautiful
personalities. I fucked plenty of girls that had free drugs. There you go.
There you go.
You know, they
Great
came with their own
personality
drugs.
attribute.
That's
Yeah,
what's
they
up. That's
they
a
paid.
plus.
Yeah.
You're not gay,
Yeah.
according to this logic.
According to this logic. Oh, okay.
I mean,
all right.
I don't even
You heard
think
about
that
Diddy?
does make you gay. I don't think he's gay for that. You gotta say something
No, she
more
said that he has
credible.
sex with men.
Well, then that's the credible evidence of gayness.
Yeah, but that's
when
how she
that-
doubled down.
It's the definition.
Like she said that
So
first, and I was like, "What do you
she
mean?"
saw it or like?
I mean, she just.
She
I
was
mean,
at
who
the party,
knows?
bro.
She caters
Oh,
events.
okay.
She's just like
Yeah,
in.
she
She's
was
an
at his
actress.
crib.
I think it's just like that. He said those are just rumors around Hollywood, whether they're true or not. She's heard.
I have 90s programming, so in the 90s you had to
I like this framing.
personally witness it before it's
Yeah,
you know?
they have factual evidence.
You can't just be like,
I'm a
you can't just
millennial.
put
I'm
that
a
out there.
millennial,
Yeah.
and
I'm a
if
millennial
I
as well.
see something on the internet or I hear about it, I believe it.
Okay, this is some new
No
shit.
matter
This
what it is.
That's the new shit. That's the new stuff that's going on.
I believe in flat Earth
The-
and the world's round.
Yeah,
I've seen both.
The lower resolution, the meme, the more believable it is for you, guys,
Sure.
right? Yeah, there you go.
I'm of the framework that I meet a lot of dudes that say they're gay, and then I've only seen them fuck with
Yeah.
women and have girlfriends, and I'm
Right.
like, that's
I
why
know
you
one
can
you're
say
mentioning, but yeah.
that's why you could say faggot on stage, just because you said you're gay, and no one's ever seen you be gay.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I say I'm gay now on stage. I can get away with it.
You do say you're gay. on
Yeah.
stage.
He does. He's a whole bit.
Who's gonna follow me home and check? Who's gonna actually pay attention? I don't think I'm gonna lose any women in my life if I say it. I can just say anything, dude.
I think that's gayer than what happened to me, dude. I think you not risking it is gayer than me just getting tricked.
What am I risking?
That's
What am I
When you
risking
made
anything?
out with that
That's
girl in the
fucked up.
Uber, like
Oh,
you were
well,
afraid of
that's
that,
the
not
joke.
wanting to risk the pussy. But I'm
Dude.
saying you're gayer than me because I went for it.
If I ever made out with a chick that I thought was a chick, and then it turned out she had a penis,
But you can
she would
tell.
have to die. Like
You can
someone's
tell
gonna die.
though.
Huh?
You can tell.
Exactly. I thought they were
So, I
women,
mean-
but I've heard stories from friends where I'm like, they invited me in for a threesome, and I'm like, if one of them pulls out a penis, I'm gonna be violent. No, that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. I was like, let me get to know you first, because I'm not gonna get my. I've heard so many stories where I'm like, if you pull out a penis without my consent, it's a whole issue.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
think
straight
if
up.
you
I mean,
tell me ahead of
that's
time,
trickery.
blah blah, I'll say I'm not interested.
You know what I think is
But you gotta. I can't put myself in that. I picked them up from West Hollywood. I'm not gonna be like I made all these two girls, and that'd be on me. I picked them up from West Hollywood. I just said, let me get to know you. Gave him my number. But like Alex says, that's gayer than.
I mean, but that's trickery. I don't think that shit's fair.
I think
I just
You know
heard a
what
lot
I'm
of
saying? Like,
stories.
if you don't disclose the fact that like you was,
well,
Right.
Well,
But I've heard.
Here's the thing.
Same.
That's a
Here's the
fear,
thing.
dude. I'd be like, nah.
I think that with the human experience, regardless of whatever sort of gender that you identify as, I think that surprise penis is just uninvited.
Exactly.
Like surprise penis is like a universally frowned upon situation.
agreed.
I think penis, regardless of the genders, involved, needs to be, announced to some.
I think it's about consent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
and-
never
and
happened to
agreed
me.
upon.
Don't get me wrong. Like,
Announced and agreed upon. You know what
Announced and
Hey,
agreed
there's
upon.
gonna be dick.
But it
there's
was
gonna be
already
dick in this
at
scenario.
their spot at 2 a.m. I was like, let me give you my number. But if it's a surprise situation, then
So, surprise dick. I don't think.
I would be scared what I would do, where I'd be like, I have to change my name to Dr. Pepper, move to
Surprise,
Montana because I
surprise.
hurt somebody. Like I'd be like, no.
Yeah, I
I'd
just.
avoid that.
I don't even know if I was surprised.
Well, you got
I just
tricked.
brought it upon myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I guess they know because they've like both heard like me like do
They
it on
will.
stage like a gazillion times.
Yeah, are you talking about?
One time, I'll just tell you the whole story. I don't think we've said it on this podcast.
It's a good
Okay.
story. It's a good story.
When I first moved here, like 2.5 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I moved in with my brother in Costa Mesa. Like I would always go out like on Balboa Island in Newport.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the first week of me being here and being in California, from Memphis my whole life. And then I was just like blackout drunk and like at the bars all night. And then my phone died. And I was like, I know nobody. I just have
Mm-hmm.
to walk. It's like a 2.5 mile walk. I mean, it's Orange County, nice area. There's not gonna like a risk. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm walking, and then at like not even far, like I just was crossing the bridge over the bay, and I was like, "Fuck this, I'm tired," and then just threw up my thumb. And yeah, it was very
Like a whole-
but like you know what I mean. Like in my
Wild
mind,
out
I'm just
shit,
like,
wild out.
it's California. We're in Orange County.
It's an adventure.
Yeah, it's an adventure. What's
for
the
you.
worst? And I'm blackout drunk. Which
I
is-
get it.
Hey, good
and
for you.
so, dude, within 5 minutes, get picked up. Like it's a white Tahoe. I get in the seat. It's somebody wearing a mask. There's a fat lady, at least what I thought. And
Hell nah, dude.
they're like, "Where do you?" They're like, "Where do you live?" And I'm like, "So and so." I was like, "Here's some money." And they're like, "No, it's fine. It's fine." And then like, like halfway through the car ride, she like puts her hand they, him, her, what puts her hand on my thigh, and I was like, all right, and then like started like reaching my pants and was just giving me a little
rub and tug.
a little tuggy, and then we get to the
Isn't
apartment,
this confusing?
and this is where
Not confusing
this,
at all.
That
this is where
helps.
it's
I'm
important
sorry.
is that I
It's just a
didn't
bit.
come, and that's important.
Okay.
And then,
It's
but I do
important.
remember, dude, like when like we got there, I was like, we can just go up to the place and fuck real quick. like,
You said that?
Oh, I was just blackout drunk. I was like, I live here. We get, and then
Yeah.
they were like, no.
Yeah.
They were
then-
like that.
That's the end of that. I like tell my brother. I call my buddies the next day. I'm like, dude, I've been in California 1 week. I'm already getting hand jobs from fat ladies. I'm getting
Hitchhiking
picked
home.
up. This is sick. I'm like, I don't know.
You know.
Like, I don't know if you know about California, but you can stick your thumb out and get hand jobs in 5 minutes. This is amazing. And they're like, I thought that liberal fucking pussy state. And I'm like, no, I see Trump flags. That's how I like talk to my Southern friends, like to like try to convince them that California is cool. They're like, what? They're like, that liberal pussy bullshit.
It's everywhere outside of LA.
That's true.
Dude, I went to the University of Mississippi, dude. These are all my friends. This is. But like literally, like, when dude, the first day that I got to California, I went to Balboa Island. They were having a Trump parade with boats, and I was like, all right. My friends are gonna send them videos, and I was like, maybe they'll come around, maybe they'll visit me.
Oh my God. Okay.
And did
All
they?
right.
No.
No. Yeah.
But then so I bragged on my friends, and then it's fine. You know, I lived my life as a man that got hitchhiked and got jerked off by a fat lady. Funny story.
Okay.
7 months later, 6-7 months later, find myself in a similar situation. Made some friends or whatever, but they left, and then I took an Uber, and we're like crossing the bridge, like right where I got picked up, and my phone died. And for some reason, my phone died. It like canceled the Uber. And I was like,
you
and I,
there
and, no,
again.
it was like an Indian foreign dude. I was like, dude, I'll give you $40 cash. Just take me the rest of the way. And he was like, no, the kids will. I can't do anything. I'm like, literally, it's $40, dude. I'm like, just take the money. He's like, no, and drops me off. And dude, not 3 seconds later, I see a white Tahoe pull up, and I'm like, it's the same fucking car. And I get in. I'm way less drunk this time. And I look at the person immediately. I go, oh no! I was like, this is a man just behind a mask. This is a man behind a mask, and I'm literally sitting there the whole time, like yelling at him, like tell him to take off the mask so I know. And dude, the worst part is I literally
Tell me the truth.
I know, dude.
Tell me the truth.
And that whole time it's happening, we're riding for 10 minutes, and I look at him, I go, we're going to my apartment, and they go, I know where you live, I remember. And I'm like, oh. And dude, so just yelling at him the whole time, and then we get to the apartment, and I'm like, I have to know. I'm sitting outside the car going, I have to know. And then they slip down the mask, and I was like, ah! And they just sped off.
Wow, trolling to the ultimate
Staying with the
level.
voice the whole time.
Dude,
like,
but the crazy thing is, dude, that means that person patrols up and down there every day, probably.
That is
Word
a
for
predator,
that-
dude.
I think the word for that is cruising.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the word for that is
Predator
That's the
cruising.
thing, like, how are they always there? Are there
Or
like a
I
ton
was
of
just-
hitchhikers
Look,
on
you said
that
they
bridge?
always there too. Look at
Yeah.
that. Look at that.
Or I was just
Look at
that
that,
drunk
dude.
that time, and that person was just trying to be a nice citizen
Someone
and
talking
drive
about the
me
other
home.
night. We're talking about you keep saying
And I
he's
just let
there.
them
We're like, it's
molest
one
me.
person.
Yeah,
Is that a true story?
That's a true story.
God damn, that's wild.
I've heard people say he
See,
made it up.
This is why I'm not really an alcohol dude. I've had like really unfortunate things happen while you're in a plaster situation. Nothing like that.
Yeah, but it's funny.
But
But that's what scares me, dude. You see what I'm saying?
How it happened twice. By the
Dude,
same
I caught him. Dude, I
That's
could have.
scary.
They wouldn't have
Uber
picked,
was in on it.
if they wouldn't have picked me up. If they wouldn't have picked me up the
Nah,
second
he's
time,
hitchhiking, dude. He's
I
just
would have.
oh, his phone is
yeah,
in
but
on
Uber
it.
canceled it.
No,
at the
no, no.
per-
His,
Oh,
his
true
phone
that.
is-
Yeah, Uber
is
fucking hates you,
Apple
dude.
in on
Uber
it,
sets you
too?
up.
Did Apple set him up too?
Dude, but
the phone.
If I wouldn't have
They're
gotten
all in on it together.
Will, if I wouldn't have gotten the second time, I could have gone my whole life just thinking I was jerked off by a fat lady.
Right.
But I
Right.
had to find out, and then
But you didn't
He
come. You
made
didn't
sure
come.
But
that-
the
And that's
story,
important.
the
That's
story,
important.
the
It's amazing.
story,
It's hilarious.
Like the initial story doesn't sound like a fat lady. It sounds like a guy.
yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
with a fucking mask they won't
Yes.
take off.
He was drunk.
Oh, dude, I like on stage. I like go into it being
You're not like a
and then I was
finger
like, then I
at all?
thought about it, like,
Jacking
why does
off
this person
by
have
the
calluses
pussy?
on their hands? Well, does this lady work construction?
That's
Wow.
If we ran into this person outside, would you recognize him?
No,
Definite.
but maybe we talked about this the other night. I was.
He knows that face now. For
That's what I'm saying. I think.
There might be a good memory suppression there. I don't know.
Yeah, I think if I
Blurred
did see
in his
him,
mind.
I would.
Wakes up in the middle of
I would jerk them off. I would take the offensive.
I mean, they're right.
But you wouldn't let them
They'll
come.
take
You wouldn't
that.
let them
Yeah,
come.
that's true.
You owe them a hand job. Is that how you
Yeah,
do it?
but I
Yeah.
wouldn't let them come because that's important, and
Dude.
that'd be gay.
And he'd say, "Isn't this confusing for you?"
I go, isn't this
With a wig
confusing?"
on.
I go, I'm gonna.
The other way around now.
Yeah, exactly. That's the ultimate payback.
I'm getting you. You're not gonna come.
Or maybe I meet him the first, jerk him off, and then the second time.
I think he would come immediately.
What?
Yeah.
Judging from that
He'd be
story.
like, "I won. I got in his head. It took 2 years.
Finally.
You're right.
My master plan."
Dude, see now.
That's exactly what he wants.
Now I'm thinking like what if that was just like an honest citizen who's like known around there for picking people up, and I just
jerk him
coaxed
off?
him into molesting me or something, but that's really just a regular dude, and he's like, I remember you molested me.
Whoa.
But to be there at that time twice perfectly is like.
That's a plan. That's a schedule.
Yeah, it's a
predator, dude.
I think they just it's a
That's
small area.
Yeah, that's a stomping ground.
Small area, it just goes back and forth because that's like Balboa Island where the bars are to like the mainland.
Oh yeah, he definitely is cruising.
It's like right over. He like
for blackout drunk
Every
white
fucking
dudes.
night at 7 p.m.
for
just like,
7
let's
months.
go.
For
Let's
7
go
months.
jerk
7
somebody
months
off.
later. You
7
went
months
back to
later.
Memphis and came back, right? You went to Memphis and
Yeah,
came
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Yeah, but like
Came
7
back
months
out
for it to
here.
happen again by the same person. That's,
Yeah,
that's
it
destiny.
stinks.
That's destiny for you.
Ignorance is bliss, my friend.
You-
And in this case, I'm not ignorant. I remember.
You gotta see my point.
I
man.
think-
you gotta
I-
see my point.
I
now.
think it couldn't have happened to a better person. I
Thank
think
you,
that-
dude. I appreciate it.
Yeah, dude.
Like 3 months later, we went to I went to Colorado for my friend's birthday party. It's like all of my college friends, and we're like outside on the porch, and like I didn't bring it up at all. My two like good buddies, they just go, "Whatever happened to that fat lady that jerked you off?" And I was like, you didn't hear part 2 yet. Part 2 changes, and I told them, and then like one of the girls that was with us, she's like this like super liberal PETA kind of girl.
Yeah.
And after I told the story, we're all like just crying, laughing,
Yeah.
and she goes, "Rape's not funny."
you
And
know,
I go, bitch, it happened to me. I'm allowed to decide that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I go, have you been raped? She goes, no. And I go, well, I have, and it's hilarious.
no. See, and you know,
Is the
that's
bit
why,
worth the tug?
that's
Yeah.
why.
You're
that's
happy
why,
with
What?
it? If you could go back, would you change it, or is the bit worth it?
No, it's not that worth. Well, that's funny. I mean, I think it's unbelievably hilarious.
Wait, see, here's the thing.
It's like, but it's
This
not
is-
worth it. It's
This
not-
is why.
No, I don't
This is
know. I
why
mean,
I think it's
sorta
great
kinda
that it
is.
happened to him because
It sorta kinda is.
you turned it into a wonderful little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That,
A wonderful PSA.
that
Yeah.
can be,
And
you know,
I'm helping out the
transported.
community.
Oh my God, that's such a great
I say
story.
we make a whole thing about it. Like we show my stand-up bit of me doing it, and me telling the story maybe on this
And
podcast,
reenactment.
and then we go catch him,
Oh, you can't.
and then we go
you
down
have
there
the
see
bit
if
up?
he's still
Do you have the bit online?
see if he's still.
This is probably it.
That was probably it.
That's probably
That's
it.
my machine story. I'm about to be the Burt Kreischer.
Oh my God.
We can make the episode about
I have
this.
to take my
Where's
shirt
the-
off.
where's the-
I have to
where's
take
the
my
short?
pants off
We can make the
and
episode.
tell that story on stage for the rest of my career.
Dude, that
John
is-
Cena.
It's like Burt Kreischer with the
There's
machine.
so many.
Nah,
Okay,
John
see,
Cena
here's the
now.
thing. A normal dude that would happen to, right? And they would take that to the grave.
Yeah, pussies.
Dude, our friend Alec Feinstein doesn't shirk from the situation. He
Great
turns it
comedian.
into
Great
the fucking
comedian.
material.
He keeps it 100.
Great
Oh my
comedian.
God, he gets it all the way 100. I
Yeah,
That's
appreciate you.
funny.
But if you weren't a comedian, you'd probably keep it a grave. Well, you wouldn't be funny.
Yeah, well, I mean, when that happened,
Comedians always speak the truth.
when it happened, when it happened, I'd only done comedy like 3 times.
Dude, you moved out here after doing comedy 2-3 times.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was like right.
He's like, I got it.
And then even the second time when I lived in Orange County, I didn't do comedy at all.
I'm just gonna move to LA. I think I figured
Really?
it out.
You just did comedy? Like,
I got here and it was like the pandemic, and like I moved in with my brother, like just not knowing anything, and like thinking like LA was so much closer, and then I was just like, I don't know what to do, because I would go to the rec room sometimes in Huntington Beach, and then it was just like park shows, and I was like, oh, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know.
Like before, when I in Memphis, I literally did comedy 3 times and moved here.
Yeah, it's wild. I love
Some
And
people,
lived in my car.
And he had
did
an
all
enemy.
that.
some people, like comedy is like boxing, where it's something that they've done for years
True.
until they get good enough to like be put up on. And then there's some people that like just they have really nice tits and they're on like
Some are
in
just
6
naturally
months.
funny,
Yeah.
and they get the right opportunity.
And I support
right.
nice tits.
I like
I
that.
see.
I like that.
Nothing wrong with the system.
I've noticed that. I was just like, whoa, you're on.
What did that girl?
It's like, you got,
What did that girl say last time on stage? She's got tits that sit. She goes, I got city titties. My tits sit.
Yeah, see, I'm just saying that's if they have jokes about it, then
Yeah.
it's definitely remarkable and it's definitely
It's
wrong.
remarkable.
You
Yeah.
know, it's
I like
definitely-
remarkable.
and I had to remark on it.
Your chest shooting tonight was
Oh man, dude, seeing a girl that's semi funny, that's like the peak, but semi funny. And with like a great set of tits, it's like this is remarkable. This is every guy's like, hey, look at this.
Worth watching. Worth watching.
I didn't believe in God until I just saw it.
Life changing.
Imagine what the Pope would say about this.
The gay pope.
Hell.
The gay pope.
Yeah, that's what the Pope would say because
I
this is
don't
kind
mean
of
to
gay.
sound like like cynical or anything like that at all or anything.
About what?
I didn't mean to sound cynical.
I didn't perceive it.
I didn't at all.
Yeah.
Didn't perceive it.
Didn't
It's just
perceive.
something I've
Having
observed,
like looking hot does give you a boost. Being a female.
Cool.
I think we should all get fake tits.
Yeah.
I want
Because
to-
comedy is just like life.
fake tits,
We
bro.
all, this helps.
What kind
Same.
of size would you rock if you got fake tits?
I'm fine with it.
Jeez, some big.
You'd get
Dude,
some militia class titties. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
does it would you like ever like I've like with some of my friends that like I know that
Chelsea
have gotten
Charm
like fake
titties.
tits and then like now they have babies. I just would not want to get breastfed out of some fake boobs, dude. That scares me. That whole concept of a baby sucking a fake tit. Wow. Isn't that weird?
Never thought about it.
Isn't that
Wait,
strange?
what are we talking about? Like
Like if my mom had fake tits, she
Breastfeeding
doesn't.
with
Thank
fake
God.
like
But I
a
would be
woman
like,
that got
when
pregnant
did you-
after she already had implants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't want that. Yeah.
I wouldn't-
I've
it
not really
doesn't
thought
work
about it,
It
but
doesn't work like. they
you're really
can't
against
do
women
both.
getting implants and then getting pregnant and
I'm not
breastfeeding.
against
I think
it at
that's
all.
the
I'm just
old
saying I don't
style.
want
I
to be
think
that
the new-
baby. I'm
I
glad
think the
my
new
mom
ones-
didn't have fake
It's
tits.
fair, dude. Yeah, it's
I'm just
fair.
saying I'm glad my mom didn't.
I'm
That's
pretty
fair.
sure the new ones allow you to breastfeed.
I've never
while you
thought
have
about that,
titties.
dude.
I think they do because they go through the armpit.
Yeah, I think the new ones.
What about those titty pics on Instagram with the breastfeeding babies?
Yeah, that's
they breastfeed
amazing.
with
Have you
fake
seen this?
babies.
Yeah, and then they have their
It's amazing.
titties
And
I'm
out.
like, yo, look
Yeah,
at
it's
that
amazing.
titty.
That titty,
Yeah.
so silly.
Look at that fake ass baby. Look at that titty.
Yeah,
They
I've
know
seen
I'm
that.
a simple man.
I've been seeing that on like
It's just
people like
hilarious.
like, hey, this is going on, right? And it's just like
We should start
picture
mocking
after
it, dude.
picture after picture of.
We should start mocking it and like breastfeeding with like incredibly fake babies, like just like a Lego man.
It's a semi-realistic.
Like a Lego man.
They
and
use
like,
semi-realistic babies and everything. It's
expensive
Right.
looking
I think it's
fake
gotta
babies.
be. I think it's gotta be realistic looking enough.
Yeah, I think we get like a porcelain doll or a Raggedy Ann doll and breastfeed that. I used to,
Well, we gotta get a girl to show her titty. I'm down with it.
I think we can get
Wendy Wilkins
yeah, sure.
said she go topless with sketches I do. I do comedy
There we
sketches.
go.
We're
If you
good.
need me
We
to be
can have Wendy
topless, I'm
Wilkins.
down.
You
I'm
know
like,
what? You know what?
bam.
That's something
Shout
the
out
world
Wendy.
doesn't need.
Hey,
The world
hey.
doesn't need that.
I never
I
turned down
think
a
the
titty.
world- What are you talking about? Wendy Wilkins breastfeeding on TikTok to a Raggedy Ann doll?
That's viral as
That's amazing.
Exactly. This is art, dude.
It's art, dude. We're sticking it to the man.
Yeah,
We're sticking it to the
teaching
man.
somebody a lesson.
We're nipping it to the man. We're gonna nip it to the man.
Teaching somebody a lesson.
We are somebody.
I'm learning.
I love that woman to life, but we don't need to see her titties, bro.
Whoa.
It's fine, dude.
It's you.
Hey, like, comment, subscribe if you
Look,
want.
dude,
Subscribe.
Did are you one of those guys that was like, people don't need to see the Mona Lisa? People don't need to see the Statue of David. You're probably one of those guys that was like, the Statue of David, why do we have to show his dick?
I'm
it's
taking
important.
Wendy's titty over the Mona
It's
Lisa.
important.
Wendy Wilkins' titties is that important?
Statue of David.
Mona
cock
Lisa ain't
important.
hot. I'm not even
You're
fighting
putting-
for the cock.
You're putting extras. You're putting some extras on them titties, bro.
Well,
It's-
It's titties though.
was it the statue of Athena? Her breasts
Can't
are
say
out.
it.
She has no arms.
say
No arms, just breasts.
yeah.
Because you don't want to distract away from the titty.
but I was like, I can't even say it. It was
It's
funny
true.
Why put the arms
I was
on
say,
it?
like,
You
he's
just
got a
got-
little cock.
He knows they're not
true.
looking at
The
those arms.
statues.
You're right. You're right. You're
You
right.
ain't, you ain't looking at the arms on the statue of Athena. You're looking at the titties. That's why she has no
course.
arms.
Of course.
You know that
dude.
statue?
I know, yes.
Yeah, yeah. That's
now
why
that
they
you've
have no
explained
arms, 'cause
it,
You
yeah.
got to look at the titties.
That's solid, dude. I guess I like their culture because they always made the dicks little. It's not really
Yeah.
supposed to look at. Not
Did
something
you
you're supposed to be drawn to.
have you heard the thing like
Or they all little
archaeologists
dicks.
said that archaeologists said that like in like Roman whatever this is Roman times, right? That they like
Well,
small
Greek
dick,
times.
yeah, small dicks were like looked at as like you're a strong male figure. Isn't that funny
sure.
that an archaeologist said that? And
Yeah,
he was
an
like, yeah,
archaeologist said it.
the small dick
said it.
archaeologist.
He said it. Yeah.
yeah, just he's a small cock, and he's like, you know what these mean?
That's
You
fucking
know, back in back in
hilarious.
ancient times,
Why would
back
that
in
make
ancient times, big
Doesn't
dicks
make
were were
Yeah.
frowned upon. Yeah, dick is way too big. It's just what a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
A huge dick.
What a
dude,
loser.
Could you imagine walking?
Look at that guy with that
ass
big dick.
Dude.
Big dick
Ha ha.
loser.
Big dick
Jack.
Well,
Look at this big dick.
I agree slightly,
What does that
dude.
fall in the water in the
With
toilet?
the
Bro.
superior?
I agree slightly, just because like I would hate to like it would be difficult. It would.
If you ever believe humans ever looked at a big dick and said, "What an idiot!"
Yeah. No, but dude,
Hey.
wouldn't you find it weird though if
Yes,
like,
why do you agree?
like it
slightly?
would be? That's why I disagree. Or why I agree with his artistical
Belief.
belief.
You got our ears.
Is mean, median, and mode. If you walked in there, like it would be very difficult for me to appreciate all that the statue of David is if he just had like
A
a
big
10-inch
hawker?
cock. If he had like a
Big
10-inch hard cock,
hawker.
there's no way I would be like, this is amazing.
Distracted.
I would be just, I'd be like, this is just a big
Okay,
dick.
but what's wrong with just a normal size cock?
That is normal. What he's got.
10-inch?
No, what he's got now, that is normal.
No, they're
Stiff hawker.
very tight.
Hey!
And it's black. And it's black granite. He made it out of black granite. He glued it on.
Black granite. You're ridiculous.
I acknowledge
Oh
that,
my
would,
God.
that
Wait,
would be
wait,
distracting.
well,
I acknowledge that would be
we could
distracting.
go
Yeah,
to Alec-
10-inch black granite cock.
We could go to Alec Feinstein's
No, no,
attic.
Brad,
We could
distracting.
resurrect one of his pickled Negro dicks. And-
Oh, his great grandpappies? His great grandpappies.
Come get Alex Feinstein. Pickled,
Somewhere in Memphis.
Pickled inward dicks.
Pickled Negro
We got
dicks.
pickled inward dicks.
You got pickled Negro dicks.
Ranch
Oh my God.
flavored.
How did you make
Passed
money in your?
out.
How did your family make money?
We got
Passed
Kool-Aid.
They sold trinkets. They sold Negro trinkets.
Magical
they sold
ones.
Negro body parts.
No.
They harvest. Alec Feinstein's family.
Yeah, we got-
They made money in the South.
Their craft.
We did the we did the
We got
23 and me.
Kool-Aid flavored inward dicks. We got Kool-Aid flavored inward dicks.
He had pickled. They would go to the lynchings.
We have non-seasoned white
collect
dicks.
the noses. They'd collect the noses. They'd collect
They
the
sold
ears.
virgin shit out there.
They'd collect the toes.
What do you think of that? We have.
You know, there was little girls that they'd push all the little girls out the way.
Yeah.
They push all the little girls out the way. This Alec Feinstein.
This our spot right here.
Uh-huh. Well, dude, we have the.
You're the scumbag through.
We. I can't steal.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
This is you.
We would sell. We would.
I'm sorry, it's done.
We would sell. We would sell the Kool-Aid flavored black dicks, and we would also sell. We would also sell the non-seasoned white dicks. We would
unseasoned
sell
white dicks.
unseasoned white dicks.
Man,
Super
ain't
spicy Szechuan dicks.
Ain't nobody.
I know what a Szechuan is.
The umami flavored Asian penises.
Yeah,
Nobody.
We have raw
buying,
Japanese cock right here.
Nobody's buying white dicks for a damn thing. Nobody,
Raw Japanese cock
What?
over
No
rice.
spicy Mexican
White
like
dick
yourself?
has never. No, they've never.
Yeah.
They've never chopped off white dicks and pickled them for
Yeah.
anything. They just unimpressive dicks.
Not allowed to
Just
pickle. Not allowed to pickle.
No, they're just unimpressive. They're just
Yeah.
unimpressive dicks.
You don't
It's
show
fine.
that at your house.
Yeah, no, sir.
This the white dick, right?
This is
Look, dude.
Little small one.
Look, dude.
this is
I-
Blake's penis. bonus.
Like have the
It's no
the
good.
infinity fucking infinity.
They
gun.
You
might
can't
have a
even
few
pretend it
Irish
gives you
dicks.
strength. You
You
can't
know what?
pretend as
You know
powers.
what? They might have a few Irish dicks from back in the day, from back in
Thank
the
you.
early
Thank you.
days.
Shout out.
Back
Thank
in
you.
the
Shout out Irish people. Thank you.
Back in the old days, the oily days.
Italian dick and red sauce.
Italian
Italian dick and red sauce. Russian vodka cock. Russian vodka. Russian vodka.
Penne alla Ruski.
Yeah. Fish and dicks.
Oh my God!
Fishing dicks.
Fish and
Oh
dicks.
man. No. You just, it's just it all goes back to Alex Finestone's attic. You know, it's just his attic. His grandpa's
Well,
war chest is full of crazy shit. Oh my God!
This reverse racism.
What
yeah,
is
dude,
this?
it's happening.
What?
I'm offended.
This is the future.
What is this?
In the attic, dude. It's in the attic.
Oh my
People
God!
in the attic.
Oh man!
That was a good one, dude.
Jesus.
That was a good. Episode 10, huh?
That's just-
I'm gonna keep going.
No, but this is great. This is great. You all are super wonderful.
Better say super one.
I did too, dude.
Yeah.
You guys are all super. Well, Will's from Mexico. If you
I was
guys-
gonna say super white.
I don't have anything to say about Will. Will, I've known him for years, and he's great.
When did you first meet Will?
Huh?
When did y'all first meet?
In Chicago.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
man.
do you remember the night or anything? Do you remember specifics?
It was a few times at Mike's and shows.
At my shows and
And I had
What was like the
and
spot?
the nightlife.
Who moved here
What was
first?
y'all spot like when you were doing like? What was your first stand-up spot?
You know what? I don't. There was
don't
Power
remember?
Hour.
You have Alzheimer's now? You're that old?
Will's instantly like, you don't remember?
the first Mike. You always remember that.
Of course.
First, I honestly don't
I
remember.
Damn.
My first one was in West Palm Beach at the Improv. After I saw Roy
What,
Woods.
first one?
Yeah.
Never done anything on stage?
Nope. I saw Roy Woods at the college, and then I went and saw Mike Epps. And then I asked Roy L. Watkins, I was like, yo, how do you do this shit? And then he was like, just get up on
Sorry, I'm
stage,
just
go to
being
a
high.
mic,
Hold on.
sign up for a mic. And I signed up at the West Palm Beach Improv. I did that, and I had fun.
I'm from West Palm Beach, and I didn't know there was an improv there.
Yeah, bro. It's
Sounds
legit.
Oh, that's sad.
I heard it years ago, but until I moved out here, I was like, well, I did all my comedy in Orlando when I went to college, and then I moved here.
I feel like I hatched
Not
from an
enough,
egg in
Where I'm from,
comedy. I
then,
just appeared in comedy, and I was just like,
Yeah, but you don't.
yeah, I don't.
Okay, what's the first stand-up set you remember doing?
I
mean,
don't
how-
even
how-
remember
not
doing
remember
a
that?
first set.
Are you real?
right?
Right?
I don't remember a first set.
When did you first start comedy? How old were you?
I forget.
Why? You got to give a guess.
Hell no.
What's a guess?
Give us a range of 2 to 3 years at the very
Yeah.
least.
Something.
At
you
the
know,
very least.
How do
I don't-
you not remember the first?
Give him a
I
second.
don't know, something.
Give a second.
A
Give-
number.
Cold-
Just-
Give him the
Power
2 to
hour?
3 year range.
I'm-
Give
you
him a
can
second.
lie if
I-
you want
it was-
to. and I would
We
accept
won't be able to
that.
prove you wrong.
Because back
I
in
would
the day-
accept a lie.
You know what's funny is like here's the thing. I don't have an origin story.
But bro, you don't
Dude, you've
remember
had
that.
a
You're
cool
telling me.
life,
You're
bro.
telling me you don't remember the first mic.
He's had a cool life.
No.
The first time you
Okay,
stepped
but
on
what
stage.
about-
It's
give me a
unforgettable.
range.
Give
Give me
us
a
a
guess
2 to
then.
3 year range. Give
me a
us
guess then.
something,
Okay,
bro.
so like there was a time in college that I did some stuff.
Yeah, but
But,
you don't
like-
remember the first mic. It's unforgettable, bro. It's like the first moment you
Give me a
did the shit.
guesstimate when you started stand-up.
Well, we
But
said
you-
college. He started with college, so that sounds like an
Yeah.
answer.
That was
No,
right,
I
between
don't
2000.
remember.
Well, you said college. Was it in class?
I remember- 4
Was
years
it in
ago?
class?
I
in
remember my
college?
first communion,
Oh goodness.
but I
not
don't
the
Did
first
you do
remember.
mic.
stand-up?
Huh?
What about 8 years ago? 8 years ago, so 2016, were you doing stand-up?
Yeah.
That was Chicago.
All right, 6 years before that, 2010, were you doing stand-up?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
2012, were you doing stand-up? Into the World.
You were, because that was like Chicago. Had to be.
I was-
When did you meet him? How about you tell us that? I assume that's
I
probably when he
forget
started.
exactly when I met him, but I would see
Well,
him
is
at
there a
my
time
show.
warp in Chicago?
Well, no,
Those are the
I met a
interviews.
lot of
Look,
people, bro. Because
look,
I had
City,
I had
man.
my own mic.
All right,
I
so
had
when
a
did you
mic.
meet him, do you think?
Surprisingly long time.
2006, 2000, something up to 12, because I graduated in 08.
So what was your spot that
2006
y'all
to
get to?
2012.
No, well,
yeah,
that's
like-
college for me. No,
But you
yeah,
did
well,
something
I
in
mean, no, no,
college.
then
You
it
did
was-
do
it was,
something in
uh,
college, you said.
Well,
College
2008 to like 10 or whatever, because I moved over here at 2012.
What was your spot that y'all would go to? Like, what was the
I had
what
a
was
spot.
the cool open mic?
The clubs, Comedy Bar or Jokes and Notes,
Okay.
Southside. And then,
Okay, all right. Jokes and notes. I did one jokes and notes, and that was like a disaster.
I had fun. It's me.
I-
Is it
Yeah.
cool?
Yeah, it was a
scary.
black club owned by like this black lady, and it was the only female-owned black club in the United States. The last like running one.
and,
now it's
and
closed.
it closed.
Yeah, but it like
But they had a crowd or like
yeah,
Yeah, there was
always
a
it
strong
was
crowd.
where Lil Rel, D.L. Hewley,
Yeah.
The comedy
Bernie
scene-
Mac,
the
all
Chicago
the-
comedy scene I heard is pretty cool.
It's dope. It's dope
Yeah.
as fuck. And now it's gotten better because of Laugh Factory and
They have a Zanny's in Chicago, don't they?
yeah, two Zanies, one in Rosemount, one in Old Town, and then Comedy Bar's my home club. Like for the clubs, they always show me love, and I love.
Damn, dude, let's go there.
Eventually, I mean, just got to have more of a draw.
Well, we should schedule something.
I mean, we got to fill it out first, though. Like that's the thing. Any club wants you to fill it out. That's like,
We could have Joe Biden on, who doesn't even remember his age.
Well,
Okay.
what was that?
Are you
I
sure
remember-
that white weed didn't have fentanyl in it?
Huh?
Well, you
Wait,
smoked
what?
it too.
Wow, fuck.
Dude,
He
I
might have gotten the
totally.
fentanyl part.
You know what's crazy is like everybody has their origin story in comedy, and I feel like I forgot to record it, and I feel like my brain goes like, if I didn't record it, it didn't happen. But like
Sounds like dementia.
I
it's like denial or
genuinely-
some shit or what.
definitely.
You sound like
origin
50
story.
First Dates. Like you have to wake up every morning and watch a videotape of getting back to like where you are now.
You're
You seen 50
right.
First
to
Dates?
remind him that he's still a comedian.
Like Drew Barrymore when she has to put in the tape and like it reminds her.
I didn't see 50 First Dates.
You wouldn't remember if you did.
I've seen that movie.
I assume you wouldn't remember.
You know what's yeah, it's
movie.
crazy. Like I was on Steve Harvey a couple of times, right?
Real?
And-
What's
yeah,
Steve Harvey?
back when
For
he was
what?
in Chicago.
For what?
It was I was a comedian.
Well, he has like 9 things. Like what's Steve
He
Harvey?
was his network TV show. Yeah, I was in
What'd you do?
his network TV
Like you
show.
went on there and did stand up?
I didn't do stand up, but they had me on as like a person who was going on dates with girls and everything like that.
And how'd it go? Let's hear about it.
So it was just it was funny. It was just dope,
Yeah, like
you
so
know
like what was it? Like is it like the dating game kind of thing?
It's something like that.
Did you
And,
go on the date?
Did you win?
No, they just kind of like laughed at how awkward my interactions with the ladies were, and then my laughter.
Were you bald then?
I was bald. I was
Nice.
bald, and I had a
Did you have
beard.
the mustache?
I had a beard, a full
That
beard.
that was the big beard time?
Yeah, I had
Big beard, the James Harden, Rick Ross beard.
Yeah, I had a
Dude, I love this sound.
The mustache, dude. You would have
trying to
gotten.
find
You would have
it.
won if you had the mustache.
What is
Are you
that?
Steve Harvey?
I think
assume all
one
guys
of
that have
it should be
mustaches
laugh
are
should
Steve
be a
Harvey.
ringtone. Steve Harvey laugh ringtone. It might be up there, but yeah.
Nice, dude.
You think if you would have gotten the mustache, you would have had a better chance? Do you find
Oh
girls?
fuck! Wait a second.
There it is. It's here.
Is that that? Oh fuck!
Is this it?
Yeah, I want to see the best.
Is that him right there?
Shit,
Dude, I
yeah.
don't even, is that you in that red
I
jacket?
don't think that was.
Oh yeah, that was me.
I
Yeah,
don't even
yeah.
was it?
recognize you, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, that was one of they did
Thriller.
2 of
The
those.
Thriller.
I think you picked the one on top.
You
of
know, that was like Eddie Murphy. Was that Raw? Eddie Murphy Raw?
I had a vintage leather.
the
The
Red
red.
jacket,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That was.
And then Delirious is the blue, right?
Oh, I should wear
that I
this.
don't remember.
I think Delirious is the blue jacket. Yeah, you like Eddie Murphy. I think it's the wrong video.
Yeah, so you picked the one
No,
up.
I know you didn't
It's
click-
one
it's the
down.
second one.
That one.
That's him right there. That's you.
Yeah.
You're telling me that's you?
Yeah, that's me.
What year is this?
I forget.
What does it say? It's
It'll be like uploaded a week ago.
uploaded
Like,
now.
ah,
45 seconds ago.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we'd have to kill you if it was 45 seconds ago. I would believe that you're the Antichrist.
whoa. That's a leap.
If that video he just did, that'd be.
All right, 45 seconds? All right,
great.
baby.
Okay.
How about 45 seconds from now?
So, what would you want to be famous for?
It would be
cool to be famous for being, you know, hilarious, right?
There's just no
That's how I
way
know
possible
you.
for me to imitate that laugh.
Damn.
I'd like to be Katie Couric famous, not Kanye West famous. How about that?
Okay.
I really don't want to jinx myself. I'm gonna let this ride.
His laugh is fucking catch on to it.
You know.
Well, clearly leaning into it.
Did I really
You do
just
have a
say
great
that I
laugh.
wanted
He's a
to be
contagious
Katie
laugh.
Couric famous. I hear that. Peace. Oh
Oh,
man.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did you fuck that girl?
No, definitely not. No, I don't like
Was it all stage, or like was there like a real chance that you could have gone on a date or whatever?
There's always a
Sure, you
But
can
you
hook
don't
up
know.
your
No, I mean,
Yeah,
like,
you know.
was it
This is a good one.
Like,
Recently,
how professional did it seem to you?
like
I guess?
was it all
that fair?
completely stage? Like if she would have said yes, would you all have, or would it have just been like, yeah, this is just an acting thing? You know what I mean?
That Pinot Gris right there?
Oh,
Dude, clip
There
that
it is,
audio.
dude. That laugh's awesome.
We need to clip that audio, dude. That Pinot Gris right there.
I'm gonna grab some more water.
I want to find the full.
You do seem like a guy that would know wine. With that mustache, not there.
oh my
but,
god,
A
yeah.
guy
but
with
now, dude, no wine.
Wine connoisseur.
Oh, that would know wine. Okay,
Like,
gotcha.
I had a wine class.
A sommelier. A sommelier.
Yeah, I can believe it. Especially when you're dressed like that.
Dude, I love
But
that.
so
jacket.
was it all stage or like?
I mean, like it was like we were people.
Yeah, but like so if she would have been like, yeah, I want to go on a date with, like, you know
I
what
was
I mean?
I was selected for being a comedian.
Yeah.
They wanted a
Nah, it
comedian.
was the laugh,
there.
bro. It was the laugh.
No, a lady like was
Casting director.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Because
it was like a
the
real.
show was like, yo, this motherfucker's unique. Like, we need him on the
Yeah, and this girl would play well with it. Like, was it? Like, so
But
when
bro,
that,
if you got game, he could have pulled it.
of course,
and if she was
off
feeling
camera and
his
stuff like
vibe.
that, but I didn't know if it was like they were gonna film you
Scripted
on
and
a
shit?
date and like stuff like how like set up was. You know what I mean?
It was a
Super
date.
setup.
Yeah.
It was
But how many
like a
shots
thing.
did you take
Where
of
was
that?
it?
Of that, how many shots were taken?
They just let the camera.
Where
roll.
was it? Did y'all like go to a
So
restaurant?
multiple cameras at the same time?
Yeah. It's like a.
They didn't like reshoot.
Did y'all go to a restaurant or was it in a studio?
I forget.
God, that's crazy, dude.
It was a restaurant set
It
up.
was a
for the shot.
restaurant set up for a
yeah.
shot. Yeah. I
yeah,
think
so it wasn't
yeah.
a real. Y'all didn't go to a restaurant.
we were at a restaurant, but it was set up
It
for
was
a.
reserved for them and shit.
I guess
Yeah.
really I'm just confused at like what was the rest of that whole bit? Were there other
what I'm
people
trying to
that went on and did date stuff?
I
Or
think
was it
so.
just out of
Uh,
context? Out of context,
initially,
just that is like what the fuck?
yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
And I think that's the only thing that survives from that segment.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Possibly, because that's what I'm looking up right now.
Yeah,
Right,
and
right,
that, I wonder what the whole segment was.
It was.
Well, that's good that you made it,
Yeah.
It's
They
funny.
put me on for a second time.
dude. I would not recognize you
second
if I
one
saw
then?
that.
It was a dating thing again.
What was the title?
Well, I forget. It was, and then the
Giving
whole.
us that bullshit.
Other than
I forget when it's convenient.
When does it say it was uploaded?
8 years ago.
2016.
Yeah,
That is weed is getting to your brain, dude.
bro. I don't. Yeah, dude.
I wouldn't recognize you if I stumbled across that until the laugh. Until
Really
the laugh, but I would probably like send it to you and be like, "This guy's a laugh like you.
hilarious.
You look darker now."
I probably am.
Not recognize him.
Really?
Yeah, seriously, like at all.
I look different.
I think you like
A little.
You look more in shape now. You look heavier set there. You look lighter. Yeah, like I would not recognize you.
I was small. Like that jacket is tiny. Paper shredder.
Yeah, maybe in shape is the wrong word. Maybe like more like jacked now. I think you look bigger, like more ripped now.
Zoned out like a motherfucker right now.
I'm just like you're.
Like, are you going back to him?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the full episode.
Yeah,
see
no, I
what
just want to
was
see
said.
him again. Go back to him.
That clip.
Just
again?
a video of him.
All right, hold on. That's number 2 right there, but I want to find the whole.
Just
thing where
pause
they-
it on him. I want to see, just to do a comparison.
Oh fuck.
Hold on. All right.
There, let's see. I don't recognize. See, nothing, dude.
Yeah, and by the way, Katie Couric famous. I mean,
Famous,
like,
not
look,
Kanye.
look, Katie Couric has so low demands from her to maintain her fame and high position in society. Like, you know, it doesn't really, you know, it
She ain't
shouldn't
gotta
have
do
to.
shit, she just makes money.
Wait,
Yeah,
would
it
you say
shouldn't have
Katie
to be
Couric not? What was the? What was,
Kanye West. Kanye
Kanye
West.
West.
His fame is kind of crazy. You know,
Yeah.
everybody's looking at him,
sure,
and you know, it's kind of like
a stable fame.
You know, it's stable.
You want a stable,
fame. I got
middle
the
of the
nice
road-
spot
yeah.
in the restaurant. You know,
B minus celebrity.
Yeah, you don't even need to be successful in your endeavors. You just
You don't have
got
to worry
money.
about when you go to eat. You're just chilling.
You're just chilling everybody else.
I put Tom Arnold in that.
Tom Arnold existence, you know, yeah, he doesn't
Well,
really.
he also like. I mean, he got like what, like $100 million from Roseanne.
He did.
Yeah, he's like the only like,
Paid.
big celebrity that like got paid from the lady. Like
Really?
Roseanne had to pay him
I
like
think
a
there was
big
another one
ass.
just recently.
Yeah, but that's like the most famous example.
Alimony or something like that.
Yeah.
100 million.
Let's look up the numbers. I mean, Roseanne's
lot of
fucking
money.
rich as goddamn hell.
Roseanne is that rich?
Where
Yeah,
was
as
that?
fuck.
Hmm?
Yeah. She's rich as fuck, bro. That Roseanne show made a ton of fucking money.
Yes, I mean so much. She ended up paying Ari lump. She paid him a lump sum of $50 million.
That's what's up.
Yeah, dude.
That's
And he was like already like pretty good. Like he was like a.
would
I had, like,
do
7
anything
million.
again,
He's got
dude. If I
57.
Yeah.
if I had 50 million, you would never see me again.
Yeah,
You wouldn't see me again,
You still see me. I'd buy a bunch of fucking.
dude. How about like? Do you follow sports at all?
huh?
Do you follow sports at all?
No.
Like, do you know the baseball deal like Shohei Ohtani?
Okay, I've heard of that. Yes.
Well, he just signed to the Dodgers this year.
Yeah, it
But
was
he's crazy.
structured.
So
it
he's
was structured in such a
700.
way.
Yeah, exactly. But like he's like the year before this, he was breaking all of Babe Ruth's records.
Okay.
He's a pitcher, and he also was leading the league in home runs.
Okay.
No one's done this as Babe Ruth, which is
Okay.
like 100 years.
Okay.
And so he got $770 million for
Mm-hmm.
10 years, but he structured it where he's only getting paid $2 million, and then at the end he gets the rest.
Pray. You know, that's a
I mean,
long
but
ass
like
time.
at the same time, like you don't know what's going on in those boardrooms.
Yeah.
People would say that same thing, but like some people think it's because he's going to move out of California at the end of it, and then he's going to get it all with much less taxes. And who knows?
I want my money now.
Yeah, I get it.
I
mean,
want my
but
money
if-
now.
but if-
$100 million
he's
now.
probably
Fuck
been
the
getting paid.
taxes.
He's probably been getting paid like $20 million a year from the Angels. I think he knows what he's doing. Like
Yeah.
like a situation like that. Like that's the argument. that
Like
people
right
say.
now, all his flights are comped. His health insurance is
Yeah.
comped. He's getting paid by
Smartest.
he
the
probably already had a house
advertisers.
in
and stuff.
LA. He played in
You know,
Anaheim.
he's gonna get the rest of his money in Bitcoin and leave, dude.
I guess
Since
what I'm
last
saying
year,
is-
he's gonna be like, you know what?
You're saying exactly
that's
the
smart, bro.
argument
Yeah,
that everybody
dude.
says, but I think
He's
it's just
Asian,
like
dude.
whatever's
He's
going on
smart.
behind closed doors, I'm saying
right.
he's probably doing the right move.
Just like I don't think, you know, like any of us could say what the Pope is doing, like whatever. I can't
Molesting
speak to-
children,
right?
and wearing that big hat. What's up
Right,
with that?
right.
What's up with
Well,
that?
I can't
those are
say
facts. Those are facts.
I can't say what this guy, you know, is doing with it, you know, with respect to his structuring of the deal. I don't even know if that structuring is actually what's going on. You know, like that could be some, you know, rumor or anything like that. Yeah, I've been privy to certain
That's true.
things where
That's it.
people online will speak so confidently, like they
And it's
know.
bullshit. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, but like that shit does get out. But the thing is, if you're dealing with like that much money, you have somebody either helping you or you know what you're doing.
You know,
how to
that's what I'm
invest.
saying. Like,
Yeah.
like people just like it's that's what I'm saying. It's like a stupid, retarded thing to be like, but he's not even doing the blah, 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 blah. It's like the same.
He's got to be involved, and then also have like specialists. You know, somebody that knows what they're doing on how to like evade the tax and shit. Because
Yeah,
Trump talks about that shit all the time, and it does happen.
what
If you
I'm
know what
saying,
you're
man.
doing,
It's
you
the
can
same
like
thing
finesse
that I
the
think me
money.
and Cook both say is like when people like it grinds my gears. One, especially being in LA, like hanging out with comedians who like when I'm like we'd be like watching like the Super Bowl or an NFL game, and like some comedians would come in and then like comment on it and be like critiquing the coach of an NFL team.
Right,
And then we would be like, you don't even watch sports. Why
Yeah,
are you
right.
You can
Did you
like it's so
even
much
play?
better to me. Like I love sports, but like some people like pretend to love sports. I'm like,
Right.
it's much a better experience if you just go, why do you do that? What are the rules?
Right.
Then sit here and be like, another run play, huh?
Yeah,
I'd be
right.
like,
There's
wow.
a way to join in on the convo, and
Yeah, it's
another
like,
way
nah,
to
dude,
be
I can-
condescending.
I know,
and-
and like
like,
even like
stop
some
it.
avid sports fans, they're like, watch a coach's play and be like, that was retarded. I'm like, well, he's an NFL coach.
Yeah, you know, like
Which is why I defend the president. Like I said earlier, I stick with that. If you don't like that, I'm like, be a mayor first.
yeah,
you know?
right, right, yeah, be a man, right.
It's like I can't listen to a guy at AutoZone tell me about how the president's retarded. I just can't do it.
Yeah,
Well, it's just
It
like that-
hurts me
That's just like
inside.
that Bill Burr bit about about the first lady, and like he has a whole bit about like how Michelle Obama and people are like, she can be president, and he's like, what are you fucking talking about? He's like, I got a plumber. I'm like, if he's out of town, I'm not gonna call his wife and go, you're married to him, you can do the job.
Right,
It's just-
exactly.
well, okay. I think that being president requires a lot of soft skills that would transfer from somebody that would be in like a first lady capacity, in terms of like kind of a modern interpretation of the presidency. And,
Trump used to fuck a porn star.
well,
A bunch.
That's why he was
Yeah, I thought
crazy.
you turned
He
that into a
ruined it.
TED Talk
All
really
the
fast.
decorum
That
is
was
gone,
cool.
dude.
Well, well, wait a second.
Okay.
Okay.
It should
That
all
was wait.
go-
Can I go ahead and give you 10 points on like how fast you made that serious, real quick? That was cool.
I'm just saying, like,
I agree.
I'm just
Being
saying,
genuine.
like, there,
It's like an
you know,
apprenticeship in a sense.
versus
What you're saying, right?
versus
Just fucking
say like
In a sense, like if you're around it all the time. Like
which
I
is
grew up in a law firm, so and like we do real estate, so I have had a better understanding as a kid because I grew up in it.
okay,
Like it was
yeah,
just
but
secondhand
okay, you're
nature
gonna throw
taught.
a paralegal in the courtroom?
right.
No,
so
but maybe. in a
but
sense.
the
Like, if they know law and shit, and you read all the books and you understand the craft,
I'm
would
just
say
saying
Bill Burr's
in,
bit,
in
and-
terms of
I feel it, but I mean,
handling
I'm saying
in terms
at
of
the same time with
handling
him, what you're saying, like
in terms of handling the weight of the position, the publicity of the
It is heavy.
position, the understanding, just some of the
Ins and outs.
ins and outs of the key players of how to get stuff done within that bubble. I think
Cheers.
that. I think that certain first ladies would definitely find themselves.
Yeah, okay. All right, yeah. What first lady do you think would be the best?
Michelle,
Other than
Right
Michelle,
now.
Michelle
other than Michelle
Obama,
Obama.
yeah.
Other than
I don't hate
Michelle
her.
Obama.
Michelle Obama would be like a good first lady, but I mean, like
clearly not.
Melania's hot
Hillary.
to look at. I'm kidding.
Hillary
Jackie
Clinton.
Onassis.
Hillary Clinton. I mean, like she's a former first lady.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that. See, you're rolling your eyes. Your critique on Hillary Clinton. She's just an unlikable lady.
That's
Yeah,
a huge
you
factor.
know.
though. You need
That's
that
a
likability
big
to be
part
president.
of being a politician. And the kill list that they have, yeah.
The kill list. You're one of those guys.
One of the guys, I mean, yeah, I'm one of those
that
guys.
Clinton
And
shit, huh?
ladies,
Yeah,
we have
that
ladies that agree with that.
You're one of those people that.
I haven't met them yet, but they tell me they're ladies.
Okay.
On the chat.
They
You're
tell
one of
me
those
that there's
people that-
ladies out there. We're looking, we're searching.
Okay. I got a question.
Michelle Obama's also a man. I also think that.
Okay, so you have a proclivity to some of these conspiracy theories that are like thrown around and everything.
A proclivity. I don't live in absolutes, just like
Okay.
really in anything in like a lot of the beliefs. But
Okay.
like I read a lot of the conspiracy stuff, and
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, maybe.
Oh, okay. So
And on some of them, I lean more to the yes, and some I lean more to the no. It's a spectrum of my conspiracy theory.
So which
do
one
you
you fuck
do you believe that the Russians colluded with the Trump campaign?
Definitely.
Yeah, I think that's yeah. It's
to get
probably.
that?
I'm not saying 100%, but like 50-50 on that one.
Okay. Do you think that Trump is some sort of like a Russian asset?
Yeah,
No.
I mean, maybe he's an
Less
agent.
so than
an
50.
agent. Like
I don't
an agent,
think so,
possibly.
no.
You think so?
I think
Possibly,
Yeah, that's like
I believe
10% for me.
that he could be influenced,
I think
or
he could be
manipulated
influenced,
because
yeah,
of
but I don't think
money.
he is Russian, anything.
Okay.
You feel me? If
Yeah,
he's
I
in
think
enough
influence
debt-
I
He
never
would
really
sell
know.
us out for money. I
Yeah,
believe.
I
at
don't
the end
think
of the
if he
To the
is,
Russian
But I
oligarchy.
don't think
it's
he
a
is
conscious
a
decision by
Russian
him.
anything.
Wait.
I think he's like.
There's a lot.
I think
There's
he's.
a lot.
I
There's
think
like-
he's so mind. If that's happening, I think he's like so mind fucked by like all of the money and like all the
I-
stuff that
I
like
think-
he doesn't even know anymore.
Okay.
Nah, I would think he
What'd you
knows.
say?
Maybe he's.
I
Let's
just
do
said
like
I think he
8%.
would sell anyone and all of us out for a price.
Okay.
But I don't think at this point he's a Russian anything.
Okay.
But he's open. He's a
Yeah, but
questionable
if he could work with the Russians and manipulate the Constitution and the government here, and then become a dictator, I think that's what he would try and do.
Okay.
Because by changing all the people in positions of power that have like the checks and balances and like they are supposed
Checks
to
and
adhere to that, if he changes all of them, then it makes it more possible that he could change the Constitution and do whatever fuck he wants, and now he's in power forever.
I think Will
And
might
that's
be
what
onto
happens
something.
in Latin American countries.
I
It
think
happens-
Will
that
might
is-
be onto something.
Yeah, that's my fear.
Hey,
And
yeah.
I'm like reading it because my dad was saying that back in the day about Venezuela. And then I saw that happen
Yeah,
in
yeah,
a sense firsthand. And now I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh shit, that's real similar. And they wear red.
Yeah.
So if you look at Venezuela, all the communists wear red.
I think what's really like happening is probably the conspiracy that I can see happening the most is just the whole one world order kind of thing.
Yeah, but that could
I
happen
think
later. That
I
would
know.
happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's all a grand central plan.
They've been saying
To
that since
have a-
like the 90s and since like NATO.
Yeah, and it
since,
takes
Yeah,
a while.
I mean,
to
that's
get
out
it.
there. That's out there-
UN.
that's
They've
out there
been
for a
saying
reason.
world government since colonialism. I mean, like yo.
I'm not saying
Yeah, but
100% I
look
believe
at
in
what's
it.
happening. Like those what
Yeah, I know.
what they predicted back then. Like now we got Bitcoin. In a sense, that could be the
But
one
powerful
world,
people
the
need
one,
to be
the
checked.
one,
I
the
don't know
one
about
world
New
currency.
World Order, but
You know what I'm
like
saying? Like that
powerful
is
people can
accepted
work
everywhere.
Klaus
together.
Schwab, dude. Klaus Schwab
Do
is
a lot
ridiculous.
of things.
I think that
The World Economic Forum is crazy, dude.
okay. I think that see,
Okay.
you're definitely balls deep in.
That,
I know
the
all
Bilder-
the
you know,
things.
you know the
I know all
Bilderberg,
the things.
gobbled.
you know the Bilderberg.
Well, you know it
shit
too
and-
because
and-
you know
and
what
the
I'm saying.
Bohemian Grove.
You're also balls deep.
You know the Bilderberg group shit and then the
look.
Bohemian Grove.
Yeah.
Oh look, I know
Like,
all
they
of
all
these.
know-
World Economic
I know
Forum.
all
Yeah,
of
and
these.
that's another one.
I know all of these. You
yeah, I
know,
don't know
Jews
what that
control the weather
They're all,
conspiracy
like,
No,
theories.
you can
No,
not.
no,
you
that's-
cannot-
no.
Crazy.
All of
That's
the-
true.
No. Look, the
You cannot
Bilderbergs
put
and
that in the same category.
yeah,
You're
dude,
crazy.
all
what?
of that-
Dude, I know
all of that
Jews,
is
dude.
nonsense.
Jews control the weather.
Jews
Okay.
control the weather.
No,
Bilderberg
no.
thing and all that stuff that you cannot put that in the same category.
I think the
Jews-
Jewish,
It's
I think the
all-
Jewish
look, it's all in
community
the
Dude,
nexus.
I'm Jewish.
I think the Jewish community has established themselves in the super elite system.
You're damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they've gone into all the businesses or trades that are essential for the world. And
I
shit.
don't
like
believe
how they
any
do
of
banking,
this.
the Rothschilds and shit
I-
like that. Like to be in
I
a
don't believe
position
any
of
of this.
power and own all the banks
Well, dude, you know,
and the
you know,
fucking if they own the Nasdaq.
I'm
where
pretty much-
you know how the Rothschilds got their money
You know what's
originally?
wild? Okay,
I'm
wait
pretty
a
much
second.
with you,
Wait,
and I
hold
don't
on, let me-
believe in
you
any
know
of
how-
that.
Wait a
How?
second.
How?
Wait
You
a
know
second.
how the Rothschilds made their fortune?
How?
Jews.
It was one of the Rothschilds. one of the Rothschilds in, I believe it was England. They were fighting a war, and when they had,
Oh, they funded
They
or some
sent
shit.
no, they sent scouts to like observe the war because like that's how war was back then. It was just like two armies fighting each other, and they could observe who was winning and losing. And they had him come back first, and they told the opposite. They were like, "Hey, we are winning the war."
So they
And then-
rallied the
so then
troops.
everybody, all like the big bankers in the whole system, they ended up buying all the stocks because they thought it was all going to go up because we took over another
And they
country.
basically funded the
and
war to
the
help them, and
Rothschilds
then-
shorted everything and then just made their fortune, and it crashed the English dollar, and they had to like start a whole new banking system because they just bankrupted the whole government.
And which
That's
war?
like that's like
The
old school.
Rothschilds.
That's
And
like
which
old
war?
school. The old school.
Huh?
The Big Short.
I don't know, tell you right.
Okay, so
Yeah, except on
on
a
a massive-
countrywide
yeah.
scale.
But I mean, when
Because
you have
dude,
that,
that's how crazy you could do back then. You could literally just send a guy to watch and have him beat everybody else's.
I mean,
scouts.
I see sometimes on like
He's like,
Instagram.
no, let's do the opposite. Let's trick everybody.
On IG, they have
Controlling
like there's
it,
a bunch of
control-
like
controlling
stock traders,
information.
right? And people who throw out their shit. There's one dude who's always talking about like the politicians and their portfolios, like because they only make like 130 or 200,000 a year, but then they have like multi-millions, and it's like they say it's based on insider trading or their belief.
yeah, that is that is definitely kind of a flaw within the system. I think that it shouldn't be. I think that there should be some separation between legislators and their ability to invest in the stock market. That's
I mean,
like,
bro,
that's
like,
a
you seen
severe
that it was, like,
conflict of interest. But
Diane
I will say
Feinstein's
this.
house, Lake House, like fucking 40 million or some shit like that. Like to me, that's just ridiculous when you're a politician. And now it seems like to get into politics, you gotta be part of a system or some shit. You feel me? Because
Well-
like your normal person
regular people
can't do
can
what
run
Trump
for. Well, regular people can run for office,
but they don't have the funds. They don't have the money.
Regular
You
people
don't have
can
that
run
war
for
chest.
office. Trust me, you could run for office if you're a citizen.
But
of
you
where
won't
you're
have
at.
the money to put out the ads to fucking
Y-
like.
you know, there are a lot of
the little
there are a
fucking,
lot of contests that run uncontested. There are a lot
But
of
they don't get the
seats that
views,
go
bro.
unfilled.
They don't get the views. They don't get
and-
on the news. They don't have the money to fucking send mailers, hire the people to be door knockers.
I-
Like, all that
see,
shit costs expenses.
I don't buy into this.
Can you be
whole-
TikTok famous? And
I
be
don't- I
president?
don't-
Possibly now.
I don't buy into
Because
Could be
that's a way
changing.
to- If you
Could
go
be
viral,
changing.
that's a way to
Yeah, it
like
could be
hit
changing.
everybody at once.
See, here's the
Idiocracy,
thing
dude.
about, here's the thing about this
Well, that's straight up
conspiratorial
what's happening now.
this conspiratorial stuff is that there's this sort of like air of nihilism that is accompanied with it. It's just like,
That's
oh, we
fair.
are so helpless in
know,
the
that
face of these elites and blah blah
It means you
blah.
believe in nothing. You believe nothing.
And so like it, to me, a lot of that is pushed, I think by bad actors on the internet that want to dissuade people from engaging with the democracy at large. And I think
mean,
that
they do like
Sure.
the system.
and-
I don't. I don't
and I
vote.
think that-
That's fair.
But dude, the
and
system wants
honestly,
to
like,
keep you stupid. Like I don't watch
I don't
sports
think
and
that the
shit like that
system-
because I think it's a distraction of the masses.
I don't
You know what I'm saying?
even
Like if
think
you're
the
always
system-
watching sports and other bullshit, then you don't know what's actually going on with the political system and you don't get involved. Like if everybody voted and was adamant about like it was like a thing, like every like election you got off. And like they educated people more and emphasized
No.
the importance of democracy,
Yeah.
then they would be more involved. But now everybody's distracted drinking, watching
Well,
sports, doing
I don't-
stupid shit, drugs, like
I don't
and
think
they don't
it's-
care about the fact that like everybody you put in power
I don't
has
think it's a
but they all influence your life, bro.
No, I don't
Like the
think it's a
taxi-
matter of like people being distracted. No, I think it's just a matter of people's value systems. Like a lot of people just don't value civic engagement,
They don't care.
and
They don't care because
it's
it's
just
not.
not-
It's not.
That's
it's not-
me.
It's not. It's not.
It's
like
It-
pushed onto people and
Y-
shit. You know, it's not emphasized
not-
like how
you know,
important that
it's
shit
not-
is.
Yeah, it's not.
Cool.
It's not. It's not the cool thing to do.
Yeah, and
you
that's the
know?
problem. and
It's
shit.
not.
A lot of
it's
people
not,
look down on the trades jobs. You know, like they all want to be TikTok stars, but they don't want to actually have like a real craft.
I don't think being a
just don't
tradesman
see the
lends
point of
itself to
voting out here.
being. It lends itself to civic engagement necessarily.
I'm
just
just
think
saying the
that.
importance of those jobs and like how people like the youth
should
now, they don't want that. They don't care about that shit. It's not important to them as like back in the day it was.
I think that a lot of people have been taken and been very captivated by nonsense being spewed on social media that used to be relegated to very dark corners of the internet that nobody would normally tread on and they would normally not be linked to. I think that now that, ideas that were once only trafficked on websites like, a
Reddit, 4chan.
Stormfront.
Yeah.
No, this is pre-4chan.
Well, when's the last time you
Reddit.
voted, Will?
Last election, I vote
When was-
every.
How long ago was last presidential
Yeah,
election?
every election.
And that's all we're talking about is the president. Okay, so I'm
mean,
trying to
we're
gauge
talking-
that.
I don't-
No,
But we're talking
I'm
about the
talking
United
about.
States elections, not Mexico.
I can't vote over there. I'm not.
Okay.
No, all I'm saying
But I
is that
would.
I just think that I think that a lot of the conspiratorial rhetoric is just being pushed by people who want to reduce civic engagement
because
and
they want to
reduce-
keep the people blind because then they have all the money
I,
and power.
I don't even
You know
think
what I'm saying?
that.
A select few have all the money, live a different lifestyle, and the rest of the society is like barely getting by.
Dude, it's exactly like
I think that
it's like
there's
the
a
9
whole entire party that really that does better with less civic engagement from the masses. Yeah, I think that
Which
there
is
you
which party?
the Libertarian Party.
no. I think that
The
I think
Republicans
the Republicans.
typically, yeah, that's what they say.
Y-
The Republicans,
You know, and I think that
Republicans
a lot
usually
of
do better
voter
with money.
suppression. I think that there's a lot of voter suppression on their end, and I think that that's some like policy
That they do?
initiatives. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's
they do that
policy
shit all the time because
initiatives
they
that
don't
they've
they don't want
undertaken.
they don't want certain people to
Historically.
vote a certain way, and they like change the whole like map, the zoning map.
Oh
and, like,
yeah, they
blah, blah, blah.
gerrymander extra hard,
Yeah.
and there's
Gerrymandering.
Because if they allowed like true voting and educated people, it'd be a different story. They wouldn't be in power.
yeah, I think
You know what I'm
elections
saying?
would
So
be
it's for a select few.
significantly
They set it
different.
up the way they want it, and then they have all the money, so they have the funds to do the marketing and put.
Well,
their-
yeah. Well, we live in California. Like, it's not going to change anyway.
Yeah, but California's the same shit, but just
So
with
it's going to
Democrats.
vote the same.
That's why I didn't. I'd
Texas
vote
is
in
close
Florida.
now.
I wouldn't
It's-
vote out here. It's pointless.
Since Joe Rogan went to Texas, like it was, what was it last?
Yeah, but
last
Texas
election, I think it
won't-
was like 49.5 and like 51.
What, Democratic?
Yeah, like they were like very close to flipping.
Well, they may in the future because like usually when you have a
Dude,
big
it was like
city,
0.5%. It was very close.
But I
when
don't
you
trust
have,
those
like, a
numbers.
big city, right? Like
Remember the
Miami.
numbers said Trump had 1% chance of winning, and then it all changed. Like I don't
That's
trust any of this
true.
leading numbers. It's all silly. It's all gossip.
Yeah, that's why I think it's all
us.
bullshit.
Well,
Exactly.
That
I'm
was
so,
back in the day based on the belief
And I
that
don't
the American
care
public
either.
still had the same values. But with him, that shit changed. He fucked up the whole game.
Yeah.
Like
He's
conceal, like I like listen to all the conspiracy things and like I just make an educated guess. I just like dive in deep in that world because it's interesting. If anything, it's almost like reading fiction or something.
In a sense, but some
But
of those
it's just
motherfuckers are
fun to
real.
read and it's interesting to think about. But like in the end, the only thing I really believe is that like really just I don't think we can really with the way things are going. I just don't think me as an individual. This is a nihilistic way to look at it. That
No,
we
I
can
think that-
change
I think that
anything. I
there's
just
very
really, I think it's
But you
all
can.
set up.
No,
But you
wait,
can't.
I don't
wait a
care.
second.
And I
But
just
you
don't
can't.
care.
But
Wait a
you as a
second.
person, you aren't. That's not in
Wait-
your
wait a second.
MO. You
Wait a
I
feel
just
me?
don't care. Like,
But that's
none of
not
it's
in your
affected my
MO.
life personally.
That's not in your
and
MO.
I think
That's
that
not
I
your
think
destiny.
that's exactly the result that sort of rhetoric is pushed out to
Sure.
produce.
That's why I said
And
I
I
don't
think
vote.
that
I hear you.
it's a very
Should.
It's
it-
pointless.
It's a nihilistic way to look
No,
at
it's
it.
not. No, it's
You
not.
said you voted. You voted for
Dude, a
Biden.
few years
every
ago,
time.
a few
Every
years
time
ago,
because-
like
Yeah, one
when I
time.
worked with my
Biden.
No, every time I voted every election since I could since I was 18.
I voted for Obama. After
Same,
like,
same and Biden.
what am I gonna vote for Biden out here for?
But
It's pointless.
it is that like dude when I was working for my
No, it's
dad
not.
when I was working
You're
for my
right.
dad
You're
like
right. I know I'm wrong.
in
You're
like
right.
2015 like
what-
he was like I'm going to vote and I was riding with my dad there and like he was just like all right he's like you're not voting he goes you hippie fucking Democrat and I was like all right and he's like but I was like I didn't vote
You
yeah.
vote though.
I wasn't ready
look.
well,
There,
I mean,
there's
you
a
should.
reason why people spend a lot of money to get people to vote a certain
course.
way. There's a
course.
reason
No,
why
like, that
people
was
are
right,
very.
isn't it?
Lobbyist corporations, but it's all in the game plan.
yeah maybe my
Well-
dad calling me hippie Democrat wasn't right but he was right to be like what are you fucking doing
Yeah,
y-
I
y-
mean, I
like-
would agree, bro, because my parents always emphasized like
Of course.
the importance of voting because that shit like
It didn't happen in Cuba.
and
It
I
didn't
mean,
happen in
bro,
Cuba.
Like,
So did
from
my
Cuba.
mom's
they,
mad
they
at me.
trick the people.
You're
They
right.
trick the people. Like over there, they
Yeah.
give them items like a washer and
That's what I'm
dryer and shit
saying,
because
it's-
it's real poor, and then the country goes to shit because the people in power just fucking pillage the.
I mean, in a
resources.
weird way, it is Scarface. Like that's why he came over here. It was like the land of opportunity. You can do everything here. It's in a weird.
Well, yeah, my
not
dad-
your parents sold drugs, but
Well,
like,
my
they
dad,
looked
my
at
dad
it
slept
that
in a
way.
tent in Miami for a little bit, like at
Yeah.
one of those,
Yeah, the little
revival-
cage thing. Yeah,
Yeah, and then he went to Montana for college and shit. But like,
He went to
Yeah.
Montana.
yeah,
That's a
Atlanta,
hell of a move, dude.
I mean,
Have you been to Montana?
no,
It's fucking amazing.
I bet.
Montana,
You did tell
Wyoming,
me that.
Idaho,
You did
that
tell me.
whole area over there, it's the most beautiful part of the country.
Green
It's,
as fuck.
it's amazing.
That's a step.
You went to college there?
Yeah.
What, University of Montana?
Carroll College, I believe.
Yeah, probably. Dude, that was probably beautiful, dude.
Yeah, I mean, dude, my dad had.
So he went there how long after he came here?
he came at like 16.
And then, so like college 2 years later?
I don't know. That,
But ish. Yeah.
right.
Your
Wait, wait,
people,
probably- he
your
probably got
people
there-
come from Venezuela.
and Cuba. My dad was
Cuba.
from Cuba.
Dude, he
my
probably-
mom was
he
from
probably got-
Venezuela originally.
Like knowing that part of the country, he probably got here and was like, "This country's fucking amazing."
I mean, dude, my dad did well.
like that whole
you know,
area is just like
he-
chill and beautiful. It's like that's what I look
That's
at
your
as like
jam?
that's America. That's like
I'd
that.
be-
Like when you go to like those small towns.
I'd be
in
like,
the
this is
mountains-
cold.
I mean, those
But I'm
small
sure it's
towns kind of
beautiful.
like
Yeah,
I believe
And
it.
go in the summer.
they scare me
True
because
that.
they're racist and shit.
Oh, they're
Dude,
racist.
not
A lot
there.
of time, yeah, a lot of time.
Not
those small
Montana,
towns-
Wyoming, that area.
Maybe not over there, but like I've been to Arkansas.
Did he say it was
and-
racist?
Well, yeah, it's Arkansas.
How do you like it?
Arkansas. I drove
yeah,
through
dude.
Arkansas. It made me very nervous.
I've
I was
heard
very
Arkansas
nervous
is
the whole
bad,
time.
dude.
I got to-
Arkansas is beautiful.
Dude, I got to this
Arkansas is
one
rough.
dude's house, and it was two hillbillies on the fucking porch.
Where in Arkansas? Do you remember? I'm very
No, I forget.
Get the
like
asterisk.
southern Arkansas or northern Arkansas. Were you
I-
like in the mountainy area or the flat or the rice field like
I
farming?
think
area?
mountainy area. Like,
Yeah.
I forget exactly where, but like
Sure.
we're walking up, and these dudes are like, "Hey, man, what, where are you from?" And I was like, "Chicago." He's like, "No, your background."
Oh,
And I
what
was
are you doing
like,
there?
Cuban and Venezuelan, and he was like, "Oh, see, I told you he wasn't Mexican."
Yeah,
and I was
nice.
like, "Holy
What
shit!"
were y'all doing there?
They're more accepting
I
than
was-
you, Alec.
I was helping a buddy like clear out his dad's house because his dad passed, and then he.
Okay,
like,
dude.
he's-
Like Northern Arkansas is like beautiful, but yeah, that's pretty.
It was dope,
racist stuff.
dude. It was
I feel
dope.
like everybody goes duck hunting. It's like that's a
It-
big hunting capital.
It was
and,
beautiful, but the motherfuckers are racist because it's like small-minded. You know, it's a small town
Yeah.
that don't get exposure to. Like that's what I was saying. Like all the major metropolitan cities in the United States, like New York, Miami, now Texas
Dude.
areas, and LA. All are Democrat because people get that exposure to the different cultures and.
Dude, I went to the University of Mississippi, dude. The entire state of Mississippi knows only 2 million people. The entire state is only 2 million people. And like, I mean, I was in a fraternity and like I had
Yeah, but
many of my
Mississippi-
friends like from like deep
Mississippi to me is like,
Yeah.
I instantly think racist white people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I went to college in Florida because I was like, I want to be
Shout out
Cuban.
Florida.
It was crazy. I'd like put in like
And,
my
like-
friends in my fraternity, and like then like I would find out like I grew up very culture. I'm not racist at all. You know what I mean? Like it's not that way.
You know, Alec Feinstein found out
Uh-huh.
at his fraternity. He went into the attic and then he found
Hell no, more.
pickled
more.
Negro-
Hey,
pickled
you
Negro
guys got these
eyeballs.
too?
And they accepted
probably-
them.
You got these
probably-
too?
And they accepted them right there. They were like, "That's how I get in."
Oh my God!
Yeah, you don't have to pledge. You don't have to pledge.
First of all, they were chocolate covered. They were not pickled. That was
Pickled
Phi
Negro
Sig.
eyeballs.
Phi Sig had the pickled ones.
He goes
We were
in-
known at Sigma
racist
Chi.
The chocolate one. You know
At
they
Sigma Chi, we were barbecued and chocolate. All right.
Oh my God!
they actually found some chocolates that this person had in their attic that was given to them from the Queen,
Oh,
like
wow.
just recently. Yeah, yeah.
And it was black dicks.
yeah, yeah.
Whoa.
They were actually a little.
What are we
fucky.
talking about right now? What'd you
So
say?
we're talking about
The Queen, like some dude.
And they were black dicks.
No,
Yeah.
no. Well,
Actually-
we got to go back to
some
we gotta
dude
go
back in the
back to
day, like,
Adam.
Oh, I
like
wanna
a
hear this
grandpa,
now.
right? A grandpa, like
Uh-huh.
some shit happened, and then like the family members went in the attic and they found chocolates that were given to him by the Queen of England or some shit like that.
And they were shaped like. Are you joking?
No, no, yeah. They were just
Wait,
long
what?
chocolates.
Oh,
They're not. They
I
weren't
thought
dicks.
they were
I thought you were
dicks.
being
That
serious.
is- I thought you were
I thought you were being
serious.
serious.
Can I?
All right, what was your thing? Yeah, what was
We need to go back to Alec Feinstein's racist fraternity.
All right,
and,
Which one
All
was
right.
it?
Yeah, which one?
He went to Sigma Pi. And,
I was a Sigma Chi. Yeah. I was Sigma Chi.
Sigma
But
Chi.
like, dude,
okay.
we
And-
plenty of people from like New York and like Colorado and
Yeah,
stuff.
plenty of white
There's a
guys from New York.
university-
Plenty of white guys.
No,
from
Yeah,
no,
the
no,
same,
no,
the
hey,
same
hey,
demographic and shit.
Hey, shut up, dude. Shut up, dude. We had in my pledge class the first black guy that was ever in our fraternity
Ever.
I mean, that's
Wow.
cool.
Christ, dude.
Wait,
Yeah, I mean, but bro,
Zero.
that is cool that they were accepting this shit.
Established in 18.
Well, bro,
Yeah,
hey.
actually,
And
we were the
1836,
oldest.
But you have
and
to-
the
he's
like,
only
you
one-
nailed it.
Yeah, but you have
No,
to
you're
understand.
so
He
right.
was an unofficial member. He
No,
was
man,
under
no,
all
he's
sorts
not.
of conditions.
We were the oldest.
I feel, but
No,
like
we were
the
the
thing
oldest
is, back
chapter in the country.
back in the day and shit, like racism was real.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody thought like that, but they changed it.
They changed it.
Austin
Well, they
Powers.
changed it, bro.
Steve,
2014.
it was
But hey,
over.
but Ken,
Austin Powell.
All
He was
good.
related. He was related to Colin Powell.
For real?
Of course.
Yeah, yeah.
And
See, that's that
Very
elite shit.
connected guy.
Yeah, and Alec Feinstein is related to a
Maybe
Negro,
somebody.
a Negro body part
Hey,
catcher.
first black guy in 30.
They quit even each other
First
out.
black guy in
Even
30.
each other out, dude.
First black guy in 30.
He knew that guy a
Dude,
little
I-
bit in college.
I said something so bad to him, like
Aw.
the
Why?
White people racist.
but it was just like
dude?
me. It was just me being drunk and like
And
because
talking
I think
shit.
about these things.
I've
I, like,
seen you
thought
drunk. I've
that-
seen you drunk.
I've seen you
And-
drunk. I've experienced.
And we were at the bar, and it was like
We
it was like
accept
it was the
it.
initiation night. Like so they
Questionable.
take all the pledges to the bar. Like everybody goes to the bar and gets fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Like just before like pledge shift's about to start, and you get like haze and all that kind of stuff. It's like the last fun time.
right.
And it was like, it was like getting around town. It was like we were the first black guy in our pledge class.
Yep.
And with some people, that was a different reaction than others. I was like, it sounds great. I'm like they told me it was like he's related to Colin Powell, and I was like, that's hilarious. Like that was like I thought the whole thing was like hilarious. I was like the first one ever. This fraternity has been here since like 1895.
Yeah,
That's
like a
crazy.
sad, funny way.
Yeah, I was like, that's
Pretty good.
crazy.
Okay, I'm with you so
like,
far.
me and him, I was,
Okay.
like, introduced myself. Like I didn't know anybody really in our fraternity. Like I took the fraternity of like nobody I knew from Memphis. Like
Okay.
just didn't know anybody.
So
and then we're hanging out at the bar and we're like getting drunk and like we were literally just talking because like he like confessed to me. He was like, I feel kind of weird that I'm like the first. I was like, yeah, I bet. but I was just being very nice to him, and
So did you ever?
And I asked him a very inappropriate question.
Of course.
I asked him. I go. I know. I don't know if you've thought about this or but I don't know what pledship's like. I didn't go through it yet. Like, I don't know how crazy it gets. And I asked him, I was like, "What are you gonna do if they call you the N-word?" And he was like, "I have thought." Yeah, it was.
That's fucked up that he had to like think about that.
Yeah,
shit.
no, he was like already had thought about it.
Of course,
That's
but I
sad.
mean, that's like, of course he's gonna think, like that's gonna
course, but
come
he
up
was
in
like-
his
he
head.
was-
But like, it's fucked up to me that has to come up.
Well,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
just
Well, he
think
is
about
in
those
a
things.
white fraternity in the
Sad.
South.
Multiple
Yeah,
people
bro.
thought
Like
that.
that's the thing. Like
Everybody
No,
thought
everyone
about that. No,
thought
including him.
Everybody in the
Yeah.
frat
Yeah,
thought
that's
about
all.
it.
Oh,
Wait a second, we got a black
maybe,
pepper.
maybe
Everybody's like, when do
all
we
of-
say it? When do we?
all of my
hell.
good friends in the fraternity who aren't racist, they I told them that. I was like, yeah, was that a weird move? And they were like, what are you fucking doing, dude? They go, don't ask him that. And I was like,
They had
"Ah."
But you
decorum.
did.
I was
Alex
curious.
Feinstein,
Hey, buddy, you might have been thinking about this
Alex
privately, but I
Feinstein.
want
He
you to
thanked
know
me.
that we all know you're the only
He
guy
thanked me
here.
for
Like,
asking.
that's weird.
He thanked me. He was like, thank you for bringing it up. I focused on the elephant in the room. I was like, well,
I mean, it was.
I was like, well, you're
the thing.
welcome.
Like, I
I'm just
mean-
doing
There's
my
a few
job.
other elephants in the room that
I'm just doing my job.
that were,
But he said he had thought about it, and that was like the saddest thing I'd ever heard. He was like, I have thought about it, and he goes, I'm willing to just do it.
You've
And I'm
lived
like,
you've lived a very, very chill life. If that's the saddest thing you've ever.
No,
I-
okay, fine. Okay, you don't have to nitpick my words.
I mean, but you've had a good life in
Yeah.
the sense of like if you really think about it, like
That's some
Venezuela,
shitty things
bro,
happen, but yeah.
I've seen crazy poverty over there, and that's why I'm thankful of like what I've had and shit. Cause like, put yourself in a different position, like somewhere where it's like super poverty stricken.
So
well,
much
wait a
emphasis.
second. Wait a second.
Well, I
wait
mean,
a second.
think
Are
like
we?
the third
Do we
world,
hit the Will
like Thailand or
inspirational?
something.
Yeah, dude,
button? Is
he
this-
wasn't here when I established it.
You've been watching the episodes, haven't
is
you?
this-
Will, can we?
He's been watching
is there a
each
way to
episode.
record it right now? I wanted to put on the put on the
The
pad.
Will
I want to do a
inspirational
thing,
button.
Will. Like, I mean, I'm sure you know this about yourself.
The Will
Like
Martinez
sometimes, like you get a
inspirational
little
hour.
inspirational, whatever. Like
Yeah.
you talk deep, like you're.
You sound like an
like an Andrew-
Instagram post
Yeah,
from 2012.
I think those things are bullshit.
Okay, what's his face?
With a
Tony,
nice, with a nice background and
which one,
and a picture of
the
Peaky
motivational
Blinders
Tony
in the back.
Tony Robbins.
I mean,
You get
bro,
a little Tony Robbins, Gary V sometimes.
I do believe in that shit.
And I want to I want to record a thing to like when you do that.
Like, I
you
am
just
with
hit
it.
Just,
This is-
I'm with it too.
this
and
is
it's
his
just
brain
Martinez. You've
I make
just
fun of a
listened
lot
to
of things, but I do
Martinez
believe in that.
motivation.
I mean, bro, you gotta stay positive.
But is there a way to record it? Where we
Positive.
can go Martinez
You
motivation.
have to cut it up and shit and like.
Can you not? I don't know how to do that.
And
On the pad or
anytime you
whatever.
break into one of those speeches, we hit the
Yeah.
button and then it just
Oh, it sings like that Dove song from when
we kind of like
with McLaughlin.
Sound
we
effects.
get
Yeah,
we get the point.
Like the sounds
Like
of an angel,
the wrap it up,
wings of an
Dave
angel.
Chappelle, the wrap it up.
This is kind of a wrap it up box.
for the dog
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's funny, dude.
And I feel really good about beating up your fraternity experience. I'm just
It's crazy. Like I got like so good of friends with like some people, and they're like from like Jackson, Mississippi, like Loosedale, Mississippi.
I kinda-
like,
Look, all those
and, like, they're,
places
like,
are
such
places that I would live for 100 years, never see, and die happy. I would die happy.
I kind of.
like,
Those are my first choices, but I like to go in mine.
You know, what made some like me and my friends like so frustrated is like one of our buddies in particular. I'm not gonna say his name, but he was like 36 on his ACT. Didn't have to go any classes, no matter what it was. Even by senior year, like he would just ace it, no matter what. But he was just, it was because like when you're that smart, it's like he was raised to racist, and like most of the
Wait,
people
what?
in like Mississippi,
Very interesting.
most of the people
Wait,
in
what?
most of the people in Mississippi, they're like it's like that Chris Rock bit racist, and they'll like say that it's like they kind of live on that, but it's like he's
like a
this
genius, like, you know,
and it's like so he's choosing.
Wait, which
he's
Chris
It's like
Rock?
definitely-
he knows
Oh,
it's
he's
wrong.
being
but choosing.
groomed to be into
Alec,
the
which Chris Rock
racist
bit?
infrastructure.
Which
Yep.
Chris Rock bit?
Black guys and the other.
Like being successful, the dentist thing? Or are you talking
Yeah,
about
like-
living in a
like The
neighborhood?
difference between black guys and
Oh,
The
yeah,
N-word
yeah.
bit.
That's how like
Okay.
most people in like Mississippi would like live.
Wait, what?
Like that,
What?
like that's their like the races that I knew, like that's how they looked at it. They were like They're like black guys are fine, but
Oh,
that was like
okay, I see.
that was.
Okay. All right. Well, they were just They had new age Chris Rock racism.
but dude, it was so
born
perfect.
just in the '90s. Never mind the fact that Mississippi has existed as a goddamn Mississippi since whatever.
It was so frustrating with our buddy. It was just because it was just like, you're so smart. Like you're so smart. Like it's not like he's choosing to. He also is like one of the funniest guys that I know. So he'll do it for like the joke. Not like He's not like dropping the N word every sentence or anything. But he would like drop some racist joke and like just be funny. But then like it's like sometimes you're like, oh, you mean it.
Oh yeah.
But it's just frustrating. It's like you know better, but you're just choosing to still do that. Like you're
He's
smart
got-
enough to know that
he's
it's
got
wrong.
he's got a lucky Negro toe, a keychain that he rubs every
Exactly.
morning.
I mean, he's related to Cool
God,
Powell.
He got a lucky Negro toe. he rub it before every
This
single.
is that classic. It's
racist
funny to
test.
him, and I'm just like, oh god, dude.
He taking a racist ACT test is telling him he's the smartest white man in the world.
Yeah, dude.
As he strokes his lucky Negro toes in Mississippi.
Oh my god, dude.
Dude, dude, the worst. Coke and Will probably both heard the story. The worst story that I ever have of him is like our senior year in college.
I know what story you're gonna say.
Yeah, I know it's bad.
That's that guy.
Yeah.
I'm learning your friends.
But
I'm
he's like saying
understanding
like
who's
joking
who.
man, and you're like, it's like, God damn it, that's so racist. But like,
This is
like
a
it
wild
did make me
story.
laugh, and it makes you mad that it makes me laugh.
All right.
So-
lay it on
so
me.
senior year-
Yeah, get comfortable.
We
Get
got
comfortable.
this house. We got this house that was crazy, and it was like $350 a person, and it was a 3,800 square foot house.
Okay.
It was just fucking huge. And the whole basement, like our landlord lived next to us, but it's like kind of out in the country a little bit away from campus.
Okay.
But the whole basement, our neighbor grew up in the house. And he's like, yeah, my dad was a Harley guy. So the whole basement, it's like poured with concrete. And that was their like bar hangout for their biker club.
Okay.
And it is like probably twice the size of like Accidental Chaos. Like,
It's the Grand Knights of the Ku Klux Klan.
yeah, it was just our buddy. No, he's gay.
You don't know what
No,
club
he's
he was
gay,
in,
and
though?
it was so funny, dude. He was so weird, and he was like the first gay guy in Oxford, Mississippi, and like he was like a local legend there. But we didn't know that when we moved in
legend.
because we're just we just go to college there.
Right.
But like, and then like we slowly found out it's like no, and, like my dad's girlfriend who we started dating from there, she was like, "You live next to Jason Plunk?" She's like, She's like, I grew
Shout
up
out
with
Jason
him. And she
Plunk.
was like, do you know about him? And we're like, what? And like, even the first week that we moved in there, a guy was like fixing our fridge, and then he came back like 3 months later, and he's fixing our fridge again, and he's like, so y'all probably learned about Jason now. And we were like, what? And he goes, well, he's gay. And we were like, what? And we're like, why are you telling this about our neighbor?
This is not the story I
he's
thought you
an
were gonna
alderman.
Let's
say.
get in there.
You said Oxford,
Okay,
Mississippi.
okay.
I'm explaining the house. I'm explaining the house.
Okay.
Yo,
Explaining
you
the
said
house.
Oxford,
We're-
Mississippi.
Dude, it was so
witnessing
funny.
Yeah, he did say that.
No,
He's
he's,
an
he's
alderman.
look, he's
He's an
world
alderman.
building.
It's a
There's
college town.
characters, and you know, I like
College
it.
town.
I'm
Dude, but like we were
I'm
literally
entrenched.
sitting there just being like we don't know anything about our neighbor yet, and we're like, yeah, who do you got to fix the fridge? He's like, oh, I got my guy, and he's coming in. We're just like chatting around with him, and like then he's like, y'all got beer, and we start drinking beer with him, and then he just goes, and like Jason's like right there, like we're the only two houses within like a mile of from here.
Okay.
And he just goes, well, fuck. He's like a 60-year-old man. He goes, well, y'all know about Jason. And this is like after my dad's girlfriend is like, oh, Jason. And we're like, what? And he goes, well, y'all know about him. And we're like, no. And he goes, he's a homosexual.
Okay.
He goes, he has all the gay orgies at his house. And we're just like,
Hell no.
whoa, that's next door.
Okay.
We're like, we don't need to know. Just fix our fridge.
Right.
And then so like he like told us like the whole basement is like just like kind of like biker weird party, like the whole basement, like the house we lived in, it was like poured
He
with
owns a radio
concrete.
station too.
Yeah, he does. Poured with concrete, like poles throughout it. Probably like triple the
stripper
size of
poles.
Accidental Chaos was our whole basement. As we're seniors in college, and we're like, this is the weirdest adventure ever. And but so it was just gay, I guess is. But so we had this big party. I kind of lost track there.
Yeah.
About the Halloween party. So like, we had like the party house. And then so we have this Halloween party. There's like probably like 150 people there. But like before everybody got there, it's just me and my roommates. And we're kind of like hanging out. Like a guy comes in for Halloween with two chicks that we kind of knew, but they were just like too early for the party. They came in like 8 o'clock. and one of the dudes is in full Spider-Man mask on, gloves on, everything. And we're just like hanging out, we're like, who are y'all? And they're like, oh, we're here for the party. Like, all right, we can hang out, yada, yada, yada. We're like, we haven't even bought beer for the thing yet, so let's go get beer. And then we go get beer down the road, and the Spider-Man guy's like, yo, I want to come in. And he introduced himself as Spider-Man to us, which is odd. And then, so we ride to the gas station, and he's in the back seat, like, not saying anything. And my my racist genius friend, he, you know, he's talking a conversation. I think he like
A racist convo.
I think he was like I think he like we were all like a little bit drinking for a while. I think he said
just giving his feelings.
I think it was something along the lines of like you want to hear this black joke or something.
Oh God.
Yeah, something casual.
You guys, I got
Something casual in everyday conversation.
Casual.
We're all drunk
some
and
casual-
we're just like, yeah, whatever, Ty. Ty, just whatever. And then we get the beer and then we go back and then like 10 minutes of us getting in the house, the Spider-Man dude takes off his mask and it was just a black dude the whole time, just eating
second
these N-words in the back seat of the car. And we felt bad, I guess, it was the moral of the story.
Okay.
Yeah, he keeps saying okay, like I have to say more, and I really
They
don't
didn't
have.
know it was a black guy in the
We
Spider-Man
didn't
suit
know it
the
was
whole
black
time.
because he had the mask
This
on.
one friend kept saying the
So
N-word.
they
So
were
then when we
talking
get
real
back-
white.
So when they
This
realized it
whole
later,
combo.
they're like, "Oh my god!"
We don't.
They gave an N person.
I told that story terribly. It was
Yeah, he did
awful,
say it
dude.
bad.
wide
We got off on a weird high tangent.
There was no point explaining the house
know,
and all
there
that,
was
him
no
being
point at
gay.
all.
I was like, "What is he talking about? It's not the same
There's no
story."
point at all.
Well, it just as a.
I got one, dude. I got
Okay.
one. I got one. The weirdest thing, the one I've talked about, and the weirdest racist thing I've heard in my life was when I first moved out here. I was in Westwood, and I had some friends of mine,
Where are you originally from?
West Palm Beach, Florida.
Florida. Okay.
I had a friend of mine from that I knew in Florida, and he lived in San Fran. So he came down to Westwood to hang out with me because his girl was from Redondo. But the point is, I've known this guy for many years in Florida, but he explains to me, and I knew he lived in Alaska, but he explained to me his dad's from Arkansas.
Okay.
And he tells me this story. Now we're all fucking high as fuck on drugs and smoking in my backyard. He tells me this weird story, makes no sense to me. He explains that his dad was raised with the belief from his grandmother that black people are all very angry and very strong. Each one of them can flip over a car.
Wow.
That they were like superhuman and just angry and
Yeah.
scared. So he said his dad as a child, never seen any black people. And he eventually, when he met his first black person, it was a dude like fixing his like water heater or something in the basement. So his dad decided to take pieces of cheese and it was dropping on this black dude's head because in his dad's
What the fuck?
Wait, what?
because in his dad's mind he was an animal and he was trying to feed him. So I'm sitting there just like you guys, fucked up out of my mind in Westwood.
you were
I'm like,
watching it?
what are you talking about? Your dad what? And he's like, no. I'm like, are you fucking with me right now?
Yeah.
Here's where it gets worse.
So he just was like genuine about it.
He said that's how my dad thought as a kid, and I'm just like, what are
And
we?
he wasn't like,
and
"Isn't
I'm
that
like,
crazy?"
what kind? Of course he thought it was crazy. I mean, yeah, but he's just telling me his story. I'm like, are you lying? So then I'm fucking reacting the same way you guys. I'm like, what? Maybe it's a different generation. He's never. I'm like, this all is nonsense to me. His girlfriend, dude, who's younger than me from Redondo Beach, chimes in. She's like, yeah, I kind of felt that way too growing up from out here. And I'm like, what did you say? She's like, well, I didn't think they were animals. She's like, I didn't think they were people. I thought they were robots that like fixed our yard. And I tell that to people
That's
from Redondo Beach,
crazy.
and many people from Redondo Beach say that's not surprising. That's how segregated it is.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
And that's where combined, I was
think
like,
y'all are
what
just-
is happening, bro?
You know what?
That's
you know
Los
what? I
Angeles.
think y'all are just in that conversation. They were just one-upping each other on the
Maybe.
ridiculous shit.
The
that
most
they were
racist thing
saying.
I've ever heard.
I
Like,
called him, dude, I've called him so many times sober since. I'm like, bro, were you fucking with me? He's like, no, really, that's all true.
Dude,
I'm
my
like,
bu-
bro,
my buddy-
come on. It's
my-
hard to believe.
my buddy, when I was back in Memphis, like, I'm not gonna say names because I think he listens to this.
Do it.
But his dad,
his identity.
his dad, like his parents, like grew up with my parents, that kind of thing. Like we've always been friends, like since like kindergarten. and his dad's a roofer, and
Everybody
his last name is. It is funny. His last name is Fiedler, and it's Fiedler.
Everybody say it out loud, exposes that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say his name. I already said his name.
I just said the last name, not the.
But I already started that thing. He's a roofing company called Fiedler Roofing Company, and what's that Super Clean Comics name? Brian
Callen?
Brian Keegan.
Keegan. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like he went on Conan and it was like, I was in Memphis and I saw a Fiedler on the roof company. He goes, they're fucking idiots. Why is it not Fiddler on the roof? And like it's like this is claim to fame. But his dad like had fallen off. Like my parents told me, he's like, yeah, his dad's crazy now. And he'll just like he would like delete a 12-pack. Like when we're hanging out with him, he'll delete a 12-pack.
Delete a 12-pack?
Like while driving. Like he deletes a 12-pack.
He's
like,
sticking
while
with
driving.
it, dude. Delete the 12-pack.
Dude, we went with my buddy. I can't believe I'm telling this story right now. We went with my buddy to the AAF game when Johnny Manziel played for the Memphis Express in like 2017. Like just shitty. And like we brought them and like it's like us pregame in the whole city of Memphis. Like tailgating for these shitty football games. And after the game, like his dad was like, "Al, you wrestle." And, like he's a little.
He wants to wrestle you.
He fell off the roof. Like my parents told me, like he fell off the roof. Like when I was probably like 15 years ago, and he hasn't been like he like went to the hospital and like it was a bad situation. So he's a little like.
Gloopy
He's,
shit. Yeah,
he's not the same.
But his
still he gets
racism
drunk
is
as fuck,
strong
dude.
as ever, though, right?
And dude, like we were tailgating for this football game. Taking this football game, and like him and my buddy and his dad were like wrestling each other in the parking lot. People were pulling up their cars and like shining the lights.
And then they had the app.
Dude, we were all drunk too, and like this was clearly like some like deep seated like father and son like things they're working out. And then like we're both going 3, 2, 1, fight! And we're like, all right, that's round one. But it was like it got personal very quickly.
I like it.
And that guy, I guess I was saying, like, this was the racist person I've ever met. Is his dad? Is that guy who fought his son?
Okay.
Is I was over Christmas? Over Christmas, I was like talking to him, and like he's kind of racist too. But
I mean, you grew up.
but I was talking to him, and yeah, and I was just like you should call him out. You're like, that's so racist. What do you fucking like? But he was like, yeah, my dad was at this gas. We pulled in a gas station to buy a pack of cigarettes, and it's like, yeah, my dad was here, and he's like, he pulled out a gun on a guy, and I was like, what? And I was like, what is the situation? This is the most racist thing I've ever heard. It's craziness. He said
he was black and cut me off.
Much worse.
I mean,
much worse.
I can imagine worse than that. I can imagine
much worse. He said his dad was in line, and it was like a big line, and the guy at the front was a black dude, and he was like doing some shit with like a lottery ticket or something. And he just called him the N-word and just said...
Dad did to the black dude?
Yeah, and just goes, hurry the fuck up, bleep. And
pulled out a gun.
And the guy turned around to him and he goes, I'll shoot you right now. And he goes, all right, I'll meet you outside. And then went outside, grabbed his pistol, and just aimed it at him. And then as the guy went to his car and then drove off, and he's like, mm-hmm. And that's like my buddy told me that. I go, dude, that's the most racist thing I've ever heard in my life. And I go, that's your dad. And he was like,
diabolical.
Like my buddy is like semi-racist, and he was like, yeah, isn't that horrible?
Am I?
He's like, that's my
qualifications.
He's like, that's my
he went to college, so he was exposed to people. You know what I'm saying? But the dad probably wasn't.
He's Chris Rock racist.
Oh my gosh. That's what
everybody racist is a spectrum. Everybody's a little bit.
Oh man,
very true.
I do believe that.
Have your stereotypes.
Everybody, yeah, exactly.
I do
Have your
believe that.
stereotypes.
My racism,
But the semi-racist is a funny term.
I have zero racism.
Zero.
Nah, I don't buy that.
I don't buy that either. I don't buy that at all.
It's just for you. You don't fuck with white people.
What do you mean?
He fucks with us.
I fuck with white people. Like what do you mean?
Yeah, I'm not saying you personally,
but like there's a part of you
I think he meant
that
personally.
like doesn't.
What do you mean? What?
Well,
have you ever had a Chinese lady
I
cut
have
you
my
off in
stereotypes
traffic and been
about white
like,
people.
it's because she's Asian?
Not
At least a little bit of a thought.
Not really.
3%?
You know what?
3% racist.
That people are looking so hard at the drivers that they can tell their ethnicity. Like, wow.
Then wait till you pull up and look at them
but
and be
then
like,
again,
you
I
think you need to go to the
whatever.
optometrist.
yeah, that's
you can't tell an Asian lady immediately. It's by the weight you can't keep in the lane.
Oh my gosh, I guess I judge ethnicity by vehicle, maybe, but maybe no.
Okay, what does an Asian drive?
Mercedes Benz.
Electric car.
Okay.
Yeah,
What about
an
a black
electric-
dude?
A black dude,
What about a fat
Impala.
overweight? What about a fat overweight black lady?
fat, overweight, black.
Like Precious.
Precious.
Yeah.
But
But she makes $60,000 a year.
Hyundai Elantra.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Hyundai
Yeah.
Elantra is affordable. It's got a lot of room.
What about something for the Philippines?
Yes, Philippines.
But she was born here.
Huh?
But she was born here.
Like
was
sushi.
born here?
Filipino, first generation, born here.
Honda Fit.
Okay.
Nice,
Yeah,
dude. Good
yeah,
answer,
yeah,
dude. That was
yeah.
solid. That's a solid clutch, dude. Came in the
What
clutch.
about Chinese immigrant, 60 years old,
Mercedes.
Mercedes.
just moved here
Mercedes.
to Ohio?
Oh,
still.
old Mercedes.
Okay.
Yeah, old Mercedes.
Yeah, like a 90 like a
you know,
like an
Like that,
86.
Chappelle, like, that is
2012.
acceptable.
Oh, I was thinking like
Yeah,
86,
2012,
like an
yeah.
86 Volvo or something.
That is
like that.
No.
Okay.
That's a white dude. A white dude is driving an 86 Volvo. He's doing all the work on it. He's putting it on YouTube.
What about
he's-
a
I watch the channel. I love Volvos. I drive a Volvo myself.
What about
I'm
a
just saying that's
Swiss?
just what it is.
What about a Swiss guy, 36 years old, just moved to Texas?
Okay.
He's from Switzerland.
Super.
Just moved here
Small Jeep.
to Austin.
Tesla.
He's,
Model 3.
he moved here to do Kill Tony and try comedy.
Oh yeah, Model 3 Tesla.
Okay, yeah.
and
Well, yeah, he's
dropping
Switzerland.
3 N-bombs, no
Yeah.
less on that.
Yeah,
on that
okay. But he's
on
also
that goddamn
never seen a
Joe
black
Rogan.
guy until tonight.
I've become
he's also
pro.
never
I've
seen a
become
black guy.
electric car guy, man. You know,
Oh,
and
really?
I live in the world where people make fun of them.
Okay.
They're like electric cars are lame, but in my mind, I'm like, this is what we dreamed of.
No, yeah,
How can
really.
you be talked out of the child in me? And I was like, this is fast as fuck. I'm driving an electric car.
You're
You know?
electric. You're an EV guy.
Yeah, I got one.
Do you?
He's got a Kona.
Okay.
It's pretty fast.
All right. Wait a second. So do you?
Zero gas.
Okay. What EV do you drive? One.
Hyundai Kona.
Interesting.
2023.
Okay. 2023 Hyundai
Yeah.
Kona.
Yeah.
Okay.
rented-
What?
They're decent.
Yeah.
The Ioniq
Lyft.
is cool.
Shout out Lyft.
Wait
Shout
a
out Lyft.
second. What?
Get my
Dreams.
referral program.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So
it's-
you come from a family that leases these vehicles regularly or something like that.
No, I just needed a job
That's his
4 months
family.
ago,
Go,
and I
don't-
went on the app.
Coke, don't
And
be
they sent me
shy,
to
dude.
Monderva or whatever, and I had one the
You
next
know you
day.
got a
My
Kona
license is
leasing
good.
company?
I have to rent it each week. It's not mine at all.
okay,
I rent
all
it
right.
through Lyft.
Oh, okay. So you're.
We know your family owns the Kona leasing
Oh
company.
shit. Okay.
And
sorry.
they have coined it,
Thank
named
you
it
for
after
trying to
you,
put that on the
Kona-Cola.
podcast. I should have rolled with it.
Wait a second.
Kona-Cola is what they call it.
Okay, so you're renting an EV4 in car.
Ask him how much he pays a week. Ask him how much he pays
How
a week
much
for
you
the
pay
car.
a week?
I pay $370 a week for it.
Holy fuck.
Ask
70.
him how much he paid for the.
I used to drive
the
Uber
Suburban.
Black for 5 years, so I
Okay.
drive an SUV. It was rich people Uber. That was
Okay.
$600 a week, couple hundred in gas.
Okay,
600 a week.
so wait a second. So you have a whole lifestyle around rideshare driving?
Sure, I'm an open mic comedian, just doing. It takes me from each spot I want.
Well, you do
I
the,
work
you do
when
the
I
bar
want.
backing. You do the bar backing.
Sure, I got other jobs, but I mean,
Yeah.
it is the cliche comedian
is
in
the-
LA,
that is-
Lyft
yeah,
driver.
Artists.
That's
Dude,
such a
yeah,
high
It's very
overhead.
convenient.
Dude,
It's very
370
convenient.
a week. 370 a week. So what's that? 700.
That's a lot.
Yeah, 1,050.
That's a
It's like
lot.
1,500 a month.
Like 70 is the charging plan they give me, which is unlimited.
1480
So
a
I
month.
charge for free everywhere, unlimited.
Oh,
Dude, me
well,
and they get
okay, they
and,
give you
and,
that.
and they give you
after
and they give you
taking
bonuses.
your balls for $375 a week.
But then they take off
it
an
makes
extra
it- it makes it-
140
yeah.
each week. They take off an extra 140 each week if you do X amount of rides, which I do because it's
Yeah,
my
it's
main
incentive.
job. So really, I don't even count it that way. I really
You should.
But at the end of the day, I never pay that. Is my point. They
Dude,
take it's extra 40.
Me and Pete
140
Getty
they
had
take
an
off.
idea of to buy a Hyundai Kona 2023, which we'd probably have like a $400 a month payment on
Yeah.
it, and then sell it to Coke for $100 less a week.
Oh my god.
You're getting like you could get that car. for,
I've had this conversation, especially with Adam. Just actually look
this
into
is,
it and try and show me. But I've
this
looked
is-
into it.
Why
Mostly
are you
about the Uber Black. is
Okay,
what- mostly
wait,
the
right
Uber
now?
Black is what
Wait,
I've argued
wait,
about.
wait a
To be
second.
fair,
Buy it
not-
now.
I got a question.
Yeah, I don't know about the Kona. I meant the
so
Uber
do you
Black, I guess, in
so
my
do
head.
you love driving for rideshare?
Do I love it?
Yeah.
It's a good, convenient job, but I'm
Okay.
also trying to get another job working with Brian and Zach that you hung out with tonight.
Shout out.
Shout out to them. Working as a bar back in
Hyundai
West
Kona
Hollywood.
2023.
Like, I'm looking for a better job. It's about 20 an hour,
But
and I just work.
because like at those rates, you must love it.
It's
It's
not
know,
bad.
he's gonna have a
easy, bro.
boss.
It's easy.
He doesn't have a boss, and
It's
it's
easy.
easy.
You can turn it on
Yeah.
whenever you want.
I get to
and,
do
like,
mics every night of the
Yeah.
week. It takes me everywhere I gotta go, and I'm friendly.
Like 370. I mean, like that's just such high demand.
I
Well,
I-
that's how they get you. But the thing is, if you save your money and then have decent
How do you
credit, you
save
just go
your
buy
money?
the car later.
Wait a second. How do you save your money at 375 a week?
it's hard.
Because
What do you think your- what do you think your credit score
See, the
is?
thing is, you can work as much as
I
you
don't
want with
know.
that shit.
That's
So if you
So,
just
like-
work the extra hours and account for the money,
To be honest with you.
Probably good.
So you have to
It's
drive.
not good.
You have to drive for like at
40
least
hours.
40
or plus.
hours.
Yeah,
a
of
week,
course.
Right?
It's like a standard job.
Yeah. Right around you get 40 hours, it takes off, like I said, 140 of
Dude,
it a
you
week.
could, you
But
could
what
literally
happens
get
if
this
you get
car
into
for
a
so
car
much
accident?
cheaper.
I'm probably fucked. I just never been in one.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
I just
You could get that car for
I
so
would
much
definitely
cheaper,
think I'm
dude.
fucked.
Yeah,
yeah,
24
A
definitely.
2023 Hyundai
24K
Kona with
starting.
13,000 miles on it is 25,000.
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah, dude, I don't understand.
Oh
Your-
my god, bro.
Even if
I
your credit
have-
is like unbelievably
Even if
shitty,
your credit is garbage,
Yeah.
you could get this car.
for
Yeah,
for
but
like
at the
said,
same-
seven
but
own
at
it
the- at
free
the-
in
at
the
the-
winter.
at the same token,
Yeah.
you don't. At the same,
375 a week.
but at the same token, you
How
don't
many?
want
How
that
many?
car.
How much? How many weeks?
It's a fair conversation.
How many
At the same
weeks-
token,
I haven't
at the
looked
same-
into
wait,
it.
wait.
Drive.
I did the Uber
take
Black Swan, but I haven't looked
25,000
into it. It's a
divided
good
by
amount.
375. Take that. Do that.
It's
real quick.
370. It's 370.
Let me see. Monthly payment would probably be
Wow.
like.
Wait.
Whoa,
The monthly
dude.
payment
how
would
many-
be
Six.
Okay, how many?
That's something right there, dude.
Okay, wait a second.
That makes me
Okay.
nervous.
How many?
Yeah,
weeks,
dude.
How many
let's
weeks
let's
is that?
get money from him, dude.
Wait, no. How many months is that?
What did you
and-
say?
and How, divide
375
that.
a week.
Divide
36.
that by
It's
4.
30 at 36 months.
Divide-
At 36
Divide
months.
up. No. Divide that by 4.
At
Because that's,
36 months, if you bought it outright,
Okay,
it would
if
only
you
be
if you,
201.
if you
How many
paid
mo-
off, listen, if you paid off that car in 1 year, if you just wanted to pay $25,000 off in 1 year, it'll be $480 a week. So you would probably pay that off by like 1 year and 2 months.
Okay. so-
480 a week.
That would be buying that car. If you were to pay off that car in
Yeah,
one
but
year,
even
Yeah.
it would only be so
Yeah.
1 year of doing that with that car. You could have bought your own.
probably less because you wouldn't pay the interest.
Yeah, I don't
if
wanna
you
do
paid
that.
it, if,
real, dude.
if you
make
paid it off in a
550
year,
a week. I'd be me going buying 100 to 200 a week for a year.
bro.
Yeah, but no, but
but you still are.
you don't pay that
No,
much.
I
a
made
week.
600 this week.
Yeah, but you don't pay that much a week. When you buy a car, you can do like a 5-year plan.
Well, like for 36 months, it's $201.
Yeah, but 480 a week.
$201 a month.
So if you paid it off in a year,
Yeah, I like that idea.
Also,
That's
but then,
what I'm
but
saying.
then, but then,
80 a
hey,
week
hey, on
scares
top
me.
of that,
What I'm saying
on
is,
top
like-
of that, you wouldn't pay the interest because they also get you in the interest. So if you pay it ahead and amortize the loan,
Yeah, well, no.
then you wouldn't pay that whole total amount.
this
You know what I'm
is-
saying?
Coke, I'm only
Wait,
telling you that
they
number
get you on
because
the
I'm
in-
saying like
Yeah,
you're
but at the
close
same
to
token,
buying a car in a
Coke,
year.
You
That's
are,
what
you
people
are,
don't
but
do.
at
No,
the same
you're not.
token, at the yes,
No, he hasn't paid into any equity.
No, I'm saying
yes,
Yeah,
but
confusing.
okay, but at the same token, the equity, like, there's no value in buying that car and paying it off because the thing is, like, you're
Yes,
beating
there
it
is.
up,
It is
but you're
better than
beating,
what he's doing
but you're
now.
beating it up. Like, if you could,
If you
pay
could-
off the
$70
car,
a
you
week.
walk away
And-
with
if
the car.
you if you
And
bought
is
it,
true,
if
every
you
about
bought
4
it,
years, they get it out of commission. With,
Yes,
with
that's what I'm
it's
saying.
equal
So-
to $100 a month.
you can make
so
money on.
the logical
They
way to
have
do
to
that
be
would
in-
be
Wait,
buy
I
it,
need to use
pay
the
it off
restroom
in
really
a
quick.
year,
This is a
and then
business
sell it.
conversation. Wait,
It doesn't
You know what I'm
matter.
saying?
It doesn't matter. Like it just anything is better than
Agreed.
what he's
No,
doing.
but
Agreed,
I wouldn't be
but
able to
that's how
use
they
it in
get you.
3 years. That's what I'm
But
trying
no,
to
no,
say.
that's why.
I wouldn't be
Okay,
able to use it in 3 years. They have a range of cars that are up to the qualifications to drive for them. It's a 5-year range. You see what I'm
they
saying?
have their like standards.
Like 2000
So you have
18 and up.
2023,
2018
so
and
you
up.
have 4 years.
Yeah, gonna buy it, and within 2
you buy
years,
it, pay it off in a
you
year,
be making
and
so
then
much
after
money.
that, sell it.
480 a week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Sell
saying.
it
dude,
for
it's
what?
$300 a month.
The value.
For the
of
value.
it.
$300 a month.
Like,
If you have bad credit, it's
300 a month is what I want to look into, and I
No,
do.
that's
that
what it
is
is.
how
That's
much
what
it
it
is.
is. It's
Okay,
actually
480 a
two.
week
It's actually
scared me.
201 a month. So like, if
Will,
you,
can I say something real quick?
yeah,
Because I think you're losing me when I gave you that number.
Yeah,
I was using that as an example of like nobody buys a car in 1 year. I was using that as
some
an
people
example
do.
of like
Some
this
people
is
do.
how much you're paying. Of like it would be the equivalent of paying that much a year to own the car in 1 year, which nobody does. So like you're
yeah.
getting fucked. I'm saying like
Equity in the car, you just
Yeah.
paid all that money.
yeah, like I'm saying like you might as well have bought a car by now.
I've only had 3 months.
And you could have paid a third of that, which would have taken
That's
double
what
that
that's
amount.
what I've been saying. But
If
the
I
thing is,
paid $480
if
a
you
week-
buy,
Yeah.
if you buy,
Again,
you want to
I
sell
don't
it.
Well,
wanna
you're paying
do that.
370. Like
That's all-
370, you could like it's just-
480 a week. I'm just saying that'd be. I couldn't do it, especially at that point in
don't
my
have to do
life.
that.
I had
They don't do
$0.
deals
I
like
couldn't.
that.
But you already do
They don't
that.
do
well,
deals
then
like
why'd
that.
you show me? Stick to the point that's working.
See, you already
Which
pay
is-
300
I
a
was
week,
wrong.
right?
I think it's a great
You
idea, and I
already
appreciate
pay
it.
300 a week, right?
Yes, I paid 300 a week.
Yeah. So
Just
if
find out
you
what your
got
credit
it,
score
if you got it and paid triple that, you would pay it off quicker, and you wouldn't pay the interest on it. So they get you on the interest. So if
Yeah,
you're
you
paying to the principal and then fucking fully pay it off,
Even
you
with a
save
garbage
money.
credit score,
And the
you
thing is,
could-
if you did that, like work that hard and did it in a year, you still have what Ken was talking about, the equity.
Dude,
and then
but at
and then
the
you
same time-
let's say,
Even if you have
but
garbage
okay,
credit
hey,
scores,
But
let's
at the
say
same time, I don't want this job. I'm trying to get another job. I did it as a temporary
Sure.
job. I'm not trying to invest into a car. I'm trying to get another job right now. That's the reason I do this week by week stuff. I never got stuck with a car.
That's fair.
yeah, I get that,
Yeah.
but it's like
Like,
I
you were saying,
plan
it's
on my life
it's-
changing.
It could be $800.
I would like to go on tour and get rid of my. Huh?
It could be $800 cheaper. It's probably about what it'd be. Probably
Cool.
more than that. Like $1,000.
It could be something to look into just
You're
as
paying your-
my
Just
job,
because then you have
as
a car
my, as
anyway.
my other
Yes,
job.
because then you have a car.
While I
anyway.
still get a car, so it's still something worth looking into.
Of course.
But I'm just explaining
Wait.
my mindset.
Wait, Coke, you're Jewish?
I am Jewish.
See, this is why I don't believe any
well-
of these conspiracy theories that say that Jews run everything or anything.
was trying to
We have
convince
a
him it
Jewish
was
person
real.
right here, and
I'm
we
not-
have an
well,
example
you're
of a
not
Jewish
Jewish.
person right here, and
And
he's getting hosed by the numbers. By the numbers, you are getting hosed,
But I
my
am
guy.
retired.
But in a sense, he's not, because the thing is, like, he
In a
can give the
sense,
car
he's
back.
not, dude.
He can
How?
get.
How is
I
he
gotta
not getting
know how
hosed?
else,
I like it.
He can. He's
He
not
doesn't
like.
have to pay any depreciation on the car or whatever.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to pay repairs, anything like that. Like all
True,
the
I
What do
don't.
you mean he doesn't?
True, I don't.
Because he's Jewish?
No,
If
'cause
you were bought- if you
Uber
bought a new
handles it.
car-
Uber
If you
handles
bought
it.
a new car with a, if you bought a new car with a warranty, yeah, you wouldn't have to take care of that. And on top
Well,
of
you'd
that, it's
also
an
have to get
electric
the
car
service
because
plan, too.
it's an electric
Like-
car, so there's far less things to service.
And they're trying
anyway.
to push them out. They give you all sorts of like benefits if you get an electric car. That's
Yeah.
true. Like California tries to.
I'm just saying. I mean, like,
I don't think this conversation is crazy, and I
I
appreciate
don't.
it.
Yeah,
But I'm
just
also
like,
trying to get another job right now.
it's all good. I'm just saying, like,
Well, that makes sense, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
But
like,
still,
wow,
it's
things
still-
I've
you're
thought
just
of.
having a car
I
in
could
general.
never to service
person like
to
you
be
who doesn't have a
responsible
car.
for a payment
fine.
that heavy.
You're passionate.
$100. Woo, that's a heavy ass weekly payment.
Yeah, it's just. It's
Yeah,
just
That's a heavy-
it's rent. It's $14.80 a month that you're giving. That's rent or
$1,000 a
mortgage.
month.
Yeah,
Ah,
and if you,
you
pay
might
that,
as well
if,
buy
if,
a
if
fucking real car.
Dude, who are the people that like?
But no,
Good
you-
argument is that.
Wait, wait,
you
Will,
would
like-
have to justify it if he was still doing, like, if he was like, okay, I'm gonna plan ahead and do this for a year and make sure I make
He
that amount.
did it. He's done it.
He has done it, but the thing is, what you also
3 months. 3 months, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, but-
But he had the Uber Black
Oh.
card before that.
Yeah.
But how long did you?
I did Uber Black 5 years, but that's a different thing because there are qualifications. You have to have a TCP number and licenses.
Still getting ripped off, though, dude.
Still.
Yeah, but that's
mean,
the
but
thing
that's
I
how they
argue
get you,
about,
but the
I've
thing
always
is-
proven no one can find a better option. This
Still.
little
Yeah.
car thing, facts. I didn't think about that because I'm trying to get another job.
Since I've known you, you got
don't-
nodes from the Uber Black though.
But you can't show me a better option. There's businesses I've asked many
Yeah,
drivers.
that's the thing. That's the
saying,
thing.
as
When
soon as you look
people,
at the number, Adam did it eventually. He's like, oh, it comes out to exactly what you got. And I was
What
like,
are,
yeah.
what are the people that like rent the cars like?
Huh?
I imagine, like, gang
equity
members,
in the car.
like-
I
like
think
have
equity in the
Russian
car
mobsters
is
or
worth
One
it.
guy
There-
was
there are
Armenian,
companies
one
that
guy
do that,
was
bro.
Hispanic. You know?
I mean, that's this is such
I don't
a
know.
lucrative business
All day.
that they're probably paying like $200 a month on each of those cars,
Fucking- and
and they're
they're getting
charging like
used-
$1,400.
Per
you're probably paying 500 or like, let's say
It was-
1,000
they
because they got to
range
get commercial
between-
insurance on the car.
A lot of them are
But that's
800 a
still-
week.
yeah.
A lot of them are
Sure.
800 a week. They have Wi-Fi.
800 a dude. Those guys are. We need to fucking buy a
Dude,
car.
they're making so much bank
Yeah, buy a
off
fleet.
of people.
I've always thought about
who's-
that. I've always thought about buying a
this
bunch of
is
cars
when-
and renting
This is
them out.
what happens when your approach to money is like weekend to weekend.
Yes,
Well, no,
I-
You know
that's
what I-
that's
it's
that's what
like-
I'm saying is when you are not in a good financial position and that's your only option.
Yeah.
It is a good option if you know how to get yourself out of it.
Martinez
you know what I'm saying?
motivation.
It's kinda like a-
That is a Martinez
kinda like a-
motivation.
No,
kinda-
hey, Mexicans come
But there's
over
a lot
here
of
and
things
do
he
all
doesn't
the
understand
jobs.
about the business. I did it 5 years. I'm trying to explain. Like, it's kind of like a liquor license. In 2016, it was grandfathered in because every fucking rich person thought, let me buy a nice car, have my child do Uber Black. So, oversaturated every nice car's doing it. So you had that set limited amount, a set model, it's SUV. So they did that. And whoever owned those grandfathered in, they stopped issuing them out completely since 2016. I moved there in 2017. So, whoever owns it is someone like a liquor license or accident or whatever, in the sense of they control grandfather. They have the ones that TCP numbers.
They reinstated.
They have
Dude, they got a monopoly.
I've been
the
told you
taxi
can
number.
bribe the Uber people with $5,000 and give you one. I never done that.
Wait,
All
so
I know is
couldn't
I've
buy
worked for
like
the
an Escalade and then just
You couldn't.
start
You
You
wouldn't be able
could
to
buy
do
the
it.
Escalade, but not the
Because
license.
so many people
Yeah.
have.
It wouldn't be Uber
bought
Black.
'em. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be one of
so I'm
the-
saying,
Those cars are still
that was a
available.
good job though. I made
Yeah, but
good
the
money with
licenses
that.
aren't.
This Lyft thing has been
Like, you need the
temporary.
license, like-
It's not
like
the
in
best
New
trying to
York-
get our job. The Uber
in
Black
New
I
York,
made
when you
bank.
have the
dude.
medallion-
underground.
I used to drive NBA players. I took Ja Rule
a lot
on
of those
tour.
places
I
are
picked
under
up
the
club.
table.
It was
Well, it's mafia.
a lot of people pay you cash.
saying,
It was a good life.
Right.
I'm sure a lot of those places are under the table.
This
where
one's
it's
not the
like,
best, and I
okay,
appreciate the conversation.
All
A
day.
$25,000 car and you're paying $300 a week. I mean, you've been doing this for 3 months.
Mm-hmm,
You might want to consider
Okay, Mike.
if you got that kind of juice. Yeah, if you have that kind of juice, you might want to consider getting a loan from a bank and purchasing a car and just doing it from there and putting commercial insurance on
Yeah,
it.
but what
It's
you
been
do
a
is,
Kin Steel
but what you
motor-
what
I've
you
never
what you do
tried
is you
doing
do
it,
it
so
for
I
you do it
should
with the
It's
whip.
paperwork.
You do it for the whip. You work that hard if you're gonna like be like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do.
If that's
but yo,
what you do,
yeah, but
and you drive, and
dude,
you
it's a
know
good way.
it,
It's a
and-
good way to make money. Like I fuck
and
with
you get
Uber,
the right
like when I
insurance.
If you
Just
own the
make sure
car.
you have the right insurance because you don't want to
I
get
know.
caught
I'm
with your
saying
pants
if you
down
own the
and
car,
everything.
Yeah,
if you
I
own
hear
the
you,
car and you have a car with good gas
Well, but the
knowledge,
thing
it
is-
so much more lucrative.
the thing
This
is, you
electric
have to
shit's solid.
understand that car and like put in your head that ain't a car. That's just your office. That's your piece of equipment.
I
You feel
take
me?
one
And
every
then-
day to work.
And then you like pay it off in that year. And if let's say you only done like 60K miles in that year, right? You pay it off in that year and then sell it for the value, like the Kelly Blue Book, because you'll have like still, you know what I'm saying?
You
It won't
can
have
get in and out of a car,
And then
cars
you
are
get in-
pretty
and then-
Yeah, if
liquid.
it is a 5-year deal, then you can't.
but you get out
of
in
it.
one, and then you just
No, you
pay-
trade it in, then you pay $1,000.
No, don't trade it in. Sell it on the fucking normal market because the dealership always
Either
fucks
way,
you.
I'm saying either
and then
way,
and then you buy
it's
the
better.
next brand new model.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Either way,
saying?
it's
Because
better.
like if you go to
I could have done a lot of
150K,
approaches better, no matter what. And I
All I'm
appreciate
saying
the
is you're-
conversation.
If you're only 3 months deep, I mean, but this still 3 months.
He's like 7 years deep. 6 years.
With Uber Black, I'm explaining was different for a reason.
Yeah,
But,
Uber Black. It sounds like there's.
Until when I met you, I mean, when
Yeah,
I met you, it
I-
was all downhill.
I failed a drug test because I smoke weed. I didn't even know that was illegal. I was doing it for years. Like, take this drug test. And like, you failed.
Uber?
Wait, tell him.
And I was
wait,
like, what?
How
And they're
the
like, you
fuck they
failed
make you
for
take
it. And
a
I was like,
drug
for
test, though?
weed.
Wait,
Because
tell
I pick people up at the airport. I have a certain permit for the airport. It's all.
and it's
It gets-
national.
Wait,
It's-
tell him about when you
there's
got
stuff.
mistaken for that guy in Georgia.
Huh?
When you got kicked off of Uber and like they thought you were a different person. You got
Huh?
kicked off of Uber and then like it ended up being
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah. Oh my
damn,
god.
dude.
Mistaken
That
identity.
happened. Yeah, well, it was yeah. Okay, fine. There's just many ways I remember it, and Georgia
sure.
lost me. But yeah, dude, I fucking hate Uber. You know, because 2 times, 2 years in a row, I got kicked off for a whole month. Because yearly they do a background check, and they fucking look me. They just I've been doing it for years at this point, just randomly, and then they kick me off, and they say, yeah, because of a felony you committed in Georgia. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, I've been to Georgia. I certainly didn't commit a felony there. And I had to look it up. They're like, we don't know. You have to go to the background check people, and it's all bureaucracy because they're like, it's not us, it's background check people. So I had to contact them. They print out the thing for me. It's some guy named like Muhammad Arish, blah 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 blah, same birthday as me. And I'm like, well, Uber, you can see this is not me, right? And they're like, yes, we can see, but we have to wait for them to clear it.
Yeah.
So it's like it kicked me off for a whole month while I just had to wait, and then it happened a year later, and they kicked me off again for a whole month.
Oh.
And I'm like, it's in your records. This happened before, and they're like, it's not up to us. It's
No,
the
no,
Wait,
no.
but didn't the
background.
guy have like the same name as somebody or something?
He had a crazy
No, I'm
He
good
had a
with.
crazy Muslim name, and
No,
they had
I'm
my
great with
birthday.
bureaucracy, and I've had like background checks come up funny because of like things that may have been filed and never went through, and all sorts of nonsense, right?
Yeah.
So, you can have foibles. I will call them directly and hound people.
Oh no, you don't understand. I was threatening people at the Uber office.
No,
I knew their
it's
names.
wrong person to call.
It took a long time. to
No,
get there.
no.
Just saying.
No.
Kids,
You
I
called
gotta back 'em up.
you called a background check company.
Kids-
Yeah, you call those people.
Yeah.
You
They
email
gave him
those
that
checker.
too.
and then if it gets even worse, call the news. Look, look.
You didn't call the news,
That was
dude.
awesome, dude.
I was with
I'm
you
not even-
for all of that, and you
Yeah,
didn't call the news.
I should have called the
Yeah,
news.
Should've
bro,
called the news.
Calling the news would have solved that
news?
in a day.
Yeah.
Which
well,
news?
what,
All
you
of
don't call them, but you email every news person in your local
Well, you're
area.
white, dude. Call Fox.
You don't pick
Ken
one
Steele
news.
calls CNN.
No.
calls Fox.
You don't pick one news.
Fox-
You email every single news person that's in your
But Fox
in
will
your local
respond.
area,
Yeah.
and you're
Call the weatherman.
and whoever picks up the story, because you have to have all your ducks
You're
in a row.
Jewish,
You have to
dude.
pick up-
Call the weatherman. Say, I'll change this shit. I will change this shit right after you give the report.
I'm being dead serious.
be-
Like, yeah,
no one's gonna trust you.
That'll fix it pretty quick.
Again, I've made mistakes in my life. I should have went to the
Sometimes-
news.
Should have went to the news.
sometimes-
Sorry.
sometimes calling your congressman will fix it.
I
I
damn it.
doubt
I didn't think
I
that.
fucking doubt it.
Yeah, it's
I
Sometimes they
doubt
listen,
if
bro.
Coke called his congressman
No.
about him getting kicked off of Uber because they
It's
thought he
not-
committed a
it's
felony
not- it's-
in Georgia. I don't think your congressman would listen to that.
No, they have people who are, just on their staff.
I was with Coke when he was calling the Uber headquarters.
Uber doesn't care.
And the
day,
background check
and the
people.
background check people.
And the background check
And
people.
every day.
For a
Yeah,
but they
month
don't
and
answer.
a
They
half
don't-
every day for 3
They
hours.
would leave me on hold for 3 hours, then just hang up on me, bro.
hope that
It
you hang
was
up.
nonsense,
and
bro.
so what
it
I
was
would
a
have
game to
Because
me.
he's Jewish.
I was losing it, dude.
literally,
Jewish.
I've done this.
Yeah.
Like what you do is you sit through. There's a strategy.
Mm-hmm.
So this give you some free game.
Let's hear some strategy.
Okay, so if you're getting treated like that, especially by some sort of bureaucracy
Black card.
that has your, your personal identification, and
livelihood is.
all sorts of your livelihood.
Shout
is
out
at
to when
stake.
I said my social security number on this podcast.
He
If you
did.
go back to episode 3, you can listen to it.
Ridiculous. And so,
False.
so basically, what you do is you record yourself sitting and on hold for 3 hours.
Okay.
Okay.
And
post
go
about it
viral
on
and shit,
TikTok.
and
So you
then
need
put
2
it on the
phones.
news. Yeah.
I should have done that.
You need 2
post
phones.
about it on a
Oh.
very public format. You say, "I can't
Facebook.
believe that I was on
How shitty
hold
Uber is.
for hours. They've
This is how
done
they
this to
treat their
me.
workers.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is,
You're like an Amazon worker. You start a coup.
Then and you'll get some sort of
A
customer
union.
service liaison that will try to help and see this through. They don't like public stinks about stuff like this.
You start an
They
Uber
don't
union,
like
dude.
it,
Sure, you
it-
had a hashtag.
it's
Uber
it's
union.
not an Uber union or anything
It's
like
an
that.
Uber union. I'm already establishing this right now. It's an Uber union.
All I'm saying is this, and then if you, if it's compelling enough, yeah, you can take that video footage and send it to whoever you need to within the
Mark
news media
Zuckerberg.
and then get publicity
Trump.
around your situation for that, and
Nancy
it will get
Kerrigan.
solved in under a month. The next time this
Still
happens,
the
to
month.
you, yeah,
Under a
like,
month, yeah.
it would happen to
All
you
right.
under a month.
Barbara Bush,
I
we can
appreciate
shout
it.
out to.
back-
I'm listening. I just got to grab more.
Back in the day, I used to do rideshare. I was on a app called Sidecar
Did you ever have sex with anybody?
from rideshare.
Yeah.
No,
Oh hell nah.
no. I've made really good friends.
Can I
there.
ask you something real quick?
Yeah,
I didn't mean to interrupt that story.
yeah. What's up?
Because like you do, sexual acts on camera.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, but,
But
yeah, go
do you
ahead.
ever find it like difficult to be actually intimate with somebody? Like
What
after
do
you
you
do
mean?
that, like do you separate the like
do
fucking
you,
on
do you,
that
do you
to
fi-
actual fucking?
Yeah, do you find it hard to be actually funny with your friends?
Yes, I do.
After doing jokes for so many years and everything, do you find it
I
difficult?
okay, fine. Can I listen to that and respond with something? Yes, and yes, I do. I don't find it hard to be funny, but there's also, I feel like in my brain, there's a different trigger from me being funny with my friends
Mm-hmm.
and like hanging out than to the funny I am on stage when I'm
Mm-hmm.
taking it like more of a job situation. Like, you know what I mean? I can feel a difference. You know what I mean? So I wonder, do you feel
I
that
don't-
difference or is it just the same?
Well, here's
Is that a question I
something-
can ask? I guess.
Yeah. Here's something I think about regarding funny. I think there's some comedians that are like you'll be talking to them and then they'll say something to the effect of, "Hey, is that a bit?"
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, like we're comedians
You're always right.
and we're thinking
Yeah.
in
Bit.
terms of bits and we're distilling funny in a digestible
Yeah, yeah.
format. And sometimes when we just talk off the cuff, we're dropping bars.
Yeah,
You know,
of
be
course.
blessed.
It's the same thing,
you know,
yes.
be blessed that you're within, the vicinity of somebody who can do that. And
Your brain is just rolling.
And to anybody who's
No,
hearing
it takes
that,
you out of it. It takes you.
and somebody who is a dick enough to say, "Oh, are you running a bit?" That's just as incongruent to hanging out as running bits.
Yeah.
actually running
Yeah.
bits. It's just as destructive socially and to vibe in
Sure.
a vibe sense and everything.
Sure. I think to me that's like the same kind of person like that would ask that question.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the kind of person that's like they like
Comedy.
treat stand-up comedy like a comedy class and like you know what I mean? Like they treat
Right.
it like that. So like they're not always funny.
Yeah.
It's like when they're on stage, they're like, I gotta turn it on and like be funny now.
Yuck it up, everyone.
Yeah, exactly. I think that is the person that asks, "Are we doing bits
and
now?"
you know what? You know what's funny is that now that you mention it, yeah, the people who I've heard it who I've heard
Yeah.
drop this, they have very gimmicky. A very gimmicky approach to
Yeah,
what
it's
they
like
do.
it's like yes, sure, but we're also just hanging out, and this is what I do all the time.
Yeah.
I guess we are running bits. Do we really want to break it down?
Yeah, like right.
Or we can just hang out and keep doing
Yeah,
bits and talking shit.
and enjoy each other's company, and enjoy
I
each
heard-
other's very, very informed and rich company because like there's a lot of people. One thing that okay, so there's a guy in the local comedy scene. His name is Ian Ira Russo, right?
Yeah, shout out Ian, dude.
A lot of people, have things to say about him, but I he's said something. He said something pretty profound that I was feeling and I experienced, and that I hadn't, distilled into something to post or something to say
Sure.
at the time. He said that here in LA, that there's so many comics and some people who are audience members who are just so wrapped up in wanting to be famous that they don't get to enjoy where they're at and what they're enjoying.
Sure.
And it's
Right.
just if you're a comic in LA and you're
Listen to Ian, dude.
you're here and you're in the mix and you're hanging out and you're talking to other comics and you're
Sure, yeah.
accepted within that
This is what your dream
thing.
is.
I mean, like, yo, dude, there's people who are telling jokes in places that don't have a rich scene of comedians
Dude.
to banter on about
Dude,
nothing.
like this is what I moved here. Like,
Shout out Ian
I
Russo.
lived in my car for a while when I moved here, and like now, like I mean, like I live at a comedy club.
I
I live at a comedy club. But like I'll catch myself sometimes like I have to go shower at a gym, but like it's a good room
Right.
or whatever. But like I'll like catch myself like being like sometimes like God, what is up with my life? And, I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, and then I'll just be like. I live at a comedy club. This
Right.
This is everything.
Yeah.
that
You're
I
like
could have
Ocho
ever-
Cinco,
that I
dude.
could have ever imagined.
Right.
This
Do you know
is
that?
Amazing.
Oh,
and
can
like
you-
I have to like check
he probably
myself
doesn't
like
know.
that, and be like, oh no, this is what I wanted.
yes.
Like if I would have told myself 3 years ago, like right when I started comedy, I'd be
Shit.
like, you're gonna live in a comedy club and you're gonna like help run one, and you're gonna be like getting booked on shows and getting paid like $20 to $50 sometimes. I would like my old self would be like. Oh, no, that sounds too amazing.
Yeah,
Or-
right. And you know what's
Al, do
funny
you know
is
about
I'm
Chad
looking at
Ocho
you.
Cinco living in the stadium?
I do.
Okay,
Go
shit, that's it. That's it.
I'm looking at you saying that, and you're like you're really fucking happy about
Yeah.
Yeah.
about what you're talking about, your circumstance. And I'll say this: I
I
lived
mean, it
in.
sucks. Don't get me wrong.
No. You're. I mean, like
In the
you're enjoying
Yeah,
your
sure.
journey. I mean, like everybody who you think is cool, has a really interesting journey that may involve improvised living situations.
Yeah.
I'll say this: I lived in my car for a Nissan Altima for 2 years to
Damn.
be out here.
Yeah, it was
You
like
know,
6 months, and that was a lot.
And you know, I
had a
heard your
roommate.
story. I think I heard your story, and part of like how you were able to get out of that set of circumstances early on was just being an affable dude, and something that you know that's a blessing. You know what I mean? You know, I stayed in my car for 2 years, so you know, like,
Yeah, dude.
I'm an ornery fuck, as you've probably experienced, but like
The
I
thing
like
that
it.
I've learned about like living in my car and like now like where I live and like all this other stuff.
When you Googled how to
like,
be
my living-
homeless,
no, it's it was weird because I grew up like very privileged and like had a good family, but like it was weird like from living in my car and like going from apartment to living in my car, like those first like week when you're just like this fucking blows.
yeah.
But it's so weird how like fast the brain adjusts to like, oh, this is life now.
Yeah, you
And
don't want to
then-
do it for too long.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You'll
but,
go
like,
feral.
But like this only thing that made me learn. That's the thing that made me learn is like, oh, I could see how somebody could get like trapped. It's like,
yeah.
like you go from your car to the street and you're like, I guess this is life now. But like certain people, I'm not saying like I would like certain people, like you can see how they're just like, okay, and then you just get in that routine of
Yeah.
this is life now.
You know, some people get in the routine of like being a server and they're
Yeah,
for you know a decade.
I mean, you are getting an apartment.
exactly.
You know, they're.
Am I allowed to say that? You
Yeah.
are getting an apartment.
Yeah.
You're moving up.
Yeah,
You're
No, that
not-
part backed out on me. They gave it to somebody else, but
yes.
yes.
You're the right
I have
mentality.
I have a backup regardless of in April. There's like these like month-long stay Airbnbs, and I have that as a backup. It's like 1,600, which isn't.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, but
at
that's
all.
like my like backup if I can't get anything.
that's not too
It's
bad
a
at all.
month lease.
No,
It's the only issue is that you wouldn't be able to like put shit up in there and
yeah,
feel
exactly.
comfortable
But like, I mean, dude,
You wouldn't be able.
I got in
to
this weird situation. So we don't have to like go into it. But it was weird, and then now I'm here.
yeah.
I mean, like my friends were just like, "You're living with," like, because when I first moved here, I like lived in my car and then met Adam at the club, and like it was
Lucky.
my second mic that I did in LA. I did the Liquid Zoo, and then what's that like BMX? Rick Thorne.
Yeah.
Second
Rick
mic.
Thorne was like, "You got to go to Accidental Chaos."
That's so.
and I'm
funny.
like, you know, when you live in your car, like you're kind of like, I gotta
Why
go
not?
somewhere.
yeah.
I was like, I have nothing to do, so I
Right.
got there at 8, and like right when I woke up, Adam's just taking a piss in the alley,
Mhm.
and I go hi, and then he like didn't say anything, and then went back inside,
Mhm.
and I went back to my car because I was like,
He was nervous.
I was like embarrassed,
Hell
dude.
no, that's
Dude, at that point, it's like my 5th open mic,
Mm-hmm.
like something like that, like something weird, and I was like, all right, I just gotta go back in, and then
he wipes the teeth.
yeah,
Let's go, you're a
exactly.
man.
Exactly. I went back in, and Adam was just like, "Oh, yo, what up, dude?" And he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Where are you from?" I go, "Memphis." He goes, "Memphis," and I was like, "Oh, this is hilarious." Then we went to the green room. He goes, "Dude, my buddy who's here is Nathan," and he goes, "He went to Ole Miss." I go, "I went to Ole Miss," and then like walk into the green room, and Nathan's there, and he goes, "Yeah, what up, buddy?" And then he's like turned his head away. I go, "All right, I guess we're not friends." Then we go back in the main room, and Adam's like, "Dude, I'm really trying to probably on some stuff." But like, you know, the lights and the chandelier lights that are hanging up. He was like, "These are hanging too low. We got to hang them up." And he was like, "I just don't want to get on the top of this ladder." I go, "I'll get on the top of that ladder." He goes, he was like, "Yeah, fuck yeah." And I get up there and he goes, "Dude, I don't know you." He's like, "Is this okay?" And I was like, redneck. And then, then like 3 months, 4 months later, I was living with him. Remember,
for
like,
you.
Coke, like, one night we were, like, sitting there around the club and, like, drinking. And then, like, right before I stopped leaving my car, and Coke just goes, he goes, "Man, you really slipped right into this friend group, like, really quick." You go, "I just got to say," like, interrupted all the conversation. You go, "I just got to say, dude, you fucking slipped right in." That is, like, I don't know. Thank you.
I just remember telling you, I was like, you're just very likable. You're very normal to me.
No,
I was like, everyone
I-
else I think is crazy. Like, you're the most normal guy I've met since I moved.
I like.
He just
That
relatable.
shows up to accidental. There've been some crazy.
So
Yeah,
crazy.
I definitely enjoyed the spirit of camaraderie that accidental to chaos and the accepting atmosphere.
A lot of good stuff.
definitely happens. You know, that's like what I really dig about accidental is it was. I mean, it definitely is a club that doesn't feel like they're gatekeeping too hard.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not in a, oh, if you suck, you can waste everybody's time. No, if you suck, people will let you know. And
Yeah,
you'll be
but if you're
bullied.
doing good,
and
keep wasting everybody's
I
time.
like bullying. I like
yeah.
bullying.
And
will
it's not
make
even
that
just the
shit.
amount of time; it's just the vibe and the atmosphere. There's some clubs that small
It's like a
and
no
big.
judgment zone.
They
It's a work on your
definitely
job.
Yeah, but it's if
They
you're
definitely
funny,
have
if
like a
you're funny,
competitive
if you're
feel to
funny,
it.
it's respected, and if
Yeah.
you're
Just
not,
don't say
it's
the
like,
N-word.
keep working.
Yeah, and I always find it interesting, like when they felt like multiple people from the Comedy Store come in there.
Yeah.
Fucking Jeff Ross was there like 2 months ago,
no doubt.
and Don Barry, like all of those people, like
Yeah.
when they get like Earl's Cake, when they get on stage, they're like, "Yeah, I like this. They're
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I can
it's a-
just
it's a
work
great
on my
deal.
shit." And
Earl's Cake
and-
was awesome, dude.
and everybody's just
I've
everybody's
met
because
him
it's
a
so
few times.
close. I think everybody's like you have to listen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like you're
it's definitely
Intimate.
a really good feel. Is there water?
Yeah, hold on.
dude. That the first mic that I did at Accidental was Yema's mic, and I went up. It was like a super packed room.
See, this
I
is
did my
how
shitty
y'all
jokes.
can remember your
And
first
then
mics because
and
y'all
then-
are like new at comedy and shit. I'm just like I
Will
I
remembers
can't
his.
remember.
Will remembers his. He's 10 years.
I'm 11
He's 10
years, and I remember my first 3
Yeah.
times perfectly. And then after all that, blur.
Dude,
Till
when
I moved here, pretty much all of it.
Dude, I
But the
got
first
off-
3 times were so memorable.
I
at
got
least
off
for me.
stage and like went to the bathroom and like it was like a super packed room and Kai was there and he just like held out his pinky finger and goes, "You want cocaine?" I was like, "This comedy stuff is
Is
amazing."
the bee's knees?
I was like, "This
Yeah, dude.
rocks." And then was it Khalil? You know what I'm talking about? Was the baseball jersey just the animated Khalil?
Can't remember.
Mixed dude, like kind of fro stuff.
I had the Sundays, him and another guy.
Oh, here you go.
Yeah, I think so. And, yeah, I'll show you. But he was like he was standing next to the bathroom.
Just beating him
And
up.
like,
I'm sorry.
we'd all just like done coke. He just bought some. We were just doing coke. And it's my first time there. And he goes, "Man, you were funny up there." And I go, "Yeah." And he just goes, "What do you want out of comedy?" And I was like, "I don't know. I guess it's like make money and like be able to just be funny for a living, no matter how much I'm making." Like about that. And he goes, "Man, you got to get real about this shit." He goes, "You might have been funny up there, but he goes, you got to think realistically." I was like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, right.
Yeah, what's that mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude, we're
Memorable, yeah.
we're a bunch of late 20 and mid 30 somethings. Who's thinking realistically here? In Los Angeles?
I have.
I was like,
I-
dude,
I
we're
do.
doing. I was
I
like,
do.
dude, we're
That's
doing
why-
coke.
I'm
we're doing
named
coke
after
by
a soda.
bathroom.
I think about it
Right.
realistically. Like I try and set up my day job and shit, my hustles to have
Okay.
investments, and then have
yeah,
passive
that's what I was
income.
thinking. Even
Okay.
other-
And then you
Alright.
can pursue.
Yeah.
I feel like if you have the passive
It was
income
cool.
to like be able to like suffice what you
Well,
need, your necessities, and then some, you can set yourself up to just be able to do comedy all the time.
Well, this is
Passive
our
income,
passive income. Look at all those comments.
Yeah, straight up
Passive
kick is-
passive income, aka parents' money. Like what's
What's
up?
our peak view? What's our peak
Well, it is okay. Yeah,
What's
yeah.
our-
It can be set up. It can be set up. Like you can have the parents' money. You know that generational wealth that puts you in the position to fucking do what you love. Right. You can also set
What
yourself
are
up to
the
get.
okay? What are the comments saying? Because the comments have been
Yeah,
hella
what is,
active.
what is our peak viewership
I can read one that
tonight?
says picked up Puffy.
We
When I
had
was talking about I
7
picked
on
up Uber
one,
Black.
7
I
on
drove
Kick?
Puff
Yeah.
Daddy.
And what are the other ones?
YouTube had like 2, and then mine had 2.
7. All right, let's read some of these comments and read the names too.
Yeah, those were
With the band said a bunch of shit.
Man, what are you saying? Give me the highlights.
Yeah, give me the highlights. I want to see what the masses are saying.
Food,
Definitely
question mark?
Honda. Definitely Honda or Ford for what cars people would drive. You know that's
Yeah, Honda Ford for who?
who was the
Asians?
first person? First person was the black chick, 30s, right?
Okay, yeah. The
And then
FEA
Asians,
chick.
and then he said Volvo is white, Saad is white.
There's got to be better highlights than this.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah.
I doubt it.
See, you
say
need to
two.
set
Yeah,
up.
no,
You need to set up super chat so that people pay to. You
What's
know,
super
like
chat?
you don't know what super chat is,
I would be willing to bet
Where
that.
they can like make donations.
and then
Like
they make
Coke doesn't know what
donations.
super
I don't
chat
know.
is
They
either.
make donations,
So they get
and
the
then
money
they
with the emojis.
and then they pay to say stuff
Like
that
Patreon, like Twitch stuff.
Well, during your live stream,
Yeah, where they give like the things.
they'll
yeah.
say stuff, and then so
Send
like
you money.
you hear the sound like boom, and then it's just like, oh,
Yeah, I've
you
seen that
know,
before.
this guy,
I didn't know
you
it's
know,
called super chat.
Yeah, yeah.
Me either.
Wait, so you have to pay for that?
I mean, like they pay.
They pay you.
They
Yeah.
pay
So
me.
what do you mean set it up? I guess what I'm saying.
Yeah, you set it up so that you can receive super chats.
Yeah, that's it. Like you just
Yeah.
set it up.
Shit.
Huh?
Teach me how to do this shit.
Like you don't have to
Oh.
pay for them to send you super chat. Like
No.
it just they can send it.
No, there's
It's like an on button.
Like a
Streamlabs
setting
has
or some shit.
Streamlabs has one that you can integrate with your OBS.
Does Kick have super
and then
chat?
It's- I
of
think
course
it's the-
uh,
it's the
a
software
standard
that you run.
feature. It's a standard feature, but you can run one that's kind of like that runs on top of your thing from Streamlabs, and then that's the one that you don't have to be on YouTube. So YouTube will has their super chat as well.
Do they?
And-
They have but don't you have to monetize or whatever? Become like
yeah,
Like-
they have it, but with Streamlabs, I don't think you do. You just you can just
yeah, but we don't use that. We use
No,
the ATEM.
Streamlabs, and then
We don't, that's an OBS. We don't use that at all.
I think it might even have like an attachment to put attaching to any stream. It's like your Kick stream, it could definitely integrate it.
One more
that. Yeah. So I'm just saying, there's some revenue generating opportunities that you might be missing out on them. Just to fill you in, and there's a lot of good opportunity for more engagement with your audience. Your audience will definitely pay will pay to do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you got all the equipment, but the software side of it, I mean, like, yeah,
I don't know. I'm
It's
just
it's
learning.
definitely I mean, yeah, there's some money.
It's a
that
big
you could-
factor. I feel you. I mean, yeah, but I've just started learning this shit.
Forget
Like,
what? Who said what? For Will House Comedy.
Oh, that was me commenting, like replying to him because
Oh.
he said, "How does he forget who or JAJU? I don't know.
How does he forget what?
Who
Oh,
JAJAU?
I don't know.
what word.
But anyway,
And then he said puke. I don't know. And he said Mexicans with an X.
Mexicans.
Yeah,
oh, who's that? Oh, we said Mexicans.
yeah.
Oh.
I think that was when I was talking.
Sorry, I'm just reading this headline that I just saw on the news via the Telegraph. France to allow terminally ill people to end their lives at home.
Okay.
You think
The
they're using
suicide capsule,
yeah.
dude.
You think they use
Do you know about the death machine? The suicide capsule that the Swiss invented?
I've heard about this vaguely.
Dude, it is so sleek.
Um,
Dude, this guy's whole career, and now he does stand up comedy. His whole career. Let me look up his name.
Wikipedia now, like we haven't watched.
Yeah, let me look up his
okay,
name.
so what are the comments on Facebook?
Ryan said stone cold sober and hung.
Oh,
and
God.
then Steve said,
I said that?
"Doing comedy 25 years. If y'all can't handle it, don't smoke." And Nick did that as a stunt. He said, "Hold up, I smoke and funny on stage." And then nothing on the other sites. And then let me see. Yeah, that was it basically.
Okay, all right, cool. We got a few comments out of the people.
Yeah,
we got
it's fun.
we teased a few remarks out of the masses that were viewing us and everything like that. Yeah, man. This was pretty cool. You have a nice setup and everything like that.
Trying little by little, bro.
Yeah,
Bros.
yeah.
Just gotta trust the process.
Did he hear me beating up Feinstein all evening?
Yeah, I mean, come on, bro.
I
You're a bully.
I was beating him up all evening.
being a bully.
I said his best
He's
friend
a
had
good dude.
had lucky Negro toes. His best friend had lucky Negro toes. he rubbed his lucky Negro toes and took his racist ass ACT test.
That says you're black
the
racist.
smartest white man in
That's
the
the
world.
reverse.
He said he was the smartest racist white man in the world.
I was just glad he was getting him, not me. I was like, what are you gonna say? He's like, you, I could tell. He'd rub it. I was like, it's terrible, dude. So weird. But it was funny.
Oh, I was beating him up. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my gosh. Whew.
Amen.
Oh, my gosh. No, man. That's...
Mean as hell.
Me?
Yeah. Picking on the white man. Reverse racism ass motherfucker.
Oh, my gosh. No. It's...
I mean, you could be right.
I got
No, I'm
smoke
just
for
kidding. I hope
everybody, but Sometimes you need to just direct the smoke. You know what I mean? You just need to concentrate your
Wow.
fire.
You
Alright.
don't get no smoke.
Huh?
You trying to direct smoke so you don't get none.
Well,
All right,
I
direct. Let me hear your best direct smoke to Native Americans.
best direct smoke to Native
Yeah,
Americans.
give them the smoke.
Like what they do.
I
How?
Oh Jesus!
Come on.
Nice.
That was right there, dude. I thought you were gonna say how do I do that?
Oh jeez.
That
It's
I
a
don't really-
gamble.
Here's the thing. Native Americans.
That's
if there was
pretty
a
good,
Native
dude. That was
American,
Have a
pretty
drink
good.
to that.
if there was a Native American
good.
gunning at me, okay. But like, okay.
Well,
there
bow and
are-
arrow, you
There are a lot of white people who do claim Native American ancestry, and those people need to be pointed out. Those are what we call $5 Indians. Yeah, they
Dude,
definitely.
there's a Native American girl that like. Oh,
I
my
like
buddy-
the term $5
Oh,
Indians. Can I call these white people that?
Yeah,
Oh, my-
these are white.
And
people,
I'm on
you
the
know.
good side?
What's her name? Elizabeth Warren. You know that's that's an example.
Dude, all
Is
my
that
bu- all my
socially
bu-
acceptable for me to call her $5 Indian?
I think I can say it because I'm a dark
damn
hue,
it.
but if you said it, and if I ever tried
That
to run
sounded
for
fun,
office,
dude. That
if I
sounded
tried
fun.
to run for office,
Okay.
they would play this clip and they'd be like, "He said $5 Indian."
Dude,
But then you
'cause, dude,
probably get
It's
voted
funny
into
though.
office.
That's what matters.
dude,
You probably
all-
get voted in.
yeah, probably.
Ridiculous.
All my buddies like they like live in Nashville, and there's like a girl like runs around their crew, and they're like a very like, quiche like lawyery, doctory crew, and there's a girl there's a Native American, and she does nothing but just slut around Nashville. From her tribe, she gets $15,000 a month.
That's
Okay.
amazing.
From her tribe, and
So,
it's
some
but,
get
like,
more
That
if
is
it's
like
a bigger tribe.
she is like a part of like
fucked up.
the
We should get more of
most
the smaller tribe.
prestigious. It is like it's like a tribe of like
Is she,
85
like, what
families
kind
get
of-
paid out, and it's like the most giving casino. I think it's in like Minnesota.
What kind of Native are they? Is she like actually Native American?
Yes, that's what I'm
They
saying.
get
She
paid.
gets paid
I
out
assume
just
they're
from the
paying
tribe.
her.
No,
I
no.
hope-
Wait a second. No. What I mean by
Yes.
it, like, does she look it?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
she's like actually.
It is
Native
like
American.
from
She's
like that's
See, there
the
you being
best
racist.
case.
Wait, what do you mean?
Being racist, you're like, does she look?
Yeah,
Well,
that is
yeah.
weird how
They
you're
have a
native-
look, dude.
I agree.
No, wait.
Hispanics
No,
have
wait a
range.
second.
Native
Stop. Wait a
Americans
second.
have a-
Ken Steele, I
There-
don't know this girl other than she fucks white guys in Nashville. I don't really
Like
have.
Elizabeth Warren is not
But
named.
yeah, she is very Native American.
Okay, because like if
She
if
is
it's
part of, like,
remarkable
the
that she had
point-
sex with white people,
she's
then I
part
guess
of-
white people would declare her to be something.
No, she's
other
part of
than
like the
white.
0.5% tribe.
I
of
guess that's
her
the way of
Native
looking at it. There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
Whoa.
like yeah.
That's some
50
psychology
Dude,
ass
that's what
fucking
you're
shit.
saying exactly what I was thinking.
Whoa.
Like she's like part of like the like most prestigious, like the best casino in Minnesota.
Okay.
And she's part of like 50 to 80 families that get money from that.
Mhm.
So they all just make cake.
Mhm.
And like the first thing I think, like all my buddies are just like, yeah, she just is a whore.
Mm.
And I'm like, just what her ancestors would have wanted, just for her to just fuck white guys in a city.
Sounds like an American hero to me.
That's her.
Sounds
that's
like
her
an
taking
American
it back.
hero to me, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Native American hero.
Native American hero.
All I gotta say is how.
Oh my god. Well, I never, me personally, yeah, that's not my. That isn't my go-to to if I was gunning for Native Americans.
Have you ever
but if
heard
you're
the-
gunning for Native Americans, that is a pretty effective story to gun
Have you ever
at
heard
Native
the
Americans.
audio of her giving a blowjob?
What does it sound like, sir? I see how I'm entertaining this nonsense. Look at Alex Feinstein.
It's funny.
Alex Feinstein is just, he
funny.
he went back. He went to the back. He rubbed his lucky Negro knees. He had a set of Negro knees. he got a broad set of Negro knees.
Make me funny.
What did you say earlier? What is it backwards? Oregano? Oregano. That's why Italians call it that plant thing, because Italians are so racist to the Moors.
Oh my
They're
God.
so racist to the Moors, they were like, you
I'm
know
learning
what?
too much
We're
right
gonna
now.
call it oregano.
I'm
We're
just
gonna
letting
call
that.
it oregano.
Look
You can't handle the
Feinstein.
truth, dude.
Look at Feinstein going crazy.
He's
right
teaching
now.
me a lot.
Going
The Moors won't let us
crazy.
say negro. We gotta say oregano.
Okay. All right. You got any more, Mr. Feinstein?
No, that was
Y'all
right
are
off the
just
top.
Okay.
Man. That was right off the
When it's
top. You
white
can't.
versus fucking Caucasian.
No,
You can't
no.
recreate that.
He's going. He's like, you got anything
Oregano's
for,
great, dude.
for
Come
Native
on,
Americans,
dude.
and he just told the wildest story.
Nah, but they
Dude,
do
if
get
the
paid, bro.
Vatican,
They
if
get
the
paid. I
Vatican
did-
and the Pope
Bro, I
and all
did-
the Italians had a meeting and they were like, we can't call him the N-word anymore.
Hell no.
But what can we call him? Like, let's name him after that plant, oregano.
Oh Jesus!
Hey, yo, that shit is true though. Because
I don't-
It's true.
I no, not that. I did a casino gig. I did a casino gig, and
Casino
a
gig.
native. It was
What's
a
that?
reservation, and
Okay.
we
Okay.
talked to a native dude, and he like broke it down that they get paid, like depending on the
Yeah.
tribe and shit, they get like a monthly fucking
Yeah, they do. They get a
guaranteed.
No, I'm saying
And-
this girl was
I heard.
Yeah, that's what I'm
15
saying.
amount.
Like there are some tribes that
15
get more
month.
than others. Yeah.
Most of them are like $100 or
I,
something.
I've
like
I
that.
heard
heard they
5K.
got. I
Yeah,
heard they
that's what
got
I'm saying.
hard.
Most of them are like $100, like the bigger ones. But
Yeah.
I
some people
heard.
get paid.
Yeah, I heard Native Americans got it pretty tough. I just
Well,
saw
I mean, bro, they were like,
Whoa! Based on what?
just
I mean, I don't even think I've
quality
ever
of
met
life
one.
metrics.
I don't think I've ever
Come
even met
on.
a Native American
I'm-
other than
I'm
like a
pretty
It was
Mexican
called the
that says I'm
it was
kind
called
of
the
Native
Trail of
American.
Tears of
okay,
Joy.
I guess.
they
yeah.
are from
It was
different
the
tribes.
Trail of Tears of
Yeah,
Joy.
but
Trail
they're
of Tears
gone.
of
It's
Joy.
sad.
Adam or Alex.
Who
Sorry.
called me Adam?
Sorry, my bad. I get my white.
It's hard to
names mixed up.
remember.
The Trail of Tears of Joy. I
Alec
thought
and
was
Adam,
pretty
just
good.
yeah. These are white names. I'm not talking about white people.
That's
Alec.
not
Have you
controversial.
been
I
hunting?
agree.
Have you done any redneck shit?
Adams
Conceal?
and Alex
Wait,
have
what's
met.
Have you done any redneck shit? You shot guns or anything growing up?
Yeah, like I was exposed to
Blue Jew hunt?
Hunting or anything?
so to an adequate amount of redneckery and outdoorsy.
Have you killed an animal? Or you just like gone deer hunting or anything?
Have
Yeah,
I?
what's adequate?
I haven't. Huh?
What's the adequate amount? Yeah.
An adequate
Hunting
amount.
once?
Yeah, what
Have you
is
done
that?
hunting?
Have you been mudding?
Like
I have not, but I want to.
I've
dope.
been mudding.
Okay,
I've,
that's adequate.
What is that? I've done the bonfires.
Yeah,
Okay.
hunting? You ever been hunting?
It's not a little above
I'm
adequate.
not.
I don't wanna do that.
I didn't do any of the hunting. I've done fishing, but I didn't.
Okay.
Fishing? Okay.
I didn't do the hunting.
Did you catch some fish? Was it fun?
I've caught some fish. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like
Shoot
Got
some
it.
guns in the backyard.
I've shot some guns.
Yeah, I had to
in
go
the
all hunting.
backyard and
Hey,
ranges. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, what kind of gun?
stuff
Anything
like that.
cool? Anything cool?
What is that? A Caltech shotgun,
Okay, yeah.
semi-automatic Caltech shotgun. Is,
like a
pretty
assault gun. Yeah, it's
those are pretty. Pretty fun. There's a John Wick shotgun from I think number 2 or something. Like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Seen that movie? Seen that movie?
Yes, sir. So, that's probably the coolest thing that I shot. But
Sure.
like an
M4?
AR,
Shot an M4?
what is that?
Like an M16.
Yeah, whatever. But
My most racist friend that we were talking about earlier.
Okay.
Oh God.
He's from Jackson, Mississippi. He had a AR with a silencer
Nice.
in
Oh,
college.
that-
It's just like,
that's crazy. Yeah.
yeah, we were like, how do you get this? And he was like, $25,000.
Gun show.
Yeah, his parents bought 25,000. It was 25,000.
That is
Crazy.
amazing.
That's like the permit, like
Yeah.
if you like, because
Gucci'd
it's legally
out
assigned.
gun.
It's like 25,000.
Crazy.
I would have.
It's like why, dude? It's crazy shooting it, but you're literally immediately like 25,000 for what? Just for that experience? That's not even that.
Security.
No, they have so
Yeah.
many guns.
That's beyond
security.
flexing. That's
So,
just.
I'm-
yeah, I've done some.
You seen the narco guns?
Huh?
The narco guns?
Yeah, like all the gold
That's,
plates. Yeah.
I would have that shit.
But that's like drug money. So it's like different. You know what I mean? That's just like
Yeah.
fast money. It's like that's the point. This is a guy
but-
who's just
but
like
the
doing
work
this to
on
shoot
those
his
guns.
gun like once every 2 years. My dad, he just buys like old guns, like guns from
Collector.
like 1890 to like
M1s and
1920, like just to like they're crazy. They're like-
Those are the guns contemporary to the Negro body parts that he has
Oh, God.
Oh,
in his
hell no.
in
Well,
his attic.
dude.
I'm sorry.
Alright.
It all goes back to
my dad's
family's
once again.
collection of-
My dad's
of
grandmother.
pickled Negro
My
parts.
dad's grandfather
He
came
got
over here
pickled Negro
from
heels.
Poland.
He got.
He came over here from Poland in 1943,
Oh my gosh. Okay.
and then he bought a slave.
Oh, right.
No, my dad's so crazy. My dad literally does estate sales every weekend, like a whole thing about estate, like just like a.
just robbing
like-
graves while they're
No,
still
it
standing.
was like in high school. You know, like you know, like
just plundering.
like American Pickers and
Right.
and like Pawn Stars and that kind of stuff. He like that was like
Not
big when I was like,
predatory
in
at
high
all.
school, and then like he started like going to them, and it was like I'm gonna like sell these, and like he sold a couple like old school like Coca-Cola coolers and stuff, and then I started getting in
Shout
trouble,
out.
and he started like buying them to like have me just because like I just got into trouble so many times, like I would like have to like sit in the backyard and like
Refurbish the shit?
and refurbish all these things. Then he was like, like you could tell his like hoarder instincts came in, and like he
Oh,
started
damn.
buying them, and he was like, I don't really want to sell them anymore. I kind of like this piece.
Oh, no.
Dude, now my dad's just like we had to like ask him to clear out the whole living room. But, like such like some of the stuff is so cool, but he'll get into it. And like when I lived with him after college, like for like a year or so, like working for him, and like I would hate him. I'm like, Dad, you're a fucking hoarder. Like this is crazy. Like the house looks like shit.
That's
Like, it's crazy.
That's how they keep y'all
And
out
then-
the house.
and then just, like,
they
bullshit-
just
but then
fill
just,
your
like-
room up with a bunch of their bullshit hobbies.
But then just like bullshitting, like we would like go to these estate sales, and this first thing goes in there, he asks the guy who's running the estate sale, and he goes, any sterling silver, silverware, anything like that, I'll take all of it. Any sterling silver, I'll take it all. And then after that, it's just fun and games, and like I'd like find myself like just fucking bullshit with my dad, and then like we would like you find yourself like getting sucked in because we would both like start taking like weed gummies, and then like go into the estate sales. And then like we like one time like what really got me like this is cool is he bought a gun for like $1,000, and it was a gun from 1912, and the guy was like he's like the guy died or whatever.
What kind?
But then dude, it's a lever action. They only made like a few of them, and like on the lever there was like a hand carved lion face. Underneath was like a hand carved and it was like an immaculate condition. And then we're like looking at the serial numbers and like
We
going
looked- we looked
online
the same
and like
time.
talking to
It's
people.
funny,
People
sorry.
are literally offering my dad $15,000, $20,000. We're like, let's just track this down. And we tracked it down like through all these like weird forms. They're like, I know this guy's signature. And it's from like 1912. And we end up like we call this like old school gunsmithing place.
Right.
I think it was the middle of nowhere, like Washington, and the guy's name was the Alaskan Silversmith, and we are like, "You don't know anything about the Alaskan Silversmith?" Like, "Oh, he's right here. He was 104."
What
And
the
they're like,
fuck?
"He's right here." So then we're talking to him, just being like, "So, do you remember this gun?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." Like, of course he didn't remember shit, but he was like, "Yeah, I remember the gun."
I shot
But I was like, oh,
five
so-
or six buffalo
Yeah,
and killed
exactly.
me 6 Indian squaws with this
Exactly.
gun.
See, my question is though,
Cleared
you
out
remember
the
gun.
natives.
If
Yeah,
that
that
guy,
gun
Cleared
was
out the natives
used-
himself.
That
Yo,
gun was used on Emmett Till's truck.
if that guy
Jesus.
remembered the gun, how do you
Oh,
not remember
Jesus.
your first set?
Huh?
I said, if that guy remembered the gun, how do you not remember?
Yeah, that's a good point.
It wasn't commemorated like that. Or if it was,
It just wasn't memorable.
huh?
It wasn't memorable.
Do you remember your first joke? Or any of your first jokes?
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah, what
remember.
you got?
I remember the first
I remember
set.
the whole set.
Yeah, give us one of them.
Dude, I don't want to go into it.
Yeah, I don't.
One of my first jokes I ever wrote was I think I did this the second time, but it was yeah. So I got a smart car, and then I got in a wreck, and then I took it to the mechanic, and the mechanic told me my smart car's retarded now.
Stupid.
Dude, I remember my first set, dude. It was
That's
like
funny.
right next to the Improv at the Blue Martini, and it was my friend Jeff's
Improv
birthday.
what?
I guess the
I know.
Improv in West Palm Beach. Like I
You
vaguely,
didn't know there was one there. but
I
then you
know,
just
but
said
now
that.
I'm like, it had to have been next to it. It's like something I knew of, but I'd never been inside.
yeah.
It's like in a mall.
Maybe it wasn't next to it then. Anyways, we have our downtown. It's called Blue Martini. That had an open mic. It was my friend's birthday, 21 at the time. He turned 22. I just thought it'd be funny to sign him up because I saw the big spotlight and I saw the list and I was like, let me sign him up. And eventually they called him up on stage and his face was what I thought was funny. Just, and then I realized like someone has to go up. So I just went up and said I was him. And the very first thing I remember saying was, I'm Jeff Aldridge, it's my birthday. And they all cheered. And I was like, I just turned 20. And they all got quiet. And I was like, you guys are just as dumb as the bartender.
Not bad.
So I remember that, and the rest was just rebuttals to other people's sets.
Okay.
But it was fun, dude. It was fun.
Dude, the very first one I did, I know Coke knows this story, but the very first one I did is like, I was just like, it was just like, all right, I'm gonna do it tonight. So then, like, there was really only one place in Memphis once a week, and then like
Right. Just like what I was saying,
Yeah.
there people are in
towns
places
don't have
where it's just like there's one mic.
yeah, so
or
I
something.
so I like saw on their Facebook and I called in and like I talked to the bartender and I was like, yo, I'm trying to do open mic for my first time. What do I do? And he's like, yeah, just come on. And I brought 12 of my friends.
Whew.
12 of my friends, and I get there and there is 3 people there.
Wow.
And then I go up to the
you made the
I
show.
wish I could remember his fucking name. But he was like on the computer, and I went to him, and I was like, "Yeah, man, like the bartender told me I could like do the open mic or whatever." And he goes,
Was your accent extra hard or thick back then?
"No, I've always talked like this, unfortunately."
Like your memory voice is like southern or something like that.
Oh well. Then I went up to the guy and I said respectively the N word. All right. But I went up to him and he was on his computer. I go, "Hey man," I was like, "Hey, I called to the bartender. How do I get up on the show? It's my first time doing this." And he goes, "Did you sign up on the Facebook?" And I go, "No." I go, "But I called and I go, there's really nobody here." And like, "How many people are listening?" He goes, 3. And I go, "Well, can I sign up now?" And he goes, "No, it's too late now."
Bullshit.
And he goes,
Yeah, right.
he goes, "I'll see if I can get you up." And I go, "Well, about 12 people, and there's 3 people here." And he was like, "We'll see." Brought up the 3 people, and then he goes, "All right, that's it."
What?
And I was like, "I hate you forever." And I listened to everybody, listened to him, and like he like would do in his opening MC act, and like the next time I go there, I heard the same MC
What
act.
a dickhead.
And yeah, and he goes, "I was
Oh
on
my
Comedy
God.
Central." He goes, "I was on Comedy Central."
Fuck that guy.
He goes, "I'm back here," like with a huge arrogant attitude, like I'm on Comedy Central.
Whatever.
And I googled him as soon as I went home.
Yeah.
He was on the roast battle that Comedy Central did when they like came from town to town, and they went there and he lost first round to some chick, and like he just used that as like his whole crazy thing.
What a shot.
And then-
I wouldn't even have fucking
and then the first time they
put
did,
credit for that.
yeah, he had like every single time he was an MC, the same 3 minutes.
What
And
the
he would
fuck?
say he would say that he was on Comedy Central, and then he would say if you could go back in time and fuck anybody, and like nobody would respond to him, and he would always say Harriet Tubman for some like goofy ass joke. Then every time that I came back
racist
there,
joke, yeah.
every time I came back there, he goes, "If you go back in time, would you fuck anybody?" Every single time I go, "Hitler. Hitler, I would fuck Hitler." And he'd be like,
Okay.
"No, not to listen to that guy." And I was like, "Dude, fuck you. Like, why
Yeah,
are you
you're a piece
gatekeeping
of
a
shit.
Memphis comedy mic?"
Oh my
That's all you
god.
had, bro. That's all you had. That's like some
So why
motherfuckers
wouldn't
get
you
that.
why wouldn't you want to welcome people?
jealousy? If you ain't funny and shit, you feel me? Like some motherfuckers in those towns, that's all they got. Like that's their claim to fame.
Yeah, but why not make it welcoming and nice? There were about 12 people, and he was
Oh
just
my
like,
god. Look. You know how hard it is
It's
for
crazy.
a bringer showrunner to have somebody who has 12 people. at the
Yeah.
door. And here's the funny thing: if you bring 12 people even to a place in LA, you're going up.
"Of course,
Of course.
dude. This is like
100%.
You're
literally,
going up at the end, but you're going up.
dude. I grew up my whole life headlining. None of us,
Essentially headlining.
Yeah.
dude. Like nobody goes to that bar. I'd never even heard of the bar
Right.
before that, and like it's Memphis, it's small. Everybody
Right.
knows every bar. And like when I got there, I was like,
oh
what?
my
Dude,
god.
so like when it ended, I literally
Idiots.
like telling my friends, I was like, I don't know, I guess this is how
you
it
gotta
is.
have to leave. You
I was
have
like,
to
I guess
leave
this is
to
how
LA.
it is. It's gotta be on the.
How long did
Facebook.
you tell jokes in this environment?
3 times. Then I moved here.
Smart move.
Yeah, there was just like one dude who was kind of like the
If you're-
MC
yeah.
assistant, and he was just like, it seemed like he was just like kind of like a one of the more legendary drunk black dudes from Memphis who does comedy. Probably, but it seemed like he just like doing it his whole life. He was just like a wino type of guy,
Mm-hmm.
and he was just like, "Man, you got to go to L.A." He's like that voice. He goes, "That voice." It's amazing. I was like,
Oh, yeah?
"All right, well, I'm going."
Good for you. Good for you. No, that's yeah, dude, that's wonderful. I gotta give you credit.
He
for
told you that?
Yeah, and I was like, all right, I guess that's because I was kind of like thinking that.
Because yeah, you could have
Anyway.
easily stayed there and just gotten like you never developed and just been shitty and
Yeah.
hated and quit. Yeah, those environments are kind of soul crushing.
I kind of had an
In
older
terms of
black
comedy.
legendary comedian in the town inspire me and move out here. Of
Oh, yeah,
many,
you
but
did.
Ken Miller in Orlando. He
Well,
runs.
Preacher Lawson, didn't you know?
Yeah,
him?
but this story is several. But Ken Miller did, and it wasn't even advice he gave to me. Like, you're the guy he gave to you, but he gave it to someone else where he was just like, got to make a choice if you're going to stay here or
yeah,
not.
yeah.
And he's like, you got to make the move. And I just took it inspirational, even though he thought I was terrible. But I was just
Yeah.
like, you know what? He's right. I don't have a kid, you know.
Will, do you have a magical Negro story that inspired you to come out to Los Angeles?
It was you,
or
I think
bro.
you're
It
that
was
magical
you.
guy. You don't even know how old
No,
you are. You don't know anything. You just got invented 2
bro.
hours ago.
I honestly I wish I'm listening to you guys tell all your ancient comedy stories. Look,
I wish
And
I
you're
had
like,
some.
how could they remember?
look,
It's
there,
so
there are people
First,
like there are people who are in Los Angeles that I came up with in Chicago.
And you don't remember him.
No. They know me. I know them. They want nothing to do with me. And there's some people who have been who I came up in comedy with, and they have retired from SNL.
When did you come out here?
I forget.
yeah, who moved out here first?
2016 for me.
I moved out here around 2016. It was around the same time.
This is crazy.
You remember the month?
I remember when Will was sleeping in a living room. He was sleeping in a living room.
What was that?
It was my buddy's place, but it was like low rent.
I looked at his situation. I said, and it was covered in pet dander. I said, I'm not staying here. I didn't even elect to like. I was just like, I'm gonna
was
go
it
back
at?
to my Altima.
Chatsworth, or Canoga Park.
Who are you living with? Just some random
That's
guy?
right. That's right. He's like my brother, and he's
Yeah.
been out here. So I was like, dude, I'm
Yeah.
gonna take the living room for cheap, stack up my chips.
How
and
much?
Find 300.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was great. And then the next spot was like 600 something a month.
Dude, when I was living in Orange County, I was like trying to like transfer here. Like before, I was just like, "Fuck this! I'm living in my car." I like saw some guy on Craigslist, and like I didn't fucking know shit. It was like right off Sunset and probably like Vine-ish,
Okay.
and like I knew nothing. I like just lived in Orange County, been doing with crazy shit, and then it was like I need a guy to like, live out like we have like a separated part of our living room as a bedding area. Like I was so like naive. Like, I come here. And then he's like, yeah, let's check it out. And I go up into his apartment, and we're sitting there on the couch, and he's just like blaring like metal EDM music. And I was like, it was the dirtiest apartment I've ever been in. And it is like one like coat hanger thing in the corner with just like T-shirts hang on it, and then a mattress on the floor. And he goes, so this is the spot. So there's a spot, and he goes, well, we gotta vet you out. And I was like, what?
the hell?
And he goes, we gotta vet it out. I was like, and then
I'm not getting.
and then like I
vetted
heard
for-
noise in the other room.
for
We sit down on the
dick
couch.
all
We
in
sit
this-
down on the couch, and we're just like having small talk. Like I heard a noise in the other room. I go, what's that? And he goes, it's just Jesse. Like he's not gonna be a problem. And I was like, that's weird.
Oh, I gotta
Yeah,
be
maybe-
vetted out, and Jesse doesn't have
Yeah,
to. I don't
Jesse
have to.
doesn't have to come out here.
Yeah,
and
I
do
don't
it
have to
either.
see Jesse to vet him out myself.
So then we're sitting there, and then like somehow
He's
like,
vetted. Don't
so-
worry.
yeah, I gotta
He's
take
vetted.
your word for it. Jesus
Somehow
Christ.
he brought up like DMT, and I was like, yeah, I guess. I
Some
was like,
Joe
I was like,
Rogan fucking
Yeah, I was gonna
fan.
say shout out.
I
Joe.
was like-
Disgusting.
I recently smoked DMT for the first time. It
and
was
he's trying to
pretty
be
crazy.
a fucking a microwave
Yeah.
landlord.
Yeah, I go.
He really trying to fucking house hack his way into
it-
success.
Yeah, it
What
was
a
also
piece of shit.
$1,000 for this mattress on the floor.
A piece of shit. What a fucking
But
exploiter.
no, so I go.
I hope you peed all over that fucking
I
place
go.
before you
I
left.
just recently did DMT for the first time, and he goes, "Dude, so you get it?" And he goes, "That's what I've been saying to, I guess Jesse, I think was his name." He goes, "That's what I've been saying to him in his room." And he goes, "Since the Large Hadron Collider got built in 2011, he goes, it's opened up a new
Blah,
timeline."
blah, blah.
And I was like, "All right, I think it's." He was like, "So," and then like he probably went on like a 20-minute rant, and I was like,
It all ends with the Jews control the weather, and they're at fault for everything.
Well,
That's
then
what
with
all
me
those
being like, I
discussions
don't
are.
understand how parking works in LA. I gotta go check on that.
I listened to a landlord for a good 45 minutes an hour. He told me he opened up for Cat Williams. I don't know if he's telling the truth or not, but he's like, do you want to live here? But I only accept artists. And it was right outside
Crazy.
Skid Row.
Crazy.
He just told him I was a comedian, and he just started talking to me about comedy with all
Oh
these
my
rules.
God.
He's like, never enter from the front, always enter from the back.
Oh my fucking
He's
God.
like, always make sure you figure out which part of the group is the loud group.
Can you give us a
He's like-
visual of what this person who you're talking about looked like?
I wish he was an older black dude,
Yeah, but you gotta filter that- I
but
mean,
he
you-
told me he's like, find the group in the front that's the loudest. He's like, instantly go there and attack them. He's like, it's like a boxer. He's like, hit him with a jab, a joke. Hit him with a jab, a jab. Hit him with a hook. Don't let them judge you. Don't let them know the real you. Hit him with a jab. And I'm like, what is happening
Dude, but
right
bro,
now?
you've had like the greatest living situations I've ever heard of anybody coming to LA with.
Oh, yeah, without a
you-
doubt.
Your situations have been perfect.
Without a doubt.
My situations have been like tops and then immediately downhill.
I mean, I used to have,
But yours has been just easy.
I used to have 13 roommates. We had technically had 2 rooms, but
Yeah.
4
but
to a garage, 4 to a back patio.
Disgusting.
Yeah,
that's why he does Ramadan now.
it weirdly is
Correct.
Correct, yes. Because I used to live with a bunch of Muslims, and they're all my friends, and they're like, we do Ramadan. I'm like, I'll try just fasting for it. It's competitive.
How'd
and
you
it's
meet
fun.
them?
I have no
They're all my
compunction
roommates.
about. I have no
I know, but
problem with that.
how did you get in that house? Weren't you like on a bus and then?
I just showed up from LAX, went on Craigslist, walked around Westwood, found it, and she's like, "Do you want to see the room?" And I said, "I have first and last." And she's like, "Do you smoke weed?" And I was like, "I've never smoked weed in my life," which was 100% true at the time. She goes, "Good." She let me move in. I started smoking weed a month later. Everybody smoked weed in that
Not
house,
your mother.
dude. But yeah, it was a house
you do, like,
full
a lot
of
of blow
people
and
new
shit?
to America. A lot of blow we did. Dude.
Yeah.
It was mistakes were made. Fun house.
And then you,
Fun
how did
house.
you get the spot that you're at now, where you live at the 7-Eleven?
I worked at the 7-Eleven in Westwood ever since my first day in LA as well, you know. And I walked in there. I was like, "Can I get a job?" And they threw me a shirt and said, "Get to work and put this shit away." And I was like, "Wow!" I was like, "This is easy out here."
Dude, you're over here
So
living
how'd
like
you
it's the
get in with the owner?
1930s or some
So
shit. He's over here getting by with smiles and a wink and a nod and
Dude,
low wage
weirdly-
jobs
Dude, he's
and,
paying, like,
and
cheap-
tenement buildings. And
Weird-
stuff.
Dude, I went to his place for the first time recently.
Dude.
He's like in like a side house,
I'm
like
in the
cheap
Jewish
rent
part
in
of Beverly.
Westwood.
It's called Beverly Woods.
in Westwood, like
Not
whole
Westwood.
you're
Not
getting a
Westwood.
Jewish
Not
hookup?
Westwood.
in
Not
like a
West-
super nice neighborhood.
Not Westwood. It's Beverly Woods.
Is
But
it nice?
Get it?
it's very
Dude,
nice.
dude,
I'm very
super nice.
No,
Dude,
is your place nice?
he's connected to a nice house.
Yeah, it's
No.
It's
Is
it's
your
a normal
place-
house, really. It's
Yeah.
a nice neighborhood, and I live on the side of the house. I
Maybe
have
you-
a washer dryer.
They got a backyard
bathroom.
with a garden.
It's not connected to the rest, but yes, the whole house.
They
We
got
have
a
a
backyard.
backyard with a garden.
But dude's got like a Corvette or
It's his. He's like in the 70s. This is his childhood home since
He's the
he's
owner
in the
of the
70s.
7-Eleven,
So everything got built around him. You know what I'm saying? But he's like, this used to be fields. But
yeah,
to answer
dude, no,
your-
it's a nice house.
to answer your question, how I got it is ridiculous as well. But the
Yeah,
reason
yeah.
I moved in there is because I used to live with all those roommates in Westwood, and it was clearly all a scam. Like it was just like cash and different managers. It was all fake. Trust me. And everyone moved out. Didn't care. I paid cash. I worked at 7-Eleven. But eventually, they put a notice on our door saying the city was going to destroy our house in 2 months, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is all fake." And ultimately, I mentioned that to my manager at 7-Eleven because I didn't know the owner like that. When the owner comes in, you just like pretend you're not high and you clean. And, you know, I didn't know him like that. But I mentioned to my manager, I was like, I'm going to have to get kicked out. And he's like, "Oh, the owner is actually trying to rent out one of his rooms in his house." And I was like, "Why?" And he has a daughter. She's my age. And she lives half the year in Ecuador, half the year in America. She is hot as fuck. But when she moves back to America half the year, he's like, he wanted her childhood home room to be taken. That way she gets her own place because she's old enough. So I'm like,
Wow, he
the
bought
owner
her
of
a crib.
7-Eleven that I don't know is going to give me a room over his own daughter
Nice
because he
ass
wanted
neighborhood,
someone
dude.
to move into it. And I've moved in ever since. It's been like 4
It's a
years.
very nice neighborhood.
Very
Yeah,
nice, I would.
Super nice. I know, yeah, that's just baller.
That's why I can't quit 7-Eleven. But I never
30
understood
mil for
why.
them.
Now we're great friends.
Dude,
but
culture
back
is so
then, I was
cooked,
like,
dude.
I don't know why this opportunity is here, but sure. I was
It's like you could just like when I went to your room the first time, it was like you've clearly never changed the sheets. There's definitely sheets that you got when you moved in there.
Disgusting.
that's not true.
They
Oh,
look old school, like the cover. The cover. Looked
No, they're
very
definitely old.
old.
My bad.
There's like an
They're
old
definitely
ass desk from like an old vintage desk where it's just Coke just rolling up splits. No TV, one TV on the ground. Doesn't like because Coke only watch Facebook videos. That's all.
yeah, I
he
just
does.
watch Facebook videos on
Like
my phone.
no internet, nothing hanging
There
on the
is a
wall.
TV, but you're not
Yeah.
acknowledging it. There's a TV on top of the desk.
Yeah, a 12-inch
Like
TV.
this thing, yeah.
I'll tell you about
Bachelor pad.
a
It's just a
very-
room, you know, but I'm,
No
lucky. I'm
doubt.
very lucky.
Yeah, it's
No doubt.
amazing. You let you grow a weed plant in the backyard.
He did. He did.
I
That's a good landlord.
I have a pretty good living situation. I just moved into a place and
Nice.
yeah,
You have roommates?
my roommate lives in Chicago, so
So now,
Wow.
like a 2-bedroom? What are we talking
yeah,
about?
it's a 2-bedroom.
Where at? By Liquid Zoo? Neighborhood?
I live man.
What's the square footage? What are we talking about?
It's like 11.
Yeah.
You know,
Good setup? Cool?
yeah, I have a really good setup. It's really nice.
What floor?
Third?
Okay. Out of?
Well, you know what?
Third out of what?
right.
Motherfucker giving them all out.
Oh, come on, dude. I wouldn't
Nah,
do that.
his last spot was dope. He's got good.
I'm
taste.
sure, dude.
Yeah,
He's a
yeah. It's
fucking-
a pretty.
No offense,
pretty
like,
nice spot.
like I think people that fuck people on camera, they their interior decorating skills
Don't
are
do
good.
that to me, bro.
I think just they're fucking on set all day. Like I feel like they're
Look at that couch.
You see that?
their
You
interior
see that?
decorating
You see this guy?
skills are
You see
good.
this?
He's
You see
got
this?
He's got you good.
I I think you would be hard to find a porn star that's unorganized.
Ron Jeremy.
Ooh,
I said it'd be hard to find.
dude,
That's
you've never
one-
fucked a girl that does porn. Okay, girl porn stars, terrible. Terrible.
It's all
men
good.
porn stars.
Men porn
It's all
stars.
good.
Okay.
Men porn stars. Like they shave their.
They seem
stuff
reputable.
and like you know what I mean.
They're reputable men.
It's tack.
Bro,
They're
it's-
clean.
Yeah.
You gotta clean.
but
You've
my
seen the worst. You've seen the worst, so you keep your bathroom clean.
my place is I have my bathroom is immaculate. If you came in
Yeah.
there, you'd feel
Yeah, I
very
bet.
comfortable.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's probably it's a good stereotype.
I'm liking it.
You know, like my main bedroom is arranged in such a way. I mean, like check this out.
It's like the same guy that like works at the sewage treatment plant.
Okay, like
Like
check-
his shit's gonna be
check out-
clean because he's so used to dirty
check
that
out-
hate
like
this
at
shit.
home. Yeah, exactly.
this
You know what I'm
guy.
saying?
Do you hear this guy? You hear what he's
I
saying?
mean, he has a valid point.
That's what I'm saying. Like you see the
What-
If you're in
worst.
mansions,
You
all
said
the
your
time
place
and
is
shit,
clean,
you're like,
dude.
Like look at this. Is
Like the
my
manager at McDonald's
this is-
probably eats the healthiest.
This is this morning's
That I go to,
Like,
this is this morning's sunrise.
and that's the sun.
Yeah. That's like that's the view that I have from my
beautiful,
window.
beautiful.
Like,
I see it.
brand
My-
new shit.
my
though, right?
window,
It's a
yeah,
brand
yeah.
new building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What-
What do you got in there? You got a sound system?
Huh? My sound system isn't crazy. I'm not like some sort of audio guy.
You got a record player?
I set up my little balcony. I have a little balcony.
That's
it has
cute.
like some chairs and tables.
Plug his balcony, everybody.
Huh?
Plug.
Plug his balcony.
Say your address so people can support your balcony.
You're
Yeah,
ridiculous.
send your social security number out so people can support your credit score.
Yep.
Support your credit score.
Support my credit score, everybody.
What if somebody did that? They boosted your shit.
Yeah,
They got a card in
exactly.
your name, but
This
paid
is
It's
it.
like people
this is-
vouching for you
And
boosted
gave you
your
money.
credit card.
This
Yeah,
is the view of the sunset from my balcony.
that seems fake.
Huh? There we
No
go.
way.
I believe it.
Yeah. Huh?
It's a nice new building.
Well, Phil believes
What is-
it, I
what is
believe
it?
it.
Glass railing?
Rail glass. I don't have glass
balcony?
railing. It's metal. It's metal.
Okay, I thought it was.
Are you?
Some of the new places use.
What kind of
And
metal
then
is
here's
it?
the thing. I can.
Is it
see-
aluminum?
This is the view. This is the view from my window.
Whoa, I didn't want to see your dick.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
No. This is the view from my window.
Ew.
It's very nice. Very nice.
Yeah,
You know,
I've seen you.
It's lovely.
White people shit.
fuck you.
That would have been funny if your cock would have been like halfway through that picture, though.
Okay.
That would've
All
been-
right. All right. You clearly you're fixated on my anatomy. It's all
No, I'm not fixated on your neck.
Yeah.
Are you an innie or an outie?
What the hell?
Anybody who's an outie, I don't trust, dude.
Belly button?
Yeah.
I'm good.
People who are outies, I don't trust. That's weird.
Demonic stance,
I think so too, dude.
but it's all good.
Smells like pineapple.
Outies?
Oh man.
Yeah.
What are you?
I'm any.
I think anybody with like a beer belly like me and you is probably an innie.
I'm any.
Nobody like us has an outie.
It enforces any.
I could have been an outie earlier,
Yeah.
but now I'm.
If you work hard enough,
Yeah.
you can be what you despise. You lose weight,
Innies?
and then it pops out. No, you'll be an outie
Okay.
if you lose weight.
All pregnant women are outies.
Yeah, when we go off, when we go
You
off
hate
the
pregnant
air-
women. That's what it is.
That's true.
Guess that's it.
All makes sense.
I guess that's it. Do we have anything to vodka cock? Isn't that what the thing that I said earlier? Vodka.
Something
I don't know
about
what that meant.
Russian
The Russian shit,
penis.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's-
Russian penis. Yeah, Russian penis. We're gonna sell vodka.
Yeah, Alec Feinstein is a latent.
Nice.
Blatant homosexual.
You completed the sentence. I didn't say it.
I completed the sentence.
You completed the sentence, yes, sir. But yeah,
I think that's it. Give it up for episode 10. How many hours is that?
Alec has dick on the brain. I just want to
Yeah.
make that known in case if anybody missed the recording.
Sonny, go
But
now.
dick on the brain.
Martinez
See you
motivation.
next Wednesday. Martinez motivation.
How long was that?
Did I say Wednesday? I meant to say, I meant to say Monday.
That was great. That was great.